Can't record. Okay, finally, I'm happy now. So, guys, hello, guys. So this is how I. So today we're gonna do TOA normal. I can do TOA hard. For now I cannot do TOA hard. So let's change everything up. Everything.
ASMR.
Well, I'm hard.
We're gonna watch a podcast.
Another Tuesday. When we're recording this, the Mori episode is out. We should be able to just mention. Right?
Yeah,
It's
but
like breaking NDA.
I love how they legitimately
This
figured it out like day one.
I'm not surprised. You made it really obvious.
Like on the day. They were like, could it be?
No. It wasn't that. It was
Hello
the thread that was like,
guys.
here's the evidence.
Hope you
Over,
guys
like, the past few weeks
have
that
a great
I've
day.
collected.
Like, we haven't tried to hide it. Like we made it obvious.
I think I saw 3 videos.
Ah, fuck.
Of people,
three
videos?
yeah, I saw 3 videos of people being like, here's what's up in HoloLive News. The Trash Taste Boys tweeted out a tweet that is exactly the same as Maury Kelly. He sounded exactly like that too, because they all sound like that.
Wow. Welcome to this episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host, Sea Dog Monkey
You
Brain.
really slid your way in there.
Yeah. And I'm here today with Joey and Gong, and I'm tired as fuck.
We're just
Okay,
back with
guys.
just the
Hello
boys
there.
now.
We're gonna do the stream today.
Why are you so tired, Connor?
So this is how I usually do TOA on the first few floors.
Because I can cancel it online.
Yeah.
But if I do it like after 6 p.m. the day before, I don't get my money back.
Oh,
So-
really?
So it's like
Wait, do you pay every lesson? It's not like a monthly thing.
you pay for like tokens, and then
What?
like the tokens you can like redeem.
What is this, like gacha currency?
No, it's-
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right?
Not everything's fucking gacha with you guys. Like
So how do you earn tokens? Can you earn tokens by just going
pay
to
to
the
win
school?
currency, gone called money. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Can you
It's
collect
money.
them like in game as well? Or
God, you guys have been playing gacha too much.
like do you have like dailies?
Yes, indeed, our siege is
Every
quite
lesson you go
hard.
to, just like dailies.
We got around
You get like
this
5
time
tokens a
around.
day.
Well, we're not always lucky
Like
though for
finally, I
this
can do
stuff.
my temple.
Oh, you can explain now, Connor.
Okay, finally, are the jokes done?
Don't worry, we shall change again.
Pay, and then you get like X amount of lessons with it, but like private lessons cost more.
Right.
Like class lessons cost
So the
less.
whole
Figure out
time,
which
I was logged into the wrong account.
I mean, someone already.
All I
fucking
could
did.
say right now
Someone
is
approached me
fuck.
and was
Really?
Yeah, they're
Like, you do
"I'm
the channel
taking a
out
YouTube
again.
show." It was like a commentary.
You just set up channel out
We
again
got
the whole
the 10
time.
break and we were talking, and some guy was like, "Hey, you
Fuck.
like the guy on YouTube?" And I'm like, "Which guy?"
The guy.
Oh yeah,
They're
but
like, I guess I am.
You
like,
know,
yeah,
the
yeah.
white British
yeah,
guy.
I've already told the story on the podcast though. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, that's it. And I'm tired as fuck because I went to it and I was like, I probably should have cancelled and just slept in, but
Yeah.
I didn't. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
that's
knew
fun.
fully well we were gonna do a podcast episode today.
I did. But I've been doing it every week.
Yeah.
A lesson before.
I'm like impressed that we've been able to manage like this weekly schedule without taking a single week off since we started. I think, right?
I think so. I mean, we've maybe had one off, but other than that, we've been pretty consistent.
We've had one off simply because one of the cameras broke this 1 week.
That's right. One of the
Yeah.
cameras did
yeah,
break.
yeah,
but to compensate, we did 2 episodes.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's obvious to the viewers at home, but this setup has all been set up by, like, I guess, us. Mainly me, but us.
Mainly you. Yeah. We just chilling.
So when, like, the camera died and I didn't know what I was doing, I was like, oh, fuck.
Gura, stop!
Okay. I guess we're not filming today. Turned out one of the cameras was broke and we had to get it fixed. Which
Yeah.
was,
For
like,
no reason either.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
never figured that out. Yeah.
Have you guys been up to anything exciting?
I'm sorry if there's any
Well,
problem.
I've got some news.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I've got some news. I just want to say that this might be the last podcast episode that I do.
What?
Why?
Because if you guys saw on Twitter, I've recently been emailed by a by, you might know them. They're called Big Hit labels.
So this
They're
whole
the management
okay,
of,
this whole stream, I gotta end the stream
Oh,
once
yeah,
I
know.
finish
I-
this
I actually
TOA
auditioned
thing,
myself.
which gonna
Yeah,
take at least
like,
2
yeah, I
hours,
remember.
Someone signed me up as well.
which is
But,
gonna be
they,
a good
they,
deal.
They emailed me,
guys,
and
not a
it
bad deal
was
for me.
all caps.
It's
The
gonna be a
title was
second
of the
deal.
email was all caps, idol casting. And so I was like, oh shit. And then I saw Big Hit, and I'll read the email to you right now.
Go on.
Because the first time I saw this,
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh my god, is this actually Big Hit? Because that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But then because it and like I'll read it, but like the first half sounds legitimate. It says like, "Hello, the anime man. We are big hit labels, BTS's management from South Korea. We are very interested in casting you to be a member of the new boy group in the Japanese branch of our company." And this was the moment. The next word I read, I realized, oh, this is all a lie. Japanese branch of our company. STD.
Okay.
We think you'd make a
that's kinda
fine.
catchy.
Yeah, STD. We think you make a fine visual with your astonishing idol
Wait,
looks,
what was
or maybe
that?
a good leader
Sorry,
with your
what?
wisdom in old age.
I was looking.
Old age. If you have anyone else in mind who you think would fit, please let us know.
Yeah,
And
it was,
they gave me a list of
was it
requirements
called?
that I needed. All right, to,
Okay.
to be the
Light
leader
or
of
good
STD.
light.
Walk me
Okay.
through it.
Okay. Must be
Not
Japanese.
Gianna. It was a
That
lion.
covered.
Okay.
Must be 6 feet or over. Check. Must be hot. Not sure about that.
Well.
Must here's a lovely oxymoron. Must be somewhat feminine. Must be male.
Oh, yeah, you can rock it.
Must look good in tight leather pants.
Hell yeah.
Check.
Hell yeah.
And then this last one fucking killed me. Singing and dancing would also be good.
Would be good.
Would be good. Kindly consider our offer and get back to us when possible. Big hit label.
But what if it was legit big hit and they reached out to you? What would
No,
you do?
because
What if
literally,
it was?
No, what if it was?
Oh, what if it was?
Hypothetically.
Yeah, big
hypothetically.
hits like Joey. We want you in.
This whole time is gonna be a
Dude, I would
boring
100%
section.
say yes. Are you
Sorry for
kidding
any
me?
boredom.
Do you know how much of a fuck? I
think of the content.
Dude, think of the content.
Think of the stories we can tell on Trash Taste, Connor.
I became a K-pop idol for X amount of time.
How confident are you in the singing and dancing aspects?
I mean, dancing, I'm basically.
I'm happy they're here,
so I can't
guys.
dance to save my
My
life.
first
I think I'm
time.
okay at singing.
First time.
But yeah, dude, could you imagine
That
STD?
would like radiate the same energy as going to your accountant and being like, "Yeah, do that like tax fraud thing for me. Like, save me all the money. Do what Trump did, dude.
Yeah,
like that.
pretty much. Yeah, pull it
Fix
Trump.
me up like that.
Yeah.
But someone actually like submitted like an audition with my business email, like legit,
Right,
like, to them,
right.
and they replied being like,
No.
I think it was no, or like to do the next step or something. Like it was some like verification thing, and I was like,
Right.
Yeah.
oh, thanks. But I've had so many. I've had like every single dating site you can imagine.
Right.
Like I've
Yeah.
had like singlemuslim.com be signed up for, christianmingle.com.
Classic. Did you get farmers only?
And I haven't had that. Is that a website?
Yeah, farmers only is like
This is gonna
only
be a
you
first
have to
study
own like a
station of my
certain
life.
amount of land to be eligible.
I-
to like go on to it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You have to own like certain amount of acres.
You have to own a certain amount of acres of farmland
Oh
to
my
be eligible
God.
for it.
And like I see these, and I don't think anything about it. But now I remember that I have like an agency looking at our emails, and that's
Yeah.
when I started to get like
Speaking.
kind of worried about it.
Yeah.
And Maylene the other day goes to me, "Oh, there was a weird email in your email. It apparently you had matched positive for STDs with someone." Like someone you had slept with had STDs.
Right.
And I'm like, Milligan, it's obviously fake. One, if I thought I had an STD, I would go to the fucking doctor, not a website, right?
Don't get
Let's
cocky.
just use my work email, which I know my agency checks to be like, by the way, let's get an STD check right now.
It's like, how many terrible decisions in a row would I have to make to have that? Like, I would one have to sleep with someone who I would have to be like, well, who knows? No condom. Then go in. Think I have an STD immediately after. Not go to the doctor. Sign up to this website. Final step. Use work email.
How do I really want us to use the
Like, you
emulator,
meet
but
people
then
who are like,
they
man, I just can't seem to
so-
get a W, and then they just don't. But they always just do things that never set it up. so
Yeah.
they can get a
Yeah,
W.
yeah.
That's the kind of behavior that they do. That they're like, just like, man, I'm just so unlucky in life, and it's like, you did drive with no wheels. Like, what did you expect to happen? Like, this
I
is all you.
I think we all know like one person that is like
He's like the nicest person ever, but they
Yeah.
just keep doing dumb stuff,
Yeah.
and you're
But
like, come on, man.
I'm like, you have to be like, no one person can take that many L's without actually trying to do so, right?
I have a lot of like sweet friends who just like, come on, man, I want to see you get a W.
Yeah.
You just keep doing it,
Yeah.
man. Stop, man.
Dude, like that BTS one though, or the big hit labels one, like I posted it because I thought it was fucking hilarious, right? And it is, but you know, I quickly learned my lesson to
Well,
not fuck with the K-pop fans.
You felt the wrath of K-pop Twitter.
Yeah.
Which
Just a Twitter rule.
I woke up in the morning and I saw that the thing had 800 quote retweets, and I was like,
oh no,
that's never a good sign.
Oh no, boy's about to get ratioed.
And I checked it, and like a lot of them are just, you know, people just saying, obviously getting that's a joke, but you know, there's those handful of K-pop stans who are just like, wow, how dare you like, stereotype all K-pop stars, and like,
I don't worry about it. It's
oh
what
no,
they
no, I
do.
thought it was
It's what
fucking
they
hilarious.
do,
But
man.
it's like there are some people who are like, oh, he probably photoshopped it just to get attention. I'm like, I'm not that fucking desperate for likes on Twitter.
That's got like more creativity than half my videos.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah.
Like that's
The
also
only reason I
Photoshop.
posted it because I thought it was fucking hilarious. Like I wouldn't have otherwise.
It's weird that people assume that like that's the kind of content we think we need.
Yeah.
Like, that's the amount of steps that we're jumping through
Yeah,
here.
that's how desperate I am for Twitter clout. Yeah. That I have to fake an email.
The amount of loops you would have to jump through to get to that point. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
You could just say I like
Yes.
hentai and you get more likes.
Dude, I tweeted penis and I got like more likes. So it's just like fucking whatever. Yeah, but
K-pop stands, you don't mess with them, Joey. That's
Yeah,
a universal truth.
yeah, I mean, I knew that from the get-go, but I didn't think that would have caused a fucking riot, right? I'm just like, can these people not take a joke? Clearly not.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
So I see you started Genshin. The
Oh,
other day,
yeah.
Connor. After holding off this entire fucking time and
Welcome
holding
to the crew.
and holding off from like me and Joey talking about it like every
I
week.
just didn't want a fucking sponsor, our fucking podcast to become a sponsor episode. You know what I mean? For free. If we're gonna talk about Genshin, I want to get fucking paid. You know what I mean?
Do you like it though?
It's fine. It feels like Breath of the Wild light. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It feels like
It's Diet Breath of the Wild.
you know how like in Breath of the Wild when you would like think, oh, what if I do this like weird thing, and then
Yeah.
you'd always get rewarded for it.
Yeah.
In Genshin, I would do that, and I'd be like, oh, there's nothing there.
Really?
It's another common chest. Oh well, boy. Don't understand what I'm picking up, but all right.
because the reason I like Genshin and the reason I like it is that it is very Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, that's the best part of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's Breath of the Wild mixed with basically JRPG elements. I'm
But
just
that's
like,
fucking awful.
Do you know, I was watching this guy stream.
Yeah.
Dude, every time Paimon came on screen, he was like, "Shut up!"
There was like there's one point where it was a cutscene, and I think like I just like had my mouse to my head and I was just tapping it. Like,
Yeah.
just, like, 'cause I was
So the whole
the
time,
story's so shit.
I
not that
locked
I
you
would've
to the
paid
wrong
attention
couch.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like doubly shit. And then some people in my chat were like, "Why are you skipping the fucking cutscenes?" And I'm like, "It's shit, right?" And everyone was like, "Yeah, it's kind of shit." And I was like, "Okay, good. Then I'm skipping them all."
Yeah.
I don't know. That's like it's boring. I don't find any of these characters interesting. I just
Yeah.
because they're all gacha characters and most of them I don't.
yeah, I mean, like the thing with gacha game stories is that they rarely start off good. You know, it's if a gacha story gets good, it's normally like way into development where like 5 chapters in or like 5 like when they release like their 5th story.
Like
story
chapter
arc.
6 Arknights.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Which I've heard about Chapter 6 Arknights, which is meant to be amazing, and I'm just like, well, I've kind of skipped the entire story up to this point, so...
I just don't trust anyone. That, like,
I've read chapter 1, and that's it. Like after that, I was like, oh, okay. I don't need to know the story to play the game.
Yeah, I just don't understand people who like love stories in gacha games.
Oh.
I mean, we've covered this before, but
Yeah.
Have we?
I mean,
about
we've covered
video
story in video games. Yeah.
But I mean, they're especially shit in gacha. Like,
Yeah.
Like Breath of the Wild, like didn't have much story, and that was like the best part of the game. So it's like, just do what you want.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like the reason why people skipped over fucking Breath of the Wild story is because like
mean, you can't skip over anything.
What person who doesn't know the story of Legend of Zelda?
What is the story of Breath of the Wild?
Beat Ganon, like
yeah,
Yeah,
every
you
beat
story.
just
Ganon,
beat
beat
Ganon,
Ganon.
right?
Yeah.
That's nice though. I like that. They kept it simple. Like,
Yeah.
let me do it. I mean, I like the fact that you can change characters and there's elemental and the
I
combat.
think I should do. Sorry, guys.
But
Yeah.
So you guys can see
I
my
mean,
body face.
the reason
A
I
bit
thought
of a body
it was
face.
great was because it feels like Genshin is like kind of feels like a first of its kind, right? Because when you think of gacha games and when you think of like the whole gacha genre, you have this image of just like cheap mobile games that only hardcore weebs are into.
Yeah.
And it's been really fucking weird seeing just how much Genshin has blown up.
Yeah.
And I feel like I went into Genshin thinking, oh, it's just going to be kind of like Honkai, but a little bit more polished. And I got completely really blown away when I was just like, no, this just feels like a AAA gacha game. It feels like the very, very first AAA gacha game where it's like way more polished than
So
pretty
I
much
have to do
any of
this
its
thing
competition.
1,000
Like,
times.
I didn't understand how people liked Fate Go. Like, I saw Fate Go. It looked
It's because of fate.
but it looked like a fucking mini clip game. The art looked shit, and then also the story sounded like a convoluted mess, and then also the gacha rates were abysmal. So
Because you don't mess. It's Type Moon fans like K-pop fans, right? It's like the moment there's anything Type Moon, they just like give it to me.
So there's this thing called like the waifu economy, right? Where it's the value of the waifus, and because Type Moon have because Type Moon have such a strong brand with Fate and all the waifus in it, that just makes the waifus and Fate.
Can you guys hear the podcast?
More, and people, look, you look like you're about to die inside right now.
Gant's a waifu economist.
it's absurd. It's like absurd.
But like the story in Fako does actually get good. Like fucking 5 chapters in, I can't remember which chapter Camelot is, but that's when it gets good.
So when you're playing the gacha games, do you want the characters because you like them or because they'll make you OP?
I mean,
I'm sure it goes both ways.
That's the eternal struggle, right? Do you go with meta or do you go with waifus?
I just want the OP ones. I don't care about the characters.
Oh, I'm completely the opposite. Because like every time I stream Genshin, there's so many fucking backseaters for Genshin.
There are 2 types of people.
I'll be forced to change my name to because it's already
There's so
camera.
many fucking backseaters for Genshin where like I think once I had like both Chi-Chi and Klee in like my party, and people were like, "What the fuck? That's like the worst combination." I'm like, I don't give a shit. I like these characters. I just want to play as the characters I like. I like these waifus.
I honestly think like going with the good waifus is the way to go, because I feel like going into a gacha game wanting to be OP means that you kind of go into the mentality where you want to like kind of complete the game.
It's like
you know
going
what I mean?
into
you want to optimize it, right?
It's like going into a casino expecting to be a millionaire.
No. You want to complete the game? Wait, were we not completing the game? Is that not what we're all doing? Am I confused? Like,
No, I mean, if you want to
you don't want to complete the game.
No, it's not
how
about,
can you complete a gacha game?
Do the story.
But the story isn't everything in a gacha game.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do the story in Genshin,
Alright.
and then what? Then what do you do?
You go around exploring the world, or you collect all the characters, or
Collect all the you mean gamble all your fucking money away? Like,
yes, welcome to gachas, Connor.
No,
That's
but
the whole fucking point.
Once you've done all the content in the game,
Yeah.
right? What do you do then? It's like,
Wait for the next update.
but like, okay, that's where like, when Arknights came out, right? The wait between those things was just like a ticking time bomb of like, am I gonna drop this game?
Right.
Like, because that wait period is like, how long can I reasonably like keep logging into this? Like,
Yeah.
to the point where I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And obviously, like after X amount of time, when you've beaten the game, that's when it's like, okay, I'm done. Like I've played this game, I've got my fill. I don't need to spend any more money.
I think I need to start using a full team soon. I could use a half team for
As someone who has no idea what the fuck this story is about.
I was saying
All,
even
like the content, all the
help
bosses,
more,
like,
which I
the
thought was
fun
Discord.
aspects are normally, unfortunately,
Right, help.
tied to the story.
Because I remember
Like, unfortunately, all the boss fights are tied to a story.
like seeing you enter, like discover Arknights for the first time, and seeing you like your first entrance into the world of gacha. I'm just like, I see him. I just saw you spiraling down into hell, because I saw you were like, oh man, I want to collect this, I want to level up this character, I want to level up that character, I want to optimize this. And I'm like, oh no, you're going to be spending a lot of money.
Well, that was because like I wanted to. Unfortunately, with Arknights, there would always be that one stage. Arknights is like a town defense kind of game.
Please sponsor us.
And basically,
Let's see,
there was always-
Fran
the
Lauren.
characters you had, there'd always come a stage where you needed like one specific character that had this one niche that you didn't have.
Yeah.
It was super annoying when it happened. So I just wanted to spec everything and to be prepared for every stage. And then I just gave up. And I
Yeah,
thought,
which is what I was saying. Like, if you want to complete a gacha, gacha game, you're gonna have a bad time,
I
because
felt like I completed Arknights. Like I did everything.
I mean,
That was
there's
worth
always
doing.
new content coming out.
Yeah.
Right? You never
There
really
is now, and
the only time you can complete a gacha game is when the developers just stop
Giving
giving out
us
new
shit,
content.
yeah.
But this
right?
is the thing, right? If when you have done everything in a game, right?
Yeah.
And say the next patch coming out in a month.
Yeah.
Like, are you then happy to stop playing that game before the new patches come out next month?
Which
Are
is
you done?
which is why I feel like this is a super interesting
I
conversation.
don't know what to
because I
choose.
feel like a lot of people went into Genshin
Thinking.
and
I'm thinking very hard right now. If you're saying me right now.
kind of expected the kind of like response that you would have gotten and
Yeah.
how popular it would have gotten, because this is like a lot of people's first introduction into gacha games, right? And there's been like a big controversy with Genshin's stamina system. When you reach endgame, right? When you kind of complete the story, explore everything.
So stamina is for running around, swimming, and climbing, right?
No. So you haven't used stamina in Genshin.
Oh, I haven't. Oh, okay.
No. So you understand? Okay, so every gacha game has kind of like a stamina system where normally you spend a resource to play some certain aspects of the game, right? Genshin, to me, I feel like it's super weird, right? Because you could play it for like 30 plus hours and never have to use the stamina system at all. Whereas with like Arcanines has sanity, you kind of like reach the stamina cap within like a week of playing it all out, I'd say, right? Same thing with like Fate Go. I can't remember what the stamina system in Fate Go is called, but in Genshin, the stamina system is called Resin, and you use Resin whenever you like go complete a dungeon or don't go like fight some bosses. Now, when you're in the early game and when you're just exploring the world, you can just not use the stamina system at all because there's so much to do, and the world's fucking massive, right? The world's absolutely massive, that you could spend 30 plus hours exploring the world, doing everything in the world, doing story quests, and not have to like focus on grinding and leveling up your characters and doing bosses and everything.
Why does this happen to
Once
me?
you've explored everything, then there is nothing to do but grind it out and
I need to.
try to and just use Resin. And the argument is, from what I understand, because I haven't actually reached endgame myself, is that there is just not enough Resin to like give you meaningful content once you've reached the end.
Okay. I'll use my tweet.
I don't understand people who like just.
I have a tweet.
grind.
I have a twin. I have a twin.
That's like psychotic to me.
Yeah,
I
because
think
I've heard
I
that
will do
the
this.
best way to like enjoy Genshin from what I've heard from people who have reached endgame already is that you shouldn't rush through it.
No, you should.
Because getting to endgame is actually much quicker than a lot of people expect. And once you hit that point, and once you have to start using the stamina system, then it's like you're really limited to what you can do.
Yeah, you're really limited to content, and that's why I think Genshin's like this super unique.
Wait, is my Marina room? I don't think it's room Marina. Because I just like changed out a lot of my units room.
For like 5 to 10 minutes at a pop sometimes, you rarely play it for long periods of time. Whereas with Genshin, because it feels more like a AAA game, people want to play this for hours on end. And people are coming in expecting this to be like an MMORPG, where you're just like constantly grinding and constantly doing something, and it's like infinite content, right?
I just find MMORPG so boring. After like next level, start grinding.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I think some people can do grinding no problem, but for me it's like.
Well, I mean, you hate JRPGs.
Yeah, I mean.
Nice.
I think it's like, why would you just stop me from having fun? Like, I don't understand.
Some people find grinding.
Let's do. I have him.
For me, it's just like I feel like you're just like.
I have her. I have tattoo.
Like, you're just kind of making a mockery of my time here. Like that you're making me do all.
You are only making me use 1% of my brain.
Almost, it's like, when I used to play RuneScape, like, I didn't mind it, but I was also fucking 12, and I was a dumb little shit, and I wouldn't mind
But
clicking on. I literally spent, like, hours a day clicking trees. I can't even believe I did that.
But were you
It's like a bait. It's like a what is it called again? A
But
dog
still,
team.
but, like,
Because I mean, I couldn't be able
A
to
speed dog team. I call it a
grind
speed dog
by
team.
myself.
like, raids look fun in World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah.
When it's, like, 8 people communicating. Like, that
Yeah.
looks fun, but I also don't want to get there, because the points to getting there are
Yeah.
insane, right?
Yeah.
And my little brother is addicted to World of Warcraft. He couldn't get him off.
Don't complain about my freaking build on my
I think I've played like a single.
on my homunculus. Okay, I did mistakes. I did oopsie or some.
Spent so many hours on that game.
Yeah.
I'd like beg my parents when I was like 14, like, please, mother, please pay for membership. It's only £5 a month.
Yeah, see, I didn't have the balls to ask my parents to do that, so
I think
that's
it was
why I
like-
was like, nope.
I think it was like for my birthday. I was like,
Yeah.
can I have RuneScape for a year? And they were like, yeah. And obviously, when you were like 14, time doesn't go nearly as fast as it does now.
Right.
So I remember like the first month, I played like 8 hours a day of RuneScape every day. I was so
my
addicted.
God.
True gamer goal right here.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then when I got like 17, I stopped playing and I gave my.
I don't remember what was
Play
like the
for a
last 2
bit.
games
I
of
fucking lost all my
it
shit.
was freaking Vermos.
I remember there was like.
But my Vermos like build is bad in a way. You can say it's bad.
Armor, and that just took me like months.
I'm trying to remember my Runa build. It was Rune. It's not that.
It was like this armor where you
It's
had
some
this
crit
game,
damage
and it
build.
was really dumb. I spent
But
like,
then his stats are
I
bad.
would spend like 2 weeks straight getting this armor, doing these fucking mini games, and then we lost it, and then I got it again. I came out of retirement from RuneScape just to get this. I came out of RuneScape retirement just to get this armor again, and he fucking lost it again. And I was like, that's it. I'm done with RuneScape. I'm quitting.
You
I'm
pulled like
quitting
a
RuneScape.
Hayao Miyazaki, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm coming out of RuneScape to save this company.
I couldn't believe it. But going back to Gacha, like I'm so quick to drop games because at the moment the game is boring, even remotely. Like if I have one gaming session where I'm playing the game and I just didn't have any fun, I'm like, all right, well, I'm done with that.
I have it in the chat, guys. Okay. Like
you
get me.
It's like hacked my brain. I don't know why. I hate it.
I feel like it has hacked your brain in a certain sense because I don't know. Do you enjoy League or do you feel like
League of Legends, by the way.
Yeah,
Sure.
of course. Do you actually enjoy League or do you just sometimes play it because it's just like
Coping
it's like a familiar kind of like system that you just understand and
I think I don't know. Jerry probably hasn't had it.
My soft runes is on.
There's just kind of like almost autopilot.
It's not on crit damage. It's not on
I'll
crit
say I
damage.
have like an hour free,
yeah.
and I'll just click it open, even though every time I know when I click it open, it's a bad idea. Because not only one will I probably not have a good game. Even if I have a good game, I don't feel good about it because I'm like, well, that was a stomp. That was no fun.
Yeah,
And if I
exactly.
lose or have someone hinting, or on the Japanese server I've been playing, people just fucking troll.
I love
so
Vermos.
bad. I'll be like, well,
You buff.
I just wasted 30 minutes and now I'm fucking angry. And then I know every time I click it open, I'm not gonna.
Cause you always when you use Vermos, you always pray for a stun most of the time.
I have played League of Legends like it's been like I'd say my main game.
Yeah.
For when did Lucian come out? 2014.
Jesus Christ, man.
Like it's been like 7 years. I've just like become the game that I always should go back to.
Yeah.
Right.
And it used to be really fun, but now it's just like depressing. Like, and that's why like
It's so funny speaking to people who've played League for years because everyone talks about it like they're a fucking drug addict. Like
It definitely sounds like it.
I want to quit, but I just can't, man. I just can't. I need just something
The side
about me.
effects.
Just something about me. Just like I just need to play one more game. Just one more game. But I just can't quit. I can't quit. Damn it.
it used to be like back when
League of Legends. I don't even play League of Legends.
Really easy to play with.
Because I'm very bad at games, so that's why I don't play.
University team.
I'm being honest.
It's pretty fun actually. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But then when I left university, I went to London. I wasn't really playing as much with friends, and then since I moved to Japan, it's totally like a solo queue thing. It just isn't fun. Which solo queue is just playing on your own with 4 other random people.
I'm sorry, Trash Chase. If there's any copyright issues, I'm sorry.
Bad, dude. It's full of like Chinese Smurfs and Korean Smurfs who want to just fuck around. So all the games are horrible.
So then have
But I
you
have nothing to watch, Trash Chase.
stopping?
Like lately, I've been watching your content.
It's because
I like
you know
it.
why? It's because there's nothing to replace it.
What
Right?
do you do, right? What do you do when you have like just 1 hour free? Just only 1 hour free.
Jack off.
For 1 hour?
I mean, I'll get the job done within that hour, right? And then if I have,
Connor's like, that's an unoptimized jack off. Can't have that.
well, you
No
know,
jack off should take more than 5 minutes.
oh, then yeah, I have
But-
55 minutes to do whatever I want, right?
But like, okay, no, but seriously, like, what do you do? Like, read a book, watch something? Like, I
Yeah,
don't know, what
read
do you do?
a book usually.
I can't open a book for an hour. It's like
Yeah, because you're fucking monkey brain.
it's like an 8-hour
Yeah.
thing for me if I open a book.
8 hours?
I have to make it a whole day thing if I read.
I'm talking about like manga
Yeah,
or like
manga.
or like
I-
regular
I'm actually with
Like,
Connor.
if I'm
Really?
reading manga,
Yeah.
it has to be a whole day thing. I can't put it down.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
Oh no, I can easily just pick up a volume, read it, and then that's it.
'Cause I think the problem is that League is so easy to just do for 30 minutes without engaging.
It just engages that monkey brain, that fucking lizard brain where you're just like, okay, I'm just clicking buttons now.
And I recognize that it invalidates a lot of my points. Like when we talk about fighting games, that clip of us talking about it and me being like, yeah, fuck it, you know, I got so much shit for that. Because first of all, they were like, well, Connor's a league.
What the oh, why did my tattoo do that? It didn't even fucking have.
Fighting games. I'm like, you don't know
Ouch.
true fucking loss until you played a 40-minute game of League and your team fucking threw it all.
This video is sponsored by Honey.
Imagine
Honey.
you make a list of gifts you're gonna buy for the holidays, and then someone randomly gives you the money to help buy one. Sounds good. Well, that's what Honey is doing. They're helping pay for $1 million worth of gifts.
$1 million?
That's
You're probably wondering, is this the same Honey that automatically searches for promo codes online?
I am wondering, is it?
Yes, it is, Jerry.
With Honey, you can also make a list of all the holiday gifts you want from certain stores, and Honey will email you when their price drops on anything.
Anything?
On your list. Anything.
Just add Honey
Anything.
to your free account and throw
I hope I
some
can do this
in your
today.
drop list for a chance to win. Honey will randomly select winners and give them to help buy something on their list. They basically turn into Santa.
I would like a copy.
Santa Claus is coming to town. As we will be thanks, we will be the
No, there is no purchase necessary. You need a PayPal account to redeem the prize, only valid in the US, and the giveaway ends on the...
It's just a waste of time.
Good boy or good girl to get all the gifts that Honey can give you. Get Honey today for free at joinhoney.com.
Trash taste.
Joinhoney.com/trash-taste.
Back to the episode. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are saying, I'm just bad at fighting games and I'm a sore loser, that's why I don't want to do it. And that's so bullshit. If you ever played League, you know what true fucking pain is like. I would rather lose a 2-minute fighting game any day.
Sorry they come to us. I hope you don't ban me from the game, please. I'm on drought season for 7 months now. I never got a single net fight for 7 months. Almost 7 months. The last fight I got, I think it was Sainter? Or is it Prague? I can't remember.
The honeymoon period of League, like when you first start learning the game and when you start clicking, it's probably like some of my fondest gaming experiences in my life. When I'm just like, this is a really fun game, and it's just like it is.
I didn't even.
Oh my god.
Because I played one game and then 5 minutes in, all the comments said called me new fag and they kicked me. So
tell me, like, what did you hate about League of Legends? Like, walk me through it.
I mean, well, first of all, I don't like MOBAs to begin with.
Yeah, I mean,
So like, so there was that, and then just again like, it's like
what do you mean by a bunch of cups?
like they just I've always hated using the word gatekeeping. But my god, League players are like the crowns of gatekeeping. Like, you say anything bad about the game, you try and get into it like with no experience or like no knowledge of the game whatsoever. Most communities will, at least a few of them will be like, hey, you trying to get into our game? Welcome. We'll invite you with open arms. But if you suck at the game, then that's your responsibility, right? And I'm like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, League is like, you're not a fucking god at this game from 5 minutes in, then you're a fucking new fag. Get out. That was my experience with League.
League definitely has one of the most toxic communities.
Yeah, I actively tell people, like, just don't get into League.
Yeah.
It's not,
And I'm like,
it's not rewarding.
Yeah, and I'm like, I already can't deal with fucking toxic communities to begin with.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't really mind that much. Like, I kind of like that aspect of games.
I've been on the internet for too long. I don't want to deal with that shit anymore.
Connor's like a toxic gamer.
I have to deal with the anime community, right? Like, let alone the League community.
I don't know. What do you think about the argument that, like, a lot of people get really upset with the idea of, like, trash talking video games online? Like, what do you think about that?
I think if it's done tastefully, I don't
like whenever I see you trash talking like the fun game community, I'm like, that's just fun.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
hilarious.
It's kind of sad because I feel like in League of Legends, I mean, it's obviously there are some people who say some fucking stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I think just like fucking telling the other team they're bad and stuff is funny as hell. Like,
Oh
I love
yeah,
doing
yeah,
that.
exactly. Exactly. If it's done tastefully, right? And which is there's many ways to do it.
I mean, as long
Yeah,
as,
but
as long as you're not like attacking someone personally.
Yeah.
I think it's like I'm all game for it. Like if I do a terrible like job in a League of Legends game, I just completely fuck something up. I fucking hope they type in the all chat to me saying like,
Yeah.
lol or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Because that's funny to me. Like,
Yeah.
I want that.
Because you do the same, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but if it gets to like, you know, some racial xenophobic shit, then I'm just like,
it's
all
fucked
right.
up. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's so-
obviously, I think we're drawing the line, but obviously, it kind of feels like, especially in League, that they've like kind of like cracked down on anything.
But I feel like they had to because it,
Yeah,
it
you
was
have to.
so
It's getting out of
far
control.
removed from what was acceptable that
Yeah.
you're like you go into like a normal game and people are still toxic as fuck even though it's a fucking normal
Well,
game.
the problem was that they never enforced any of the rules for so long, so it just kept escalating. I reckon if they enforced like the actual rules from the beginning, it wouldn't have been so bad.
Right.
I mean,
But I feel like this is like the same cycle for every competitive game. You know what I mean? Without exception. I mean, you look at something
I
like
played Overwatch.
yeah,
as well,
you look
and
at
that was-
Overwatch,
I was
and
pretty
in, like
fucking bad.
the first few months, great. Everyone had fucking fun. Everyone was just learning the game, and then like it's the problem of like when you've played the game enough, you don't play it because it's fun. You play it because, like you said, it's just something to do.
And then out from the shadows arose the tryhards. You know?
Dude, I had some of the worst experiences of my life on Overwatch.
Did you actually?
Because League of Legends, right? It's bad, right? It's bad. It's you see them vile as shit, but at least
Yeah.
there's no voice chat.
Right.
In Overwatch, you're automatically put in like voice chat.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
What? Okay, sometimes you'd have like the funniest moments ever. Like you
Right.
would meet the coolest people, and it was like you always have to remember that whenever you got like the 10 games in a row of like fucking kids and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, like, as well, the worst part is in Overwatch, when I used to play it, they implemented a system now where you can queue up for a role. It used to be 6 of you get put in, you all might be 6 tank mains, you all might be 6 like DPS mains,
Yeah.
and so you stop fucking bickering immediately
Yeah.
over who gets what.
Yeah.
And that's why I always should play fill in games. Like, I'll just do whatever, because I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, don't shout at me, just
Right,
do
right.
it, man.
Yeah.
But, man, people would, like, say horrible shit on that. Always 12-year-olds as well.
I mean,
Yeah.
because once you once you play it enough hours, then you reach this point where you're like, okay, I got to play ranked because otherwise playing this game is kind of like meaningless in a sense.
I
Right?
hate playing normal games. I like competitive games.
Yeah, but then once you start getting on the ranks ladder is when I find it stops getting fun because then you reach everyone reaches a wall.
Yeah,
Doesn't
guys,
matter who
you
you
do
are,
some
everyone's
stuff
gonna
a
reach
while.
eventually. Once you
Gonna
reach that
mic
wall,
my
you just
mic
feel
for
like
1
you
minute.
stop progressing unless you put like so many hours into learning this game and trying to better yourself. And at that point, I understand why people get toxic and angry.
Yeah.
Because then they're like too invested into like making that like climbing up the ranks ladder and everything. So they feel like they need this to feel like they haven't wasted their time. Which, let's be honest, unless you're a pro gamer, you probably are wasting your time with it.
You know what it might be? I think it's just the simple thing that I'm just not into PvP with random people.
Really?
I think that's all it is. Like, I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, I've never enjoyed just PvP games to begin with. Maybe for the exception of like some fighting games, but only if I'm like playing it with friends. I know,
Yeah.
right? So like, I'll play like a game of Smash or like Street Fighter or Tekken or whatever if I'm sitting in the same room with you and we're just like having a fun fucking time, right? But I think just the whole idea of PvP against randos on the internet who I don't know or care about, I think that's just the one thing I fucking hate in
Why is
gaming.
God laughing?
I just have this like image of Joey being like, I have fun with friends, and then I think like the angriest I've ever seen Joey is when you're playing against Connor and he was like spamming King K rule at your house, and I'm just like,
No, but that's the thing, right? But that's the thing. It's that I'm okay with getting angry in situations like that because I know Connor, right? And he's there in front of me, right? Like, so like, that's just fun times, right? Like, yeah, I was pissed off that you were spamming fucking counter with King K roll every fucking match.
Joey gets very, very angry when he loses in Smash.
Yeah. but that's what I'm saying though, right? It's like, I already don't like PvP games as it is. Like, I'm not a huge
I'm
fan
back.
of PvP as it is
Fine.
because I get angry easily.
I was just checking
Especially
on the
when it's
stream
against people I can't
if
see or have never heard
everything's
of,
going
never talked to,
alright.
don't know.
See
Yeah.
if
That
there's any
anger, I
audio
think-
problem.
Yeah, that
Just in
that
case there's
like,
Eddie, I'm gonna be
completely gone.
angry.
I remember you were like, yeah, man, I'm the best.
Oh yeah, and also because I cannot turn off the
Joey's like,
I did not say that.
You did myself
you were
back.
like, you were like, I never lose in Mario Kart. To be
Dude, the
fair,
absolute slander this man is throwing. I did not say that.
it was like
did.
fake news.
it was some
fake
It was
news.
something along those lines. You were like, I never lose in Mario Kart, and then I was like, bet. and then like Joey would beat all his friends, and I would just fucking crush Joey.
Okay, crush is a strong word.
But in recent times, we've been playing, and it's been pretty 50-50. But when it was like, which one was it? It's probably when Deluxe came out, the new Mario Kart 8. I was fucking killing Joey.
Yeah, I think so. And
had made like crank gameplays. Ethan have like a fucking breakdown. Do you remember that? We did like a stream where we kept playing Mario Kart.
I only played Baby Park for like 5 hours
until Ethan could beat me, and we must have played it for like 5 hours until he managed to beat me.
We did like 150 fucking. We did Baby Park 150 times on stream. We were like, all right, let's like after like race 20, we were like, all right, if Ethan beats Connor in one race, then we'll end this stream.
Yeah. And then that was also earlier on that they thought I was cheating or something.
Yeah,
so
Doom was like, he's got a modded Switch or something. Like he's winning too many times.
So they made us all change to the same character and the same car and everything, like so that there was no cheating at all. Like we're all using the same thing. And he was like, "How are you still beating me every time?" It was so funny.
See, but like that's like those kinds of like competitive games I fucking love, right? Like I don't want to say the word party games, right? But like
I mean
they are party games. Like that's what I fucking love about party games is that you'll get people who are fucking salty and it is PvP technically. But at the end of the day, it's fucking whatever. It's a fucking Mario Kart game, right?
What do you think about people throwing their controllers, Joe?
Huh?
What do you think about people throwing controllers?
I mean, I've done it before as well.
Have you
actually?
Yeah, I've done it in Smash, remember?
Did you really?
Yeah.
I think it's so cringe. No matter how angry I get, I'll be like, "But not you."
Yeah. Okay, to be fair, I only did it once.
But you see how expensive fucking Joy-Cons are? I ain't throwing those things, man.
Oh, no. I threw like the really cheap shit like GameCube controller.
Oh,
which is like 15 bucks. It's like the budget one. It's like, even if I break this, I can buy another one. It's fine. But the like
that
Pro Controller...
That YouTuber money.
Pro Controller, I would never. And it's too much of an expensive... Like, oh my god, seeing like Smash compilations of like people just... absolutely just chucking their controller.
I do love watching Smash tournament rage moments.
Oh, it is
Very
so
fun,
funny.
very fun.
I'm like, dude, it's
no.
like,
Shit.
just chill.
Yeah, but like I was about to ask, what do you think about party games? I mean, do you see Smash as a party game?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if
What do you-
sometimes I
what do
need
you-
to like. There's one frozen moment because
Dude,
I can't minimize
Sakurai himself said it was a party game, so it's a
app,
fucking
so I just
party
have
game, alright?
sometimes I actually
party
put it
game.
on minimize mode.
It's a party
Yeah.
game that can also be competitive.
Imagine like musical chairs if there was a pro league.
Yeah.
That's
I can't wait for the soul in the comments, man. I cannot wait for the soul in the comments.
I mean, look, it's like look, it's not. I'm not saying that Smash is not a competitive game. Like it absolutely is. I fucking love watching the competitive scene of Smash Bros.
Yeah.
But it's a competitive game that can also be a party game. You know, like again, like if you said, for example, right, if fucking Mario Kart had like a pro league, then yeah, it could probably be a competitive game, but it doesn't.
Why doesn't it though? Why? Okay, here's why I've never understood. How did Smash get so competitive as opposed to basically like every other Nintendo game?
I think because a lot of them are like too random. Like Mario Kart has way too many random aspects. Where I think like
that's why like Smash.
I think that's
Smash
overkill on
competitive
one
is,
part
like,
of
no
the
way,
end.
it's Final Destination.
yeah,
only,
I mean
right?
that's
It's
they
like-
literally nuke all the randomization.
Yeah.
from
Right,
it,
right.
So even the stages they can't move, right? Like they use
Yeah,
the
so the
base.
only I think the only way that something like Mario Kart could ever be competitive is if it's
just
the
no
same
items?
course, no items, and everyone's
Baby
in,
parts.
yeah,
That
same
would be-
course, no items.
be
Everyone's
so
everyone's
fun.
in the same character with the same card.
That'd be so fucking boring.
Yeah,
though.
and that's the only
Yeah.
reason why, right?
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, but like again, like I'm sure there's lots of party games out there that could very easily be considered competitive games.
Like
That-
what?
Well,
Guitar Hero.
yeah.
I mean, that's just the way. That's just going into rhythm games, right?
Yeah.
There was
Boom,
actually
boom.
competitive
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. That's why I thought
Rhythm
about
games
that.
could very easily be competitive games, but they're not. Because there's like no real league for it. But I reckon the only reason why Smash became a competitive game is because of all the fucking Street Fighter games. From the
Yeah,
past.
I feel like also it's just a nice spectator sport as well.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with competitive games, if there's going to be a league for it, it's got to be interesting to watch. I'd say.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why League is the biggest esport, because while I hardly ever play League anymore, I still fucking watch it every year because it is a really fun game to watch, as opposed
because
to
there's so much going on.
yeah, exactly, and it feels like it's a game that's designed to also be viewed as well
Yeah.
from a third person perspective.
I mean, I used to when Overwatch was doing the pro league. my friends used to watch it, but I used to watch it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I play this game, and there's way too much going on. The commentators can't possibly describe what's going on, because all the action happens so fast, and it's 6 different people doing 6 different things, whereas in League, it's normally... If it's a team fight, it's still like you can still tell people what's going on.
Yeah, because it's because of the top-down view, as opposed to Overwatch, which is just like first person. So
it's
you're getting
nauseating. Because like, you'd fucking be following Tracer. Tracer zooms back, and then they're switching to the next guy and switching again. It's like, bro, just fuck me. Like, and also I feel that because of the length of League, it's something you can sit down and enjoy. And like, I think the one reason I've really got into fighting games is that normally when I'm watching, I mean esports, this is what I'm saying. When I'm watching the esports, I normally only watch like the finals because I can kind of follow what's going on. It's like the same.
This is just a race between my guild and others. My God.
Going on. It's like, all right, who's this guy? And by the time I'm finished googling him, the next guy's on fighting, and I'm like, all right, well, who's this guy? And the fight maybe I wanted to watch is over in 3 minutes.
Captain of the guild.
I guess, yeah, I guess that's it. I guess all the fights are over.
It's like literally doing TOA hard than.
Where it plays like what, like 2.
And you know, do it TOA normal.
Like alternates on season.
I mean, it's
crazy. They've got it set up literally like a football.
Yeah,
like,
it's way more like just a football, you know, like a traditional sports now, where you can like kind of like jump in and jump out and see familiar faces and kind of like familiar brands every time. And I feel like that's kind of helped. It's like the esports scene in League is just seems to keep growing every year, which is fucking insane to me. That it's like fucking 10, 11 years old now. How old is League? Yeah, and it's still like growing each year internationally, which shows
the esports is that.
Yeah, the esports is, which shows the power. But like I enjoy watching fighting games as well. Like the only time I ever get into it is during like Evo or like the big
true. Whenever it's like, oh, why is there 1 million views on Twitch? Oh, it's Evo.
Yeah, like I don't go around like fucking looking for like, you know, local cons doing, you know, Smash tournaments. Like I'm not gonna watch those live, but you know. But yeah, like Evo and fucking, you know, those big Smash tournaments are fucking fun to watch.
The sponsor of today's video is EJ Anime Store.
EJ Anime Store.
What? EJ? Wait, how is supposed to?
By Karakawa. Once again, they brought us an assortment of special figure sets.
Look at this shit! Look at this!
You can't get these outside of Japan because they can only be purchased at EJ Anime Store.
Tell us what we got today, Connor.
Oh my God.
So, we have
Was this your first rodeo or something? Like, come on, bro.
I just didn't hear what EJ stood for. I just kind of didn't know what to...
I'll tell you. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. Entertainment, Japan.
Okay. This in the middle wearing the wedding dress, I assume, is the Tiger Isaka wedding version from Toradora. I can't see the face. I love Toradora.
Very nice.
Celebrating the 15th anniversary of Toradora light novel series.
That's
We bring
terrifying.
you the main heroine, Tiger Isaka, dressed in a beautiful white wedding dress.
Not only that, but
White
this special
wedding
set
dress,
includes an original
Nani?
A3 size canvas art signed by the author of the original light novel series, Takemiya Yuko, as an exclusive bonus.
Out of here,
Yeah.
Joey. That is a deal.
Additionally, the figure also includes extra exchangeable face parts showing Tiger's loving gaze.
And an original illustration with a signature board signed by the original illustrator, Yasu, as a bonus.
That's pretty freaking epic. But I'll tell you one thing that I'm genuinely excited about.
No way.
It's the Slayers
Get
set.
outta here, Jim.
I
Get
fucking
outta
love
here.
Slayers, dude.
I can't believe we are celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Slayers light novel.
Okay, to be actually honest with you, I can't fucking believe it's 30 years
I know, right? I know.
Because I grew up reading Slayers, and I'm like, man, this is such a new show. I realized it started before I was born. Now we have the liner inverse kimono version, which is, again, celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Slayers light novel series. And this special set includes a B2 tapestry of the originally created illustration that inspired this figure as an exclusive bonus, as you can see right here.
Look at that.
It's very nice.
And then we also got the Kimi Taboku no Saigo no Senju Reiwa Sekai ga Hajimaru Seisen, and that was a fucking
Yo,
awesome.
Kimi-sen.
Did you just name a town in Wales? So this is the Alice Lise original dress version.
And finally, we have the Date Alive 3 Toka Yatogami Chinese style.
You think you can kill me? No, you can't kill me.
Would you believe me if I told you that I know Japanese?
If you liked any of these figures, be sure to go and check them out at ejanimestore.com or click the link in the description down below.
They're adding new stuff on a regular basis, so stay tuned to their updates and look them up on Twitter and Facebook.
Back to the video.
As the host of this episode. Why are you laughing? I'm the host, Joey. Come on.
What does it feel like? What does it feel like?
Power. As the power. I guess, are we anime podcast?
Wow.
I was wondering this
What a
yesterday.
question.
I was wondering this yesterday.
Yes,
I
I'm
was like, I
not
see people
such a weeb.
on Twitter or Reddit. They talk about like, oh man, like I like it when they talk about anime. I don't like it when they talk about anime. And I guess it's weird because I guess when we started, it was like, I guess we said we were the anime podcast.
Well, our
But-
channel bio, I think, is a terrible anime
Does
podcast.
it?
Yeah.
If you
I
go
mean,
on our about section, that's what it says.
I always never give a fuck that much about anime.
Wow. Just come out and say it.
No, I always had a genuine question for you, which is, do you see yourself as an anime YouTuber?
The thing is, I think because I see myself in the same like realm
Yeah.
with like those people.
Well, because you hang out
God
with them.
damn it, Tattoo. When is your AI gonna be good?
I think because I make so many
Fuck
anime
you,
references
Tattoo.
and
Okay,
such,
should just
anime
with Tattoo not long
videos
ago,
and
to be
anime
honest.
in my
And
videos,
her
I guess
rules
I
are
do,
fucking
but not in the
bad.
traditional sense, like because I don't make
I
videos
tell you,
about
I'm
anime,
being
but-
honest
That's
right
the
now.
thing, right? It's like nowadays,
AI rules are just average rules. It's one of the most random rules I pull on the unit.
Just because, like, I think otaku just equals anime now.
Well, I think the type of people who watch my stuff are people who consume anime.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But I'm not necessarily talking about anime.
No, it's weird, right? Because I've been like, as the OG anime YouTuber, it's so weird seeing anime content on YouTube nowadays. And this is just me thinking out loud, but do people even want to see as much like anime content as much anymore? And because I feel like it's been really weird seeing anime content on YouTube in 2020, where it feels like anime content.
How
doesn't
should I
really
explain what is your
perform
yokai?
that
Tell me,
amazingly
how
well
am I going to
compared to
explain
doing
what's
like
Yeah.
compared to doing like anime themed content as opposed to I am going to make content on a certain show.
It's
yes, thank you, Mori.
Yeah, yeah.
Not the
does
Mori.
exist,
I mean, when we
That
started the podcast, I was
everybody
kind of
knows
worried.
is
I was
a
like,
Mori
fuck, we
in
talk about
my
anime
chat.
every week. Like,
Chat.
because
Yeah, my God.
I can't talk about anime.
I mean, that's, I mean, that is technically speaking, that is what we sought out to do.
Yeah, because I
right?
remember
Yeah.
when we were discussing it, I remember in my head, I'm like, I'm just gonna like bring up other stuff. And, like, we'll just see how it does, right? Like,
Well, it's so
that could
weird.
have backfired so much. and it
Right,
could've
It's
just-
funny
right,
because
right.
the time I talked about anime most is on the podcast with you guys, right? Rarely do we actually talk about anime off screen.
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
I feel like there's more people
fuck.
I guess if you want to get into it, like more people way qualified than us to talk about it.
Yeah.
Who like are just consuming anime. All
Yeah.
they do is talk about anime.
Yeah.
But I also, in my opinion, like when I do want to consume stuff about anime, I often don't want that kind of person who's just like all they do is anime. I kind of want just
Yeah.
like a monkey brain person kind of opinion.
Like a personality who also
I just want some, yeah, that's just why.
Don't
I-
call me
I
Kara.
think the only anime reviews I still watch, which is fucking weird to say, is like I watch critical
Yeah.
reviews because I know that when I'm getting that, I'm getting a review from someone.
That's also like someone like Critical can pretty much just do content on anything.
But
and
I think because I've been on YouTube for
Why is he not the one I
just
want
throughout
to?
all of
Making
my
sure
anime watching lifespan, if you will.
yeah.
Whenever I wanted to see if I wanted to watch a show, I would just go and watch a review from someone.
Oh,
All
no.
they do
Oh,
is
no,
talk
no.
about
Oh,
anime.
no.
All they do is consume anime or type of culture.
Yeah.
And it's just really refreshing to now go and watch someone
Really?
who doesn't really care that much about anime, but they do like it a lot.
like it's not their entire life.
Right, like it's just
Yeah.
like I'm.
I just want me.
I do things,
My
but I
cat
also
just want me.
love
Oh
anime.
fuck!
I feel like
Because
that
the really easy guys
reflects
just
on
want me to get
how,
demonetized,
you know,
huh?
how anime content.
Even though I
performs
don't
on
have any
YouTube as well, is
viewers.
because
Hello.
I feel like if you only do anime content and you only, I feel like because
Why
anime
is it
content so
not
much more
the
based
one
on
I want to
culture
stream?
is, it's not so much.
Please
about
give
being
me
an anime
what I want to
fan,
stream.
You know what I mean? Like there are definitely channels that's, you know, I'm probably like one of the biggest where you focus solely on anime, but I feel like you hit a ceiling, right? You hit the ceiling of, okay, if you only target yourself towards anime fans, that community now is only so big. But anime as a medium is actually bigger
I
than,
see.
Oh my
than
God,
just
finally.
the anime community. Because
Oh,
like,
we are on
you
the
can be-
fucking
you
monkey
can be,
street.
like, true like anime fan, follow seasonal anime and everything like that. But then there's like a way bigger community that knows about anime and, you know, watches the odd anime show, but they also don't have as much of a vested
Are
interest.
you talking about normies, guys?
It's
Maybe I am talking about normies. Like they don't have a vested interest or they're not as invested.
I basically just summed it up. I like watching normie reviews.
It's the
I should have
difference.
just said that.
It's the difference between anime fans and people who are fans of
I think I should.
anime.
Alright, proper.
I feel there's like a big difference, right? Because like an anime fan is like someone where it's like anime is their life. Like they love everything about it. They'll watch anything. They'll, you know, dedicate their life to it. And then there are fans of anime where it's like
actually, I got the perfect word for
What?
this. There are anime fans,
Yeah.
and then there are weebs. Yeah.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
you're
fucking
right.
proud of that.
I'm just like, I figured it out. I figured out the
Right.
system.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah.
So just disregard everything I just said.
No, because someone is like, because as you were saying,
But
I
I also want to say that like we like weeps. we're weeps.
yeah, we are weeps. That's why.
Before, like-
Because like I was thinking to myself, like, what differentiates someone like Critical from
Right.
someone like in the anime community? Because it made me think. Remember the good old days of gatekeeping and
You mean 2020?
yeah, and like the old days where like you're not a true anime fan unless you've watched XXX show.
Yeah.
Like, you're an anime fan? Name me 20 different shows that aren't
you're an anime
Naruto
fan.
and One
Link me
Piece.
on my anime
Yeah,
list.
exactly, right?
Name every anime. Oh wait, Joey's done.
Yeah.
I've done that.
But like I'm like, it's good that nowadays I feel like gatekeeping, especially in the anime community, is like, it's not died, but it's definitely way less than it used to be. But I feel like someone like Critical, I feel like he has watched a lot of anime, right? And he does definitely.
I think he actually watches more anime than me.
Yeah, I think he does
honestly,
as well.
yeah.
I think he does as well. But I don't know. Like, you look at Critical and you're like, you're not a weeb. You know what I mean? You're just a normal anime fan. You know?
Yeah, Felix was like that too. Like at one point, he was doing a bunch of like anime reviews, and he was doing a lot of videos on anime. And I'm just like, okay, I can tell like you like anime, but obviously your entire life is not anime.
Right, and I think that's why people really liked his reviews.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it felt like a very honest.
It felt a
very-
new. It was
very
like a
passionate.
new. It was a new perspective of
Yeah.
opinions on certain shows.
Because I feel like when maybe you're an anime YouTuber, when you're reviewing an anime, it's like I'm reviewing it because it's an anime. Whereas I feel like if Critical or PewDiePie or any other person makes a review who doesn't talk about anime content,
Yeah.
it feels like they have something to say because
Yeah.
they've gone out of their way to make a video about something they normally wouldn't make a video about.
Right.
To talk
Yeah.
about it. Whereas Gon talking about Attack on Titan season 4, of course Gon's going to talk about Attack on Titan season. You know what I mean? Like it's expected, and it's
because
like,
he wants those views.
right, but obviously, I mean, but if someone else does it, right, it's like, oh, they must really like be passionate about what they're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
convey here, and I think
Yeah.
that's something that's really refreshing, and that's something that maybe this is again, this could be from being a YouTuber myself, right, and I can understand the thought process of why they're talking about it,
Yeah.
but I don't know, I guess, and that's why I think I've distanced myself from anime in some aspects.
It's,
like,
and,
I
and,
haven't,
and
I
it's
haven't.
like it's like not to undermine the passion of actual anime fans, right? Like, you know, I'm sure there's a
Oh, I still fucking love the
yeah,
culture of
I'm
anime.
sure there's
like,
I'm
yeah.
sure there's a massive amount of like hardcore anime fans who will make Attack on Titan videos because they
oh yeah,
genuinely love
of
the
course,
show.
of course,
right?
of course, yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
but-
yeah, I'm not trying to say that.
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
admits-
no, of course, of course. Yeah, but like, yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's like when you do see that anime review from someone who
Yeah, you do.
you don't
wonder,
Yeah.
expect an anime review from.
Yeah.
It's just like, ooh, okay.
Because like looking on the internet now, there's like so many low-key anime fans that, you know, that's
They just like suddenly come.
Oh
out
my
of the
God.
woodworks,
Yeah, I
right? It's
know.
like,
Oh, no,
it's like
no, no,
yeah,
no.
I've always been.
Yeah, my tattoo!
it's like sometimes you see these little hints every now and again
Yeah.
where it's like this completely normal YouTuber that you don't expect to watch anime, and then like make a very subtle anime reference, and you're just like, wait, are you a weeb? Do you have something to say?
That's why I always get like scared and surprised when a YouTuber who I thought had nothing to do with anime like
Yeah.
follows me on Twitter. I'm like, something's up. Something's up.
They've
Do,
just-
do,
they-
do you perhaps like anime?
or maybe they've just seen like, wow, this guy likes a lot of porn that I like.
Yeah.
Maybe I should follow him back.
Damn.
Oh
I
God!
remember I
Oh
was
Jesus!
watching like one of the latest Internet Historian videos like a few weeks ago, and then like, you know, it was a very normal Internet Historian video. And then right at the end, he was like giving some shout outs to like his other social medias, and then he mentioned like streaming and everything, and then he showed a clip of Corone, and I'm just like, where did this come
serious?
from? Yeah, he did.
Anyway, I
It's
hope
like right, it's
I'm
like
gonna
right
get
at
some
the
drink.
end as well.
I
So
need to get
it's at the point where most people
yeah,
click
okay,
off.
just can.
Taste, good
Yeah,
taste.
some-
I
like,
hope
you are
I don't
content
die.
too.
Would you like to
Can't
come
help
onto the
but bring it up.
podcast and
That's
talk
fine.
about the goddess that is Corone?
Oh my God.
Because I'd be down. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's fascinating to watch, especially I'd say in like the last 2-3 years of just all these people just suddenly coming out, you know, saying,
Yeah, but how do you feel about anime being like way more
how do I feel about it going
normalized?
mainstream?
Yeah, normalized. I was trying to think of the right word, because is it mainstream yet?
I mean, that's the eternal debate, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, is it truly mainstream yet?
I think so.
It depends on your definition of mainstream, right?
I mean, it's not like everyone's talking about it 24/7, but
No.
is everyone you know.
I mean, people argued that, like, you know, oh, Demon Slayer was trending on Twitter, right? It must have gone mainstream.
And I'm like, I don't think it's mainstream yet. I think it's like about 3-4 years away from like properly being mainstream, I'd say.
I don't know. I feel like every time there's a big show, it helps a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's certainly on its way.
I mean, Attack on Titan Season 4 will hopefully help a lot in terms of like, hey, here's a completed masterpiece. Hopefully.
I mean, the amount of money that the fucking Demon Slayer movie made in like the first like 2 weeks of it coming out.
I mean,
like,
it's still like dwarf
nuts.
numbers compared to like
proper,
you know,
proper
like giant
big
blockbuster.
giant
I mean, it's
blockbusters,
yeah.
$45 million in
Yeah.
the first weekend, which is amazing. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, fuck it. Avengers got like $1 billion in like the first weekend or something ridiculous, which is obviously like, you know, not a huge comparison.
But then
Yeah.
again, if I heard Robert Downey Jr.'s voice in Demon Slayer, it would probably get more, right?
I mean, and again, it is Japan, so it's kind of a very isolated market.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say like how well it would do.
Yeah, that's why I say that it's still like a few years from being like properly mainstream. But at this point, it's not like anime itself isn't mainstream, but at least pretty much everyone knows what anime is now.
It's accepted
Yeah,
worldwide.
there's never this debate of you mention an anime and people are like, what language?
What
are you
is an
speaking about?
anime?
What is an anime?
It's weird because I think that, you know, there's 40, 50-year-olds online who you talk to who get all the anime references and keep up with it. But then I've got 25-year-old friends in the UK who are like, what's that? Like, what's a Death Note? What's that?
What's a Death Note?
No, legit. Like, so it's I think we almost get our like perceptions skewed, especially ours, because we are surrounded by like-minded individuals to an extent.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by people online.
Yeah.
We never interact with people really outside of the online bubble. And
true.
even when we leave our house, right, we're normally going to an event with other online people, people who work in the same industry, right? But
Yeah.
when I go back to the UK,
It's a success, Nani.
they
It's a
literally have,
success.
no fucking clue about
Right.
it.
I'm happy that it's a
They'll be like,
success.
"Let's have that One Punch Man or something, you know. They'll be
But the
like,
fact that they've heard about that,
they
is
must
Okay,
have,
I'm
like,
back.
At my age, I would expect them to be like, come on.
Yeah.
You're 24. You should
Like-
know what Death
Yeah.
Note is. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, like, with titles like that, as long as you're on the internet, it's pretty fucking hard to avoid. Right?
Yeah. I
but
mean,
like it's weird because like when you go into those kind of social circles and you realize, oh, you don't spend all your time on Twitter and seeing all the fucking drama and everything happening on online. You're just watching fucking Love Island or whatever and just like happy with that, you know.
God, I fucking hate reality TV. Okay.
Today, I'm not
That's like a
sponsored.
whole new world. But even some people that I know who, you know, don't spend any time on the internet and everything like that, still I've heard of some of these like bigger
That's
shows.
cool.
And to me, that is still like a massive step than what it was even like 5 years ago and like going back
Yeah,
10
because
years
you had to
ago.
like seek out that shit. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
really
That's the
dig
reason I
deep.
started YouTube was to make friends who I could speak to.
We are, all I know is we are on 53 at least. Oh my god, I'm happy that we are on 53, but then the last 20 floors is gonna be
It's like I did
hard.
want to speak about it, but I didn't want to make a whole podcast talking about it. I want to make a podcast that talks shit. For
I mean, I
like
think
2
the only
hours.
reason why we labeled ourselves an anime
Oh,
podcast is
time
because
to-
all three of us
not to
individually
just-
are already
I
like
guess it was like a-
established in that field.
I guess it was like a comfort thing, but then when we got in the flow of it, I think we realized that like, I think us just chatting is like
Yeah, because I
the
remember
best.
like when we first were conceptualizing this podcast, we were like, all right, let's just like maybe like the first like 10 or 20 episodes, we should like solely focus on stuff that people know us for, and then maybe every now and then, you know,
And I was the whole time I'm like,
we'll slide
what
in
the
some other
fuck?
stuff.
I do not want to do this.
So we'll slide in some other stuff, and then, you know, episode 1 rolls around, don't mention anime a single time. I think we only talked about Attack on Titan for like 20 minutes in the
Yeah.
first
I
episode.
don't know. I've watched a lot of anime podcasts. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I watched.
What do you think about
Podtaku.
them?
Okay, well, this is the thing, right? There's only so much you can fucking say about anime, and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the times it's like 3 or 4 people who regurgitate the same point with slightly different wording back to each other, and like, yes, I agree. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. I mean, some
Yeah.
people are looking for that, but to me, it's like not exciting anymore. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
because there's so much of it out there.
There's
right?
too much anime, and I've gotten to the point now where I don't really have as much time as I'd like to do everything that I want to do.
Yeah.
So now I
Really?
just wait
Tomorrow?
until the season's over, and I'm like, right. So what was the best show, guys? What was the
What was the show that was worth?
Because I feel like out of the 3 of us, I probably watched the most.
Yeah.
anime.
You do.
Oh,
I'm the most normie here.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, and we got like a spectrum here where Joey's like, I don't even watch anime anymore. I just read manga.
Yeah.
Even though I'm like called the anime man.
Yeah, he's the anime man who reads more manga than like anyone.
Yeah, and I feel like 2020
The
has been
manga
the year
man.
where I have watched the least amount of anime like in probably like the last
Yeah,
few
but
years. And
I think
that's
everyone
partly
I would
due
do
to the
this
fact that
kind of
I feel like
stuff
2020 has
for
just been
TOA.
a really weak year for anime. Mostly,
does.
yeah, like some of it is not the faults of like the anime itself. It's just the world situation right now where it's just less shows being made. So it's been really weird.
Yes, I
because
might
I've-
order some.
because I've been watching less anime. I've had to find my enjoyment from like other things, like VTubers and gacha games. And it's really like broadened my horizons to like other kind of anime subcultures and everything in like the
Yeah.
weeb subculture and everything like that.
The otaku, just overall otaku culture is like really just expanding, I think, just in general with the success of, the aforementioned like VTubers and gacha games and all that shit. It's just, I don't know. It's really interesting to watch, especially as someone who's been in that realm for most of my life.
Yeah.
Do you find consuming media in 2020 to be a bit worse in general, just due to the climate of everything going on right now?
I mean, I find that consuming media, period, has become worse in general. I don't know.
Because you
From
kind of...
because of 2020 or just in general?
Just
Like,
in general.
oh, really?
I feel like there's just too much media now. Like...
I don't
Like,
know. I think it has to do mostly with like the environment that we're like placed in, right? It's like for a lot of people, consuming media is really the only thing we can do to like.
I think that's almost like a little bit about it as well. Is that 2020 has just been so? I mean, everyone can relate to this, right? It's been shit, right?
Unless you're
It's
from
kinda been-
from the future and you're watching this, 2020 was a shit year.
It's been kind of shit, and every time like I have free time to do it, I'm like, this is free time I could have been doing something fun and doing something in my life, but I'm just stuck here watching this anime, so I've got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad. It doesn't feel like I'm really choosing to do it. It feels like I'm doing it out of like just like
Obligation.
default. Yeah, it's like I've
Yeah.
nothing better to do. And woe is me, I can't enjoy anime, right? Who fucking cares? But like at the end of the day, I'm just trying to explain why I guess my enjoyment right now of like anime especially, it's probably been the thing that's dropped off most.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
definitely, like, I hate to like admit it to myself, but I've definitely had a massive fucking burnout with anime. Like, just not only because like this year's anime has been kind of mid, but also just the fact that I don't know. I've just been doing this shit for so long now, where it's like,
I made a video like 6 months into my YouTube career, like this is like 5 years ago now.
Right.
Like why I don't watch much anime anymore. and I in that video, I think it's actually
My run
still
on
up.
her
In
is
that video, I was
this.
kinda
It's
like,
on
I don't know,
accuracy.
it's weird. I just started making YouTube videos, and I just don't watch much anime anymore.
Right.
I kind of watch like
H
2 or 3 a season. at
view
most.
and
Then I realized
delay
I thought
the
I would
most
go back to normal.
randomest
Never did go back to normal. I've
random
been at the same
rune
stage
set
the
I
whole time.
I
have
feel
on
like
the
that's
unit.
just the normal.
Well,
side
Vermos
of
is like
fucking anime
is a
now.
What I
bad
realized
rune
is, like,
set.
when you first get into anime, or you have that period when you start watching a fuck ton of anime.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like, okay, well.
Well,
when
thought
for
that would last
Sap
forever.
is
well, I thought that
just
okay, when that
normal.
honeymoon period, if you will, ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, well, maybe next summer when I have a lot of free time, it'll come back round.
High
I
on
told myself that like
defense,
every
but then
year,
not high
yeah,
enough.
and I realized, oh, this is just like the new normal.
and then
Like,
you wake up first day of the summer break and you're like, I have nothing to do.
Well, I feel like it was a real tell for me this year, especially when I always felt like I was behind an anime. Well, like I don't have enough time to keep up with everything I wanted, and then in the 1 year where you have the most free time to do whatever you want, it just like watching anime. It just felt like a chore.
Sorry.
Because you're just like, I'm not taking a break from something else. I just feel like I'm doing this because I have nothing else to do.
You start making excuses like, when you were back at school and you had to study, right? It's like oh, I have to like clean my room. I have
this
to go
is just
shopping.
the existential episode of the podcast. Like, what are we here for anymore? What am I doing?
Are we truly
Why
an
do
anime
we watch?
podcast?
Why do we watch anime?
For fun? Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I mean, okay, like the by the time this will be out, the drifting episode will be out.
Yes.
And then the Cali episode will be out, and then we're filming another thing that's coming out soon. It's a big deal.
second special OVA.
Second special.
I know we spoke about this on YouTube Burnout, but I feel
Oh,
like a
no.
lot of my energy. that
My
goes
anime!
into anime and consuming content.
My
is
anime!
different animes.
No.
And I feel like
Why?
All my energy's been
Why?
focused on Fast-paced.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, we spoke.
Yes,
about
but
that.
then not enough.
Yeah,
Spoke about, but it's like
Fuck.
I guess I wanted to talk about this topic in general, just because I know that we get a lot of comments.
No.
"Can you talk about anime?"
Okay.
But then there's also people on the other side of the
I
spectrum.
feel like it's 50-50.
Yeah, there's some people who are like, "Oh, I fucking hate it when they talk about anime."
Yeah.
Like, I wonder
Oh.
to the viewers, do you prefer when we speak about anime or not? I mean, we're going to speak about it regardless when we want to. But it's nice to hear your opinion.
Yeah, we want to hear your opinions, but at the end of the day, we're going to talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. But like, but that to me is just like reassuring that we have an audience that, because I always thought, oh yeah, like 99.9% of the people who are subscribed to and watch Trash Taste are only there because they like anime.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I thought, I mean, when we started the podcast, I knew it was going to be a risk, being like, let's just talk about ourselves. Let's just fucking talk about life.
Yeah. Because there's someone who's pigeonholed themselves into that side of
you've
things.
never really spoke about yourself publicly, and I just wanted to because I'm like, man, I feel like people.
Because I love myself.
I just feel like I'm a gift. And no, I mean, because on your chat, I really thought that as a YouTuber there was like this image that people had of me, and I really just wanted to like talk about myself and help. Well, not help, just like I don't know. Have this image, the image people had of me be more true. So when they watch my videos, they might see me behave in a certain way, but when they go and watch Trash Taste, they know what I'm really like. They know what I'm show, right? They know that it's like.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I like to preface it by saying like, on Trash Taste, we're not the Anime Man, Giga, and Sea Dog. We're Joey Gunn and Connor, right? Because like I like to think that how you guys see us on this show is is the closest to reality of how we actually are. Whereas like on our main channels. Of course, like any good main channel, there's a performative side to it, right? Where it's like we're acting as like that character.
I mean, my content on my main channel is like way different from anything we do on Trash Taste, and that's why like working on some of like the more ambitious projects on Trash Taste has been like a breath of fresh air to me because it's just something different.
Like the drifting video was, I mean, it was just a challenge all around. I mean, that was like.
I mean, that was a challenge on every fucking end. I mean, we briefly talked about like how much effort we put in that video, but holy hell, I learned so much from just doing the episode and just seeing how much how all the little things you don't think about until the day of the shoot. Right?
By the way, go check it out if you haven't. It's in the description.
I mean, I really want to make more, but also want some more help because, like, I feel like being in charge of all the tech is so worrying. Because it's like, what is Joey's mic working? Is this camera working?
We need to start hiring like.
We need
staff.
a PA. We need a PA. Hey, people living in Japan. Okay.
We're hiring.
I wish I lived in Japan.
What were we saying? Fuck.
What's that?
About like
I'm from Malaysia.
It's an anime podcast.
God damn it.
Oh, we're just talking about the evolution of the anime community in the past years and how like popular it's gotten. So like, here's the question: where do you see the anime community and the anime fandom in like the next few years?
It's really hard to say because I mean,
honestly, same. I think it'll be the same-ish.
You think it'll be the same?
I think
roughly.
I think it'll be the same, but definitely we're gonna start to see more, as you put it, weebs than actual like anime fans, right? Like because I feel that the whole genre of anime fans is kind of like, I don't want to say it's dying, but it's slowly becoming not as like in the spotlight as was before. Right?
Saying you're an anime fan is sounding more and more like you're just saying you're a gamer. You know what I mean? It just means nothing because everyone's a gamer. You know what I mean?
I mean, I remember when I used to play online games like League of Legends, and I would make like a weeb joke or whatever. Yeah. And like people would be like, "You're a fucking weeb, you disgusting." But now it would be like one person in the lobby who doesn't know the reference. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I genuinely don't think that much will change.
Soon we're gonna be calling ourselves otaku girls instead of gamer girls, right?
Otaku girls.
Yeah, I'm an otaku.
I wonder, do you ever think that maybe like the degenerate side of anime might hold it back from going more mainstream?
No, I feel like that subculture is always going to be there.
Yeah.
Because
if anything, it's grown.
Yeah, because right now, it's like people were scared that anime becoming mainstream would make this degenerate side of anime like kind of calm down a bit. But if anything, just because there's so much more anime being made nowadays, you don't really have to pick and choose.
Who the fuck thinks that it would calm down the degenerate side?
I mean, I've seen comments online to be like,
I think
really?
the general stigma is that.
Oh my god!
But as someone who is in the degenerative
you seen how much
side,
Pokemon porn there is? That shit, that stuff doesn't chill out with more people.
As someone on the degenerative side, like seeing all these like new faces come into it, these just so wholesome, like just pure-hearted people coming into it, being like, "What is?"
Yeah, that I don't like.
And I'm just like, "Let me show you."
What the?
Let me open your world.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like the Joker in that case, right? Like I love seeing people suffer through this, and just like realizing that the world that they're living in is actually burning from the inside. Right? It's like,
Joey just wants to see the world burn.
yeah, I love seeing the world burn.
Alrighty then.
Just be like, let me teach you a little thing.
You know what?
about
I think I
building
should just
roads.
switch to my
Yeah.
speed team
No, but
now.
I feel like because the big change I've seen is not in the content of anime that's being made, but just the sheer amount of anime that's being made. Like this season, we have like 38 fucking shows airing the season.
I just couldn't give a fuck.
Which is like, if you try to keep up with everything, that's watching 3 seasons of anime in one fucking week. Who the fuck's doing this? You know what I mean?
Because 20 years ago, I think I remember this from a video I made.
I'm
20
gonna
years ago,
lose
like,
this race anyway.
2000s,
Why am I doing this race?
Each season
What am I
would have
doing with my
7
love life?
shows.
Yeah, it would,
which is much more manageable.
Yeah, there was a period like 10 to 20 years ago where you could legitimately follow everything that was going on in the season and be kept up with like the conversation with what was coming out, because there wasn't that much to watch.
Also usual.
And now it's just, okay, what kind of anime fan are you? Do you like the mainstream shonen stuff? Do you like, you know, degenerate stuff, idol stuff, whatever, or like a mixture of everything? Like you could pick and choose.
I don't know if I'm a degenerate or
There's
a
an
manga
anime for
guy or
every niche
shonen
and every
guy.
fetish now.
Yeah.
I mostly watch
And
shonen
the thing is,
animes
like, I feel like
nowadays.
the quality of anime in general has gotten a little better, because everything, like, I feel like everything's just good. Everything's just like,
because you got to stand out now.
yeah,
Right?
exactly.
It's like fucking TV. Like TV is so good now.
Yeah.
Like, there is so many fucking good TV shows that like every week you're getting recommended like a 9.5 out of 10. You're like,
Yeah.
well, fuck. I mean, I barely finished House of Cards, and then look what happened to that.
But, yeah,
And
but,
go,
but like the problem with that is it's like biggest first world problem in the world. When
It really
everything
is,
when
it
everything's
really-
good,
Everything's too good.
when everything's good, nothing stands out anymore. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I watch a seasonal anime now, and it's like this is like the biggest 7 to 8 out of 10 in a seasonal anime, and I just forget it. And I compare like these like what I would call now like average shows,
Yeah.
and I compare it to some of like the kind of like the mid shows that I would watch back when I was getting into anime, and they're like way better. But for some reason, I remember watching like a show like off the top of my head, maybe something like Darker Than Black,
Yeah.
which is also, I fucking enjoyed that show, but it's like I think back and I'm like, if that show aired nowadays, it wouldn't stand out at all.
Yeah.
But
That's
God,
the thing, right?
I
It's
love
like,
that shit.
yeah, that's the thing, though, right? It's like, you know, normally in an out of 10 rating, 5 is the average.
Yeah.
And it really says something when nowadays 7 or 8 is the average.
This episode is sponsored by Skillshare. Connor, to you.
I did not expect that. Okay. This holiday season, give the gift that means more. Get creative and learn how to make the perfect handmade gift with Skillshare's online classes.
Skillshare is an online learning community that offers membership with meaning, with so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives. Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth.
We've all been learning how to read script, and it's going great. List multiple topics. If you watch a podcast, you might be interested in video editing or Photoshop or any of that stuff that goes into making YouTube content, and I guarantee no matter what skill you want to learn, there is a class for it on Skillshare.
If you love the way we sound, there's also an audio production lessons that are available as well.
What's Joey doing with his head?
I'm agreeing.
I had to get up on my phone, but I've actually used quite a while back when I did promote Skillshare on my own channel.
Right.
I did do the Adobe Photoshop CC Essentials training course because I sucked at Photoshop. And this was a great way to get very condensed guides on how to do certain things in Photoshop that I still use to this day. Thanks to Skillshare.
This holiday season, give a gift that means more. Get creative. I was very, very.
If we get
impressed
email
because I am
Begamon
so
to reveal
passionate
our account,
about
it'll
how
be
to
a
get
fucking
creative
fun
and learning
video.
how to make the perfect handmade gift.
I'm scared.
I'm worried. When you put time...
If he will literally roast us to the end and make us depressed, it will be funny as fuck. But then,
Give a
it's
gift that's one of a kind, completely personalized or perfectly imperfect. Damn, that's deep, bro.
Skillshare is also incredibly affordable, especially when compared to the pricey in-person classes and workshops.
Nice.
An annual subscription is less than $10 a month.
Are you saying that if I pay less than $10 a month, I can get
Everything.
knowledge?
You can get the knowledge of the internet.
Damn.
Everything I've ever wanted.
Unlock your brain for less than $10 a month.
So explore your creativity at Skillshare.com/trashtaste and get a free trial of a premium membership.
That is Skillshare.com/trashtaste for a free
the
trial.
part that I can't even do
Thank
much
you,
in
Skillshare.
this guild
Sponsoring.
was it's bad.
Just going off on what I was saying before, where I feel like it's just harder to consume media now because just less things stand out, and there's so much choice that sometimes you ever get that point where you're like you sit down, you have like your lunch or something, you're like, oh, let's put something on in lunch, and then you spend like fucking 15 minutes scrolling down your fucking anime list or your Netflix or something, and then you end up finishing your lunch by the time you like finish scrolling down and looking at everything. You know?
Yeah.
I just click the first thing that's in my YouTube recommended. It's half decent.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like, I can't, if I know I'm going to be eating, like, I can't put Netflix on, because I know I'm going to eat the food before the credits even fucking finish.
Yeah, yeah. I always have to put on YouTube, but like for me, it's like, it's the opposite. I put on a video where I'm like, okay, yeah, I can rewatch that. Right. You know, it's usually a video that I know I enjoyed and I know I liked, but has the replayability that I can watch it again during lunch. So weirdly enough, I don't actually go out and like look for new videos during like a lunch break or something.
Yeah.
Like I need to be like in that mood of like discovery. Right. As weird as that sounds.
But before I go to bed, the amount of times I've opened Netflix and had luck and just been like, well, all of these seem like I'd probably have fun, but fuck, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll put Report of the Week on and watch him eat a fucking Burger King. I don't know, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a question for you though, Connor. You said you watch way less anime now than you used to. Would you say that maybe you might be growing out of it in any sense of the word? Like it just doesn't fit your lifestyle anymore?
You're maturing out of anime?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I still love anime.
Yeah.
The banger shows, but I think I've just, I don't know, stop fucking lying to myself. Like, I think because of the position I was in, I felt indebted to anime. Like, I had to watch it.
Right. Yeah.
You know, back when I first started, I was like, I'm an anime YouTube.
I am not getting
so I can be like, keep up in the hot takes.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, maybe like 2-3 years ago, I just kind of realized, like, I don't want to do this. I'm just gonna watch the biggest shows that come out and enjoy them and have a great time. I love anime, right? The way I can.
Like you don't care to like go out and like discover if the show is good or not, right?
No, I have no ambition to do that. I'm like, I'll just wait until everyone agrees a show is good.
Yeah.
I'll watch it because I know the show's gonna be good. Like, I've had so many experiences where I've just watched an anime that's so fucking boring that I'm like, okay, I mean, yeah, I guess Decadence was fine. You know,
Did you watch Decadence?
I watched like 3 episodes of Decadence because everyone was hyping it up.
Yeah, everyone's hyping it up. Is it good?
I totally agree with
Really?
this.
Just like,
there's so many shows nowadays which are seasonal anime, and I feel like people only hype it up because
I've been in drop season since last year.
So someone's got
October or September, I can't
I
remember.
mean, it's really telling because 90% of those shows that get hyped up while it's airing, you don't hear about after it's finished.
I think it's like around between
I think on average, I watch
September and
yeah,
November.
I agree. Yeah, I watch a lot more YouTube.
That's a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
The thing is, right, okay, YouTube tells me, because you can actually look on the app and it can actually tell you how much YouTube you watch a week.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you how much you watch an average day. And it's something like 4 hours a day I watch or something. So on average, at least.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, like I said, 40
I mean, I'm probably the same. I just haven't checked.
Because the problem is, right, is that it's not...
It's on the YouTube app?
Yeah, it's on the YouTube app.
check
Like,
right
it's
now.
like deep in the settings.
Oh no.
So, I mean, while I'll look while I'm explaining it. But I remember that there was... because essentially, right, when I go to the gym, right, for 2 hours, because I have YouTube Premium, so you can lock your phone and listen to audio.
Yeah.
I'll watch YouTube videos with just audio only. So that's like 2 hours. When I take a shit, you bet I'm putting the YouTube video on for 2 minutes. When I'm brushing my teeth, YouTube video. When I'm in the bath, YouTube video. When I'm working and it's not important, I don't need to listen, YouTube video.
Yeah.
I have 4.5 hours daily.
See? See? Did you
Daily
think that
average.
you watch 4 hours of YouTube?
No. I've apparently already just today watched 3 hours.
I mean, I know that I watch a hell of a
God
lot of
doesn't
YouTube.
want to know.
What?
If I don't look, I don't have to know.
Dude, on Sunday I watched 8 hours of YouTube.
Jesus.
I don't even remember doing that.
No, because here's the thing. Why, like...
I've watched 50 hours in the last week.
Yeah, because here's the thing about YouTube is that it's just content on YouTube is just that much easier to consume, right?
Yeah.
Because you know when do you have like a kind of like a subconscious value system when it comes to like content? So when you watch like a Netflix show or something, it's like you're sitting down and you're paying the fuck attention, right?
Yeah.
But when it's a YouTube video, you could be doing whatever and you just can have it on in the background and just and just not really give a shit about it, you know?
Yeah, I also like keeping up with YouTube a lot. Like, I think I'm way more invested in like YouTube like
As a subculture.
yeah than anime. Honestly,
Yeah.
I've been following YouTube like religiously for like 7 years, so
Yeah.
I know all like the drama, everything that's ever happened on YouTube. I'm sure like if we did a quiz, I'm sure I'd ace that quiz.
Yeah,
Are you a YouTube fan?
I'm a big YouTube fan.
no, I know exactly what you mean because it's exactly the same in like every subculture of YouTube as well. Because like I know a lot of AniTubers who I swear spend most of their time watching other AniTubers
Yeah.
as opposed to watching anime. And I feel like every AniTuber has been through that stage where
Oh,
you
yeah.
find yourself watching more AniTubes than you do watching anime. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. It's like I could watch this anime, or I could watch this AniTuber talking
Yeah.
about that anime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now it's just grown from I watch other AniTubers to now I just watch other YouTubers in
YouTubers,
general.
yeah.
Rather than, like my anime consumption has remained the same this entire time, but my consumption of like watching other anime YouTubers and watching other YouTubers is just grown immensely.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like it's so weird when I see whenever I see the comments, and you know the comment I'm talking about, where it's like, oh, I'm having trouble keeping up with anime, but a 2-hour trash taste episode. give me that shit any day of the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess because it's easy to digest, right? I think with anime, I mean, Joey can't relate, but you know, there's subtitles. I gotta fucking focus. You know, it's like, all right, okay, fine. I guess I'll pay attention.
Well, I mean, I have to focus on listening,
I guess
right.
true. But
Yeah.
but I still, yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I guess it's sad because I just don't want to admit that I've fallen out of anime. Really, I think that's the saddest part.
right.
There.
Especially because you've like followed it for all this time, right?
I guess it's kind of sad being like, I guess I'm just not into anime as much as I used to be. Like, I don't know.
Do you think though that's
Like I said,
because
it's just part of growing
yeah,
up.
yeah,
right?
Yes, it is,
yeah.
man.
Do you think but do you think as well that it might have to do with the fact that you have grown up, or is it the fact of like just the quality of the shows, or like the type
No,
of
it's
shows that
definitely
are
not the
coming
quality.
out?
I mean, we got that.
Yeah.
The anime's better now than it was.
But do you feel like maybe it's just you enjoy different kinds of media now? Because let's remove anime from the equation. But what's like the last TV show you properly enjoyed, anime or not?
Great Pretender?
Okay.
Okay.
And that was like, that's an anime. And
Yeah.
that was like 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
Right.
What the fuck have I been watching?
YouTube apparently.
It is.
Because here's what I've realized, where you know when I find a show that I really enjoy, it's so rare nowadays because we consume so much media, but so much of it is just fucking forgettable.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why you do watch a lot of YouTube, right? But is that the same kind of enjoyment that you get from watching some of your favorite shows that you know you remember from as a kid, or you know when you're marathoning a show and you're just really into it? And I feel like just because we consume more media doesn't necessarily mean that we value media the same.
That's
you know,
true.
it's just I feel like we've just programmed our brain to never have dead space, so we're always consuming something.
Yeah.
And I guess because of the age of the internet and, you know, being more knowledgeable about anime, especially in our position, right? It's
Yeah.
almost commodified. So
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of weird because I think my motivation for wanting to watch anime now is to just feel in the loop.
Right.
Yeah.
Not because I actually want to watch that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why
You guys
I
are just
don't
in
really
chat in
myself
one
only
chat,
gonna watch
in one
TV
guild chat
shows.
right now.
Everyone agrees
But
it's
that's the
good.
thing, right? It's like it definitely doesn't help when everyone else around you is like, "Hey, have you watched this show? Have you watched this show? Have you watched this show?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this show?"
Because
Yeah.
To us it's different now, because to us it's like anime has become a job, and
Yeah.
someone who watches as much anime as me, like I can see a show and I can be like, I can see that this is a good show. You know what I mean? I can break it down to be like, yeah, I know why this is a good show. I know why people are hyping this up. But when you reach a point where you kind of become part of the seasonal cycle, you kind of see like the patterns. You know? There's always the
Also
same.
just turning it into a fucking conveyor belt. Right?
I
Like,
had that exact experience when I went to go watch the Demon Slayer movie.
Yeah.
I was like, I took one look at the poster and I was like, I know exactly what's gonna happen. In this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, exactly right.
Like just from like, oh yeah, this character's gonna do this and this character's gonna do this, and sure enough, I was like 90% correct on what happened.
Yeah.
And like, is that a good thing? Or I mean, I still enjoyed it, but it's like, you know, the whole like wow factor was completely gone, right? And I think
Yeah.
that's the entire reason why I've kind of been burnt out on anime and I've been much more into manga. Because like nowadays, especially nowadays, everybody is talking about every anime that matters.
Yeah.
Right? It's almost like inescapable.
Yeah.
But the manga side of things, because like 90% of manga don't have translations, it's still a mystery.
Yeah.
Right? It's what the anime community was, you know, 10
like
years
10,
ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
I totally agree, and that's why like I love going into the world of manga, because you don't in anime. You don't get that feeling of discovering that hidden gem anymore.
Yeah.
There's no feeling of discovery because everyone knows what everything good is. Right?
You know what's gonna come out 3 seasons
There's
from now, right?
there's no surprise anymore.
Yeah.
Like even when there's a good show that I can recommend someone watching the season, to me I'm just like, I can tell this is a good show and I can tell people will enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I don't enjoy it in the same kind of like, wow, this is something new to me. I'm like, okay, this is just a very solid show this season, and I can recommend people watch it if they want to experience X kind of thing. But when I go into manga, I'm just like, I don't know what's going to be good. I don't know what's going to be bad.
The amount of times I've like finished reading a manga series and I've said to myself, how is no one talking about this? Is way more than any amount of anime that I've ever covered. Because again, like that whole mystery of
Well, it's an event, right? As well, like it's coming out this season. It's one of the things,
Right.
Like, you're watching weekly, right? Like it's gonna end. Like manga is so ongoing that it's hard to, I think, have that kind of hype for it.
Right.
Yeah, and there's like way more. I feel like there's way more choice with manga as well, and it's such a vast world
It's
that
fucking loads.
that I don't feel like anyone's going to be able to read everything. So
Challenge
I
accepted.
just realized this is literally, like you said, first world problems, the podcast. My toilet seat temperature is 1 Celsius off what I like. Right, what can I say? I do agree.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
no, I mean it totally is, but it's totally, I feel like, a problem that has come with this new generation where there's just so much to do, so much to watch. It's impossible.
There's too much to do.
There's too much. to
It's
do.
like that whole fucking meme of like, white people rewatching The Office for like the 10th time.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's funny. I like it. It's,
Like I've rewatched Always Sunny in Philadelphia more times than I can fucking count.
fucking-
Man.
Boy, is it lagging? Oh fuck! No, it's lagging. Really.
okay, actually, though.
It's gonna.
Relate to that.
All right, now.
But I feel like because there's so
Oh,
much,
fuck,
we've
right.
desensitized
Thank God.
ourselves to so much as well. And like, I look at someone like you who probably watches more content, more media than you ever have in your life.
Yeah, probably.
But thinking back about what's actually memorable, it's
like,
hard,
like,
right? It's hard.
I like you. I think you were like, what the fuck? Like when I play League of Legends or play games, I watch YouTube videos on the other like screen.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You can't.
It's the same as people who can watch a TV show while reading a book. It's like, how do you do
Well,
that?
that's fucked up.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, how do you do that?
Oh, because you
Or
can-
like listening to music while reading a book. I can't even do that.
I can do that.
I can't do that.
Okay, here's a question. Do you remember the first time you watched a YouTube video at 1.5 or 2 times speed?
No, I've never done
Have
that.
you ever done that?
Yeah, of
never.
course, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
And I realized, because I realized, why would I ever want this? That just means I'm not enjoying the content how it's supposed to be like enjoyed. And then I realized, wait, I could just consume this content in a faster,
Oh my
in like a shorter time period. And then
There are people who
Life hacks.
legit watch every video in like 2 times.
and then
speed.
I've realized, like, I realized it was like a habit like that was subconsciously forming, and I realized, wait, I'm not even fucking enjoying this content anymore. I'm just watching it just to keep up, and I'm like,
Right.
wait, that's pretty fucked, because that's kind of like hacking my mind into what fucking entertainment is at the end of the day. 'Cause
Right,
you know what I mean.
I do think
It's like
time.
slowly turning into like an info wars.
I
What is entertainment? Are we consuming too much media?
I do think times 2 should be reserved for shitty tutorials that take too fucking long.
yeah.
Too long
I
to explain.
totally agree with you. I totally agree with you.
I don't trust anyone who opens up a tutorial and doesn't immediately skip to 2 minutes in. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's so many fucking channels that are like tutorials. Like, yo, what's up, guys? I'm like, you should not. YouTubers who do tutorials should not be allowed to do intros.
Yeah.
Like, you should basically just tell me.
Just
what
give
I-
me the
Yeah,
information.
just fucking get right into it, dude. Like, yo, what's up, guys? I'm uploading daily content. Okay. And next week I'm live streaming. I'm gonna be talking about, and it's.
I remember the other day because I was trying to like fix something with my cam link, right?
Yeah,
and I was
right.
like, okay, I need to figure out some issues with cam link. And there was this video which was like, 5 issues with cam link and how to fix it. It was like a 10-minute video. I'm like, all right, like maybe they're gonna go like 2 minutes
it
each,
doesn't
right?
need to be 10
Yeah.
minutes.
And I'm like, dude, this dude, like, legit, like, swear to God, for the first 6 minutes, he was just plugging all this shit and, like, trying to add, like, jokes and stuff. And he's like, all right, let's get into the meat of the video. And I'm like, there's only 4 minutes left. How are you going to talk about 5 problems and how to solve them in 4 minutes?
Magic.
You know, it's a big issue when even like, because you can Google this stuff, and
Yeah.
Google will show you the video results,
Yeah.
and it'll literally skip to the point where it thinks the tutorial
yes,
actually starts. Which is like, if Google is automating this, why do people think that anyone else is gonna fucking watch it?
I remember 2010 when it was like video game, like, oh, where is this thing or how to do this thing.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
always watch a video. The video will show you.
Oh my god, it's gonna such a long time.
No
I'm only on
commentary.
well,
Yeah,
60.
now it's going
6.
backwards where I'm like, I guess I'll click the forum first and see if I can get the information in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So having to click on this 20-minute video and fuck. You know, is it the same operating system? Fuck.
Yeah.
It's like I don't care about your cam link jokes, alright? Just tell me how to fix my fucking cam link, please.
Just thinking of all the times when I've had like a tech issue and it's some guy with like the thickest accent like trying to explain it. I'm like, okay, fuck, what is he saying? Times 2.
And he's like literally swallowing the microphone as well. So you, like even at times 2 speed, it's like I can't. I can't. And you have to go down to the comments to like see if someone's like said like paraphrased it in some way.
You know what I hate? YouTube has started doing a thing where you can. I mean, they've done it for a while, but if you're a foreign channel, so I could put.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Right. So there was this one where it was a guide, and I clicked on it, and I'm pretty sure it was like an Indian guide, fully in like India. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is the title in English?
Right.
It's like how to fix your Android 5 problem. And I was like, sick. That's exactly what I want. I click on it, and he starts talking Indian. I'm like, what the fuck? And like there was no subtitles or anything. So I was like, why? Why would you do this?
Yeah, because it like auto translates the titles.
Oh
right?
no, I got it. Oh no.
But, like I've done that before with like because I watch like a lot of like Japanese videos as well with like Japanese titles, and for some reason every now and then there's a video where if I search for it, it's displayed in Japanese, but the moment I click on it, the title turns to English.
Is it the dude who makes the knives out of shit?
That one too, but also there's like a bunch of just like I've like a lot of like VTuber clips, for example, like are written in Japanese in the search bar. But then the moment I click it, it turns to English.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. And I feel like...
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Which is why I feel like YouTube getting rid of closed captions is like the biggest fucking mistake. I don't know why they're doing it.
There were like 0.5% people using or whatever. It's like, that's still 0.5% of how many fucking millions of people? What? Insane.
The entire YouTube community is crying right now.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Just like, how about we make it worse? How
It's like,
about we
are
do
you
that?
saying we have to hard sub our videos? Hard subs? Ew.
That feature that allows me to conveniently change subtitles depending on which language
Yeah.
the user's from. Oh wow, that would be stupid, man. Let's get rid of that. Fucking YouTube's so dumb sometimes. Jesus fucking Christ.
Stop changing, YouTube. Just
Stop changing for the worse.
Just stop changing.
Like, they're like, how about we do the 50th logo redesign to more minimalism? The color red is now our logo. But let's take out all the good features, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah. Jesus. They take so many L's. Remember when they did the, like, what was the funniest one? The YouTube Heroes? Do you remember that one?
Oh my god, what was that again?
It's like where, like, they were gonna, like, make mods, basically, out of, like, YouTube users, where they could, like...
Oh, I remember
I
that.
don't even remember that.
It was a fucking mess. It was so funny.
Oh my god.
All right, here's a question to you guys then, because I don't know if I'm like just getting old or if this is just like it's just like boomer talk. But do you feel like the golden age of the internet has passed, or has there even been a golden age of the internet?
I don't know.
I think the Wild Wild West is gone.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
Right.
if I were to say, I don't know, because like golden age of something is such a fucking subjective
what do you define
thing.
as the golden
It's so
age?
subjective.
Yeah, the best period.
But like best period based on what? Like your
That's-
own.
I mean, it's subjective.
Yeah, right. It's like
subjective.
best
It's-
based on like your personal experience with it, or like best like objectively, or like best based on something or other. Like, because I can argue that like okay, like my personal golden age of the internet would be now because.
Yo,
Like,
shit's easy to use now,
yeah, it's
man.
shit's easy to use. Like, you know, you can get any information with anything, and everything is so conveniently laid out. But best experience in terms of like my overall enjoyment of
yeah.
it would be like the mid 2000s because
a
that
dumb
was like
fuck,
the
dude.
golden age
Yeah.
of like Newgrounds and like Flash games, and like that shit was so fucking fun, and none of that exists anymore.
I mean, now when I download something, I'm like 99% sure it's not a virus. Whereas back then it was the opposite ratio where I'm
Yeah.
like,
Well, just
this is a
everything.
virus, but I really want that cool mouse though. That
Right.
mouse
Yeah.
that popped up looked really cool with the
Yeah.
sprinkles. I really want that. Like,
I want to turn my cursor into like a little cat.
I think I want 9 toolbars. You know, I remember the horror when my mum showed me her laptop, and I thought I fucked one of our PCs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had like 4 Internet Explorer, like fucking toolbars, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, you know, like at the time, like I hated it, but you know, the reminiscent like times of like going onto my mom's PC and having to swim through all the pop-ups just to get to where I needed to go to was
Yeah.
like, I hated it at the time, but now I look back and it's like, oh yes,
Yeah, it was-
internet do used to be like that.
Because I feel like everything now is, you know, it's everything is more formulaic, more clean.
Yeah.
I'd say
More
everything has been like optimized.
Yeah.
As we were saying, it's like the internet has definitely been optimized, and you know, that's why I bring up the argument of like, was it better when it was like had its charms when you feel like you were discovering something new and it felt fresh, you know, or now that everything's formulaic, everything's laid out, everything's clean,
Yeah.
that it's just less fun.
I mean,
Yes.
like, you know, the whole, like, as I was saying earlier, like, the whole, like, mystery of, like, discovering a new anime, right? Like, back then, in, like, the mid-2000s, was, like, it was fucking great, because it was, like, going into a gold mine that hadn't been discovered yet.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, you know, it was the whole thing, but at the same time, it was a double-edged sword, right? It was, like, do I dare click on this anime to try and discover it? With the risk of possibly getting, I don't know, like 7 Trojan horses coming into my house, you know, like, do I take the risk? It's like, oh, Wild Wild West, here we go. Right?
Am I
But
just too
nowadays, it's
quiet?
like, if I click on a link, like, I'm fairly certain I'm going to get something, and it's probably going to be something I've already heard of, right? So, like, the
Exactly.
entire mystery of it is gone. Like, oh my god, the amount of time I spent on, like, Newgrounds, for example, just going through just the most shittiest of cartoons and Flash games. To find that one game or cartoon where it's just like, I'll never fucking
Dude,
forget it.
do you remember the first time you discovered like the fucking stick figure fights on Newgrounds? And it was just like the best shit ever. You're like, I don't need top 10 anime fights.
Dude.
I have like Zhao Zhao or whatever the fuck it's called.
Dude, the moment I discovered like the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny,
Oh my god!
like that shit. When I found that, I was like, this is peak internet. Like
Yeah, I'm
nothing will
correct,
top
it is.
this. No movie or experience will ever top this.
That was the song, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like this
yeah,
is the
yeah.
ultimate
Ultimate
showdown.
Yeah, that's the guy who made
Ultimate Destiny.
the Harry Potter puppets.
Yeah, same
yeah,
guy.
that
And
was-
when I first discovered that, I was like, dude, this is my entertainment for the next 20 years. Like, I will never get bored of this.
I think I don't know if this is because I'm just tired as fuck and in like a shitty mood in general. It's sad, the internet now. I don't know. I just feel like I'm fucking like injected like a stream of
No.
content.
Okay.
Especially on like
Good.
Facebook and Twitter. It's just like
Thank God
I
there's
just
no
scroll on
stand
my-
for now.
You ever thought about detoxing? It feels like you need a detox because when you start like when you start multitasking,
Malaysia body,
that's
boys,
when I'm
Malaysia
just like,
body.
okay, maybe this is too much. I'm not even enjoying this anymore.
Yeah.
When I'm having a League game and a YouTube video and music on at the same time, you're just like you're not enjoying any of these singular things.
I don't know if it's that though. I don't know if it's just because the way that the like Facebook and Instagram and Reddit and all, they're all set up where it's just like permanently feeding you something.
Oh, 68.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, if I
my
do
God,
something, the moment I
32
get back
levels to
into
go.
it, like, it's just gonna be the same shit again. Where
Please stop going on the hell, lady. Please, I want a net fire. I never got a net fire for
It is.
I mean,
What?
the systems know
Please.
exactly what we want to fucking see,
Yeah.
and they know what's gonna make us luck, and it works.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like back then it was exciting and it was really like rough around the edges, and I didn't mind talking to strangers. Remember that? Remember when you didn't mind talking to a stranger? Like,
I
how
miss
you
the
doing?
times of like booting up MSN Messenger and seeing like 70 like friend requests from
Yeah,
people I
yeah,
had
yeah,
no
yeah.
idea. And I'm like, I'm sure these are
Like,
nice
I
people.
legit made some friends who, like, I still keep in touch with 1 or 2 of them who are, like, complete random people I met.
Right,
in
right.
music.
Yeah.
Like, made really good friends with them, met them in person as well. Like,
What's going on? Oh, is it?
that was really genuine. And it also felt because it was rough around the edges, and it was normally a very small team making these huge websites,
Yeah.
right? Like, it didn't feel like anyone was trying to take advantage of anyone. It was just a community.
Yeah.
Now it feels like, yes, there is a community, but I'm also just a fucking, like, just one of those fucking chickens in the pen, just like,
My
please
dot
give me a drop
to
of water,
dot
please,
dot-
so I can get real
my
fat
dot
for you, and
to
you can sell
dot
my
to-
advertising money. You know what I mean? I just feel like I'm being...
These social corporate
I
I
legit feel like a chicken in the...
I honestly feel that attention fatigue nowadays is a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where like you talk about you would just want to boot up a game of League and just do the beep in the boobs, right? and that's because you just want something that's familiar, doesn't take a lot of effort.
Yeah.
You know how it works, and because that's like it's because the internet nowadays has become so good at getting your attention.
Yeah.
It's just like I got some serotonin for you. I got some serotonin for you right here. Just click this link.
Yeah, like it'll be like Twitter will be like, hey, a tweet you missed, and it'll pop up as a notification.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
Stop. Because remember when going onto the internet was like a fucking event?
You know
Of
what?
like, all right,
Yeah.
mum's out of the house, which means she's not using the phone, which means the dial-up is going to be just a little bit faster.
You know what
Let's go.
I had a real like fucking moment the other day.
Yeah.
Which audio listeners wouldn't have been able to see. I, had, like, I like fell back a little
Yeah.
bit. I remember that like if like let's say you posted something and it blew up, right? Now you'll know immediately.
Yeah.
When you had to log out of a website, log back in, check that inbox, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's weird. I just remember that we did that.
I mean, I just like recently upgraded my computer as we established last episode, and like I had to log back into everything,
Yeah.
and it really like said something when I was like,
I haven't logged out.
shit, what's my password again? Because everything just stays logged in, right? So I'm like, I swear, like out of like the 10 something websites that I had to log into, like 8 of them I was like, forgot password. Don't know.
Forget password. That's
They
insane.
messaged me and I didn't reply for a
It's
whole
like
day.
I'll change the references, but of course I forget about the like which one is which already, which person is outside of which.
Like, I guess not important. Like if it's business related or like even like YouTuber friends, like I'll just ignore it for a day. Because I'm like, I just want to chill, play games, not have to worry about work or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just kind of, that's what I thought Maylene was laughing when she was coughing.
Pathetic.
Stop fucking
Every day is
dying,
business.
Maylene. Yeah, I don't know. Like, and I remember they were like, "Oh, that's weird." I'm like, "Is it weird that I don't want to be like communicated to every day?" Like, I don't know.
I mean, it gets tiring.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel weird. Am I a fucking boomer? Am I a boomer now? Shit, maybe I'm a boomer, dude.
Don't
Like-
say boomer when you're the youngest person in this room.
I
Right?
feel like a fucking boomer when I'm looking at the fucking phone is like, hey, here's a post you missed on Reddit. I'm like, I don't care. I've never cared about any of those posts that's recommended.
Yeah, yeah.
Never. Like, stop recommending me.
Wait,
I'm probably-
I just
genuinely
realized it
wonder
was
if
a
people,
Jana.
like some people get those notifications like, oh shit, I'm glad they fucking notified me. All right.
It must work because they keep
Yeah.
doing it. Like,
Yeah.
well, it must have a rate of success that's worth doing it.
Yeah.
And fucking annoying.
I
me.
guess so. Yeah.
I can probably turn it off somewhere. It's
I
just like,
turned it off.
I just don't know. I probably
Because
do
it's
know
too much
how.
effort to find out how to turn it off, right? Right.
It's like I could unsubscribe from about 50% of emails I get.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, for fuck's I just delete it. Like, it's like a natural jerk reaction to
Yeah.
delete.
Yeah.
But I probably should just unsubscribe and get rid of it. But I don't.
I mean, it sounds like you do actually just need a detox from.
How do I
the
do it,
internet.
Grant? What if Mr. Beast is giving out $1 million every day on Twitter when
I
I'm not
need
there?
to ratio him to get that
What am I supposed to do,
$10,000.
Grant? It'll be the one day where something big happens.
I don't know. You just don't care for a while. You just like just
Oh, no.
just try not looking at your phone for an entire fucking.
Oh, no,
day.
no,
I
no.
need an
Oh, no, no.
incentive. I can't just do that.
Just
man.
get
That's
good.
hard.
Just get good.
If you give me a challenge, I'll be
I mean,
easy.
like, this is like properly talking to like fucking addicts talk, right? Because like, do you feel like you have a problem? Because if you don't think you have a problem,
Everyone
then
I know has a problem, Gone. I don't know anyone who isn't in the same situation where they're like, I love my social media feed. I love logging into Instagram daily and checking the stuff.
but-
I can't wait to check my stories.
You-
Have you ever heard someone say that?
But
No.
you've got to understand that we are in a very unique position where this is our job.
Yeah.
So we never have a fucking break
But-
from it.
but I
ever.
also
Yeah,
think-
it's the equivalent to an office lady being like, "Oh, I can't wait to check my emails
Yeah,
today."
yeah,
Like,
But
no one
I
says
also
that.
think everyone's in the same position. I also think people just don't want to fucking check
Yeah,
their-
no,
like-
everyone's in the same position, but there's different severities of it.
I
You know what I
guess.
mean? Like we have the difference between us and like most other people is that we have a vested interest to keep up with everything because it's our
true.
job. Like if someone misses a fucking YouTube video or fucking like YouTube drama, doesn't matter for them. For us, it's just like it's the equivalent for us of being that fucking stockbroker reading the stocks every day. You know
Shit,
what I
it
mean?
went down by 0.1%.
Yeah. That's exactly
While I
what
wasn't
it is.
looking.
That's like the equivalent of like the situation for us, right?
Yeah.
And you got to realize that it's fucking hacking your brain. You're becoming dependent on it because it's also part of your job. You have a vested interest to keep up with everything, but it is like
Yeah,
if you
but
get
that's the thing. It doesn't matter how much you like your job. At the end of the day, it's still your job, right? So eventually, whether you like it or not, there's going to be some parts of it where you're just like, ugh, you know? Like, think back to when, you first started YouTube, you first started up your Twitter account, and you were, like, fucking excited to check if you got notifications.
I mean, yeah, maybe, I guess.
Like, every YouTuber's like that, right? Every YouTuber who starts off and, like, starts to get some amount of, like, numbers and
Yeah.
has a Twitter is always excited to go onto their Twitter to see if they got, like, a reply to something or how many people like their thing. But we've been doing it for so long now, where it's just like you know the same
Okay.
shit over and over again, right?
Think of it this way. Do you know any other YouTuber, actual YouTuber, who hits the bell notification? Know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
On a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Wait, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, which ones?
I don't want to miss like an internet historian video, right? Like, I want to know.
It's pretty fucking hard to miss. He uploads like once every 3
Yeah.
months.
Yeah, but I want a notification on my phone when he does, so I can like. I'm like.
I want to be the first 100 views.
Have you also noticed that YouTube recommendations have been kind of shit recently?
No, I think they've been the opposite.
Yeah.
Really? You think they've been better?
Yeah.
Man, I think mine have just been garbage recently. I don't
Maybe
know.
because you're watching garbage content. Yeah, there, I said it.
Garbage
I said it.
content.
No more Anime Man videos for me then. I'm done watching the anime.
I don't
No,
know.
I feel like just because you've watched so much YouTube that
true, actually, that could
you
be
know that you just run
I guess
out.
if I- I guess
You
I-
run out of all the good
just
ones.
run out of content, right?
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it's true with like any medium, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, maybe you're right, Gon. Fuck.
I mean, my recommendeds has been great because I've just been watching VTube clips. So
Hey, I was
all
like,
of my recommendeds
attack-
is just VTube clips.
Getting
I've seen.
attack other monsters even after boss.
No, I mean, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
But sometimes I don't want to go through a 3-hour stream to watch 5 minutes of it, right? I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like the best YouTube recommendations is like you know the one video where it gets recommended and it's just like a sub-minute video that has like 5 million views. They always end up being amazing. Like my favorite YouTube genres now is that a title that it says that does exactly what it a video that does exactly what it says on the title.
yes.
Like I remember, like I saw a video the other day that was like, ducks annihilate a bowl of peas. I'm just like, all right, like this can't be right. And it's just a fucking 2 ducks just annihilating these bowls of peas, and I'm just like, this is
Holy
content
shit.
right now.
That's like Twitter content, right? It's like Twitter videos put onto YouTube.
But in terms of like YouTube recommendations, I mean, there's only a certain set of content creators that like I would say make content that you are very invested in and you're like getting excited over when they upload. and
You always
everything
have
like that.
that like boom, right, of like a certain type of content like inside of you.
And we can talk about the YouTubers we like on next week, which is going to be the YouTube
Yes,
episode.
yes.
That's up for that. We're going to talk about our favorite
It's
YouTubers.
gonna be the giant shout out episode.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, I think YouTube recommendations.
That's a
comes in,
glitch. You gotta report
because,
it. Come
you-
to
you-
us.
all it takes is like one video and you recommend it, and then you like recommend it. Your recommendations are like good for like a good like few days because you're like, oh, this is a new kind of rabbit hole that I found myself in. But when you're in that like lull moments, when you end up watching so much YouTube, then you just end up watching.
You've exhausted the recommend.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, you know
right?
what sucks about living in Japan is that everyone uploads while we're sleeping. So when I wake up, I already know all the videos that are going to be uploaded during my day from people I'm subscribed to.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I already know like the best videos when I wake up, so I can watch all the best videos in like the first hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then I have nothing else. When I was living in the UK, they were like coming out gradually during my evening.
Right.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
always like, oh, this new video. It's like, okay, go back. and
I mean,
watch
I've had that problem my entire life.
it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, not your time. Oh, well, Australia. Wait.
Yeah, exactly. We're only 1 hour
Yeah,
difference. So.
it's so weird for me because it's like,
Yeah.
oh wait, okay, so all the videos are out in the morning, and I watched all in the morning.
But
Oh,
that's what I
okay.
like about it. Is that like you wake up in the morning and all the content is there for that
Yeah.
day.
But it sucks because when I'm in the middle of the day and I want to watch something, there's nothing, no one's uploading anything. So it's like,
Right. But then that's
Well,
why
'cause
like
I've never cared about that because
Yeah.
I've always
I've
just
cared about that, John. Clearly, because I'm talking about it.
Shit, that means YouTube upload schedules actually matter.
Joey forgot to plug in his PC.
Yeah, shit, that means YouTube upload schedules actually matter. Because I thought everyone was like me, who just like watches videos
just
indiscriminately.
upload whenever.
Yeah, and just like, oh, I'll just watch this video when I feel like it. I don't care
No, I
when it's
don't think so.
uploaded.
I care when it's uploaded. Fuck.
I don't so much care when it's uploaded because for me, like my entire like idea of YouTube content for the
Haha,
day is
you can
wake
crit.
up
You
in
can
the morning,
fucking.
like go down my sub
Oh.
list, be like, all right, I'm probably gonna watch this video, this
Yeah.
video, this video, and then I usually just like watch it as I'm like having breakfast or getting ready for the day. And then once I've exhausted that stuff, then I'm like, all right, now I can go on with my day and actually do productive shit.
Yeah.
It's like out of the way now.
I just can't do anything until I've watched all the good videos today.
I need my fix of sub feed.
Like honestly, I don't think there's that much good content out there where I'm just like I need good content. Like I don't. There's not enough content out there that's good in my mind that can keep me entertained every day. You know what I mean? There's like certain YouTubers where I'm like, it's a banger video and I know I'm gonna enjoy this, but most of the YouTube content you watch is
Rain, I'm coming up to you.
it's just like, can this fill the time without
Oh,
me getting
fuck.
bored? And
Isn't it weird that like I don't know if this is just
Oh, I should have brought Praha. Oh my
Has it
god,
gone to the
Praha
point
is
now
bad.
where,
It's
like,
so
the
good
sub
in this
has
floor, I
just
think.
basically turned into like a timeline just to see what everyone's doing. You know, it's like it's kind of become like a YouTube timeline of like, all right, let's see what people are doing today. And it's like you don't watch 80% of the videos that are on your sub feed, but you're still sub to them because you're wondering like, all right, what are they up to now? Like,
Other mail
It's weird
is
how
the
that's become.
most
I feel bad when I don't
annoying.
watch the YouTubers video.
oh my god.
We're all very tired.
We're all very tired.
This has probably been the most tired I think we've all been for a Trash Days episode. Like, I slept horribly, went to bed at 6 a.m. And Joey's tired too.
I'm always tired.
Right, but you were saying you feel bad when
I feel bad when I don't keep up with YouTubers, especially if I know them. I'm like, oh man, I didn't watch that new video of yours. I'm sorry, man. Fuck, I'm a bad friend.
Have you always done that though? With like
I try to keep up
YouTuber
with what
friends?
my friends make. Yeah, I try and keep up just
Yeah.
so I can like
Yeah.
be like, oh no, man, nice, you killed it. Like if they did something really ambitious, I'd love to like
Yeah.
let them know, be like, hey man, you fucking killed it, bro. Nice.
I don't know if that's a rare thing.
Ah,
Because my general understanding is like, again, it's like people just sub to you to like, you know, show support of course, but also to be like, just to see what's up with
I
that
don't know.
person.
I imagine it's different for every.
So,
video.
at this stage, I
I'm
think I
sure
need
not everyone watches
to-
every episode of Trash Taste, right? Or
Right.
cares about.
What is it
I'll
called?
go
Even
around.
though
Oh
you
my
should.
god. Is that cost of the fire leech
Episode.
is a problem
Yeah.
for real.
Anyway, this has been
Yeah,
a very
finally she's a
weird
problem.
2-hour. I hope you've enjoyed the 2-hour therapy session between the boys.
Yeah, this has been like the least like I feel like exciting episode. It's just we're all just fucking tired as shit, and we're like, what are we fucking
It's
talking
just
about?
basically just
Oh my
Addicts
God.
Anonymous, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like,
just like,
I'm addicted to this.
Hello,
Help me.
internet. I'm addicted to the internet, and I need to take a break. And Connor's just like, I don't have an issue. I don't know what you. Oh, maybe I do have an issue. Oh, okay.
It's like the shittiest like Addicts Anonymous. It's like, I don't have an issue, therefore you don't have an issue.
My league
Fuck you.
issue, my YouTube issue, man. What's next, dude?
It's like, you want me to fix your league issue? Just quit. Just stop.
At least heroin is still good.
To bring some positivity back into the podcast, though.
Yeah, because we need that.
Yeah.
Heroin.
Yeah.
Well, heroin is a drug, Maylene. Yeah. That was the
What
joke.
other-
The joke is that heroin is better than all
Confirmed,
these things.
Maylene doesn't count heroin as a drug. No, not a
No.
Oh, fuck.
Malin's equally as tired as us,
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
Going down a pint of cocaine.
A pint of cocaine.
But yes, to bring some positivity back into the podcast, we got sent something super special this week.
Did we?
I guess we did. Like,
Bring it out onto the table.
On the subreddit and the Twitters, this post blew up that somebody made a nice little quilt for us. Actually, I think it's actually quite large.
Yeah.
That is
Oh.
large. There was also a letter included from
Yes.
Shelby, I believe.
Yes.
Right?
Shelby from
I did
Cali.
read it, Shelby.
Yeah, we
Yes.
did read it. We're not going to read it out on the
quite-
podcast,
quite
but
long, so-
it was
Don't worry,
very,
we
Tear
read it.
that boy open,
We
boy.
read it. Though.
All right.
So I think there's different gifts for different people. Well, I mean, I assume this is the
You're-
quilt.
Yeah, this is the main.
While,
this is the
while you
main
guys
one.
are opening that, I'll just go ahead and explain. We don't have a PO box, and we probably won't.
Yeah.
I've had a PO box before, and although it is great receiving stuff, it's also equally frustrating figuring out what the fuck to do with all the stuff that you get sent. And I had so much food go stale on me, so much food go bad.
Yeah, I feel like opening a PO box is kind of like, you know, like opening your first Discord, right? It sounds great in theory, but then when you get to a point where you
I hate this
stuff that's
stage.
manageable,
Yeah.
that's when it becomes a second job basically.
I'm like super grateful that people are willing to send
But
me
like
stuff.
that doesn't mean we're not
Yeah.
grateful. We know you guys want to send us stuff and everything like that. Just at this point, we just want less things to manage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
but
one
like-
less thing to worry about.
But like when we see something cool like this, like get posted on
Holy
our Reddit
shit.
or something,
It's
we just
huge.
want to see.
Holy fuck. Holy shit, that's huge. Oh, it's the wrong way around. Holy fuck, that's gargantuan. Audio users can take that out of context if you want. Wow, that is... Audio users, what you're looking at right now is just a giant fucking trash taste quilt. Oh my god, that's actually amazing. What the fuck? Shelby, what the fuck? But thank you, Shelby, so much. Oh my
Thank
god.
you so much.
Holy shit, shout out to Shelby.
There's
What
like
an
two other
MVP.
gifts here as well. I don't
Key
know.
rings, I believe they were
Oh, are
from
they?
Shelby's message, yeah.
Should we open them as well?
Yes, so the key rings are...
Yes.
Maylene, you and
Fucking
I.
triple pro.
There is a
Fuck.
key ring for Maylene.
Yes.
A pink one, a silver one for me, green one for Gaunt,
I
and
see
a blue
here it
one for
says
Joey.
J, G,
Oh.
C, and M.
Oh, okay.
So there's your C.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
You're too nice, Shelby.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
watching
very
this
much,
episode
Shelby.
of Trash
The
Taste.
part that station is
we're winding
just,
down.
oh my god, it's just
Oh,
annoying.
it's
It
an
just is
Among Us
stalling,
thing.
dude.
Is it really?
Oh,
It's got my little cat face.
shit. She's got both the Dakimakras I own in Thailand.
Glasses.
And the glasses. Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
I have the rose. That's so cool. What the fuck?
Oh my god, this is
That's
amazing.
epic.
Thank you.
Can I open yours, Melee?
Thank you
So
so
cool.
much,
Holy
Shelby.
shit. That's so fucking cool. It's
Wanna
got my
open the other one?
rose.
God damn. Some people are too nice, man.
Yeah.
So,
This is honestly one of the coolest gifts
Oh,
I've
Maylene's is
received.
pink with like cat ears.
really loves cats, by the
Here
way.
you go, Maylene.
So, yes, if you have enjoyed this episode of Trash Taste, please let us know your thoughts and what kind of stuff you want to see us do in Trash Taste. We want to evolve it more and keep doing interesting
Dun
stuff.
dun dun.
What's that?
Dun dun dun.
Find out.
All right.
Yeah, hope you've enjoyed sitting in on this 2-hour therapy session. Maybe you discovered something about yourself as well, hearing us talk about our
Oh, face
addiction on the internet. Oh, okay.
The cat is probably
Cat
mine.
face.
Cat
Oh,
face
Maylene.
mask.
Or Maylene.
I think it's Maylene. Oh, these are JoJo masks.
Oh,
nice.
that's awesome.
I'm just
Yes.
bored
Oh,
to do
dude,
stuff,
watching me.
and you won't get away. We will just be right.
Thank you so much, Shelby.
Thank you, Shelby.
Thank you, Shelby.
You're an
But-
MVP.
But also, we want to thank our Patreons on screen right now.
Yeah, you
Yes.
guys help us
Did
support the show and make it even better. I love
did
all
my
these
job
people.
prop 3 times?
But if you'd like to
Nutty?
support us as well on the Patreon, then make sure to go to patreon.com/trashtaste. Also, again, follow us on the Twitter and subreddit. And also, don't ask us if we have a PO box.
Yes.
We don't. Because I know there's going to be comments. The moment people see the quill, they're going to be like,
Yeah.
I want to send something.
You're slow. Sorry.
We appreciate it.
Well,
but
we appreciate the sentiment. We'll take the sentiment.
we appreciate the sentiment. Yes. Thank you very much.
Hope you enjoyed the therapy session, I guess. Right. Well, I guess we've been Trash Taste. Thank you to everyone again. I'm just so grateful people are here willing to come and listen to us talk. And,
We'll be happier next week, I swear to God.
yeah, this is why I'm just fucking depressed. I'm joking.
We forgot to down a pint of cocaine.
I'm so
unfortunately,
tired. I'm so
like,
tired. All right.
my
Thank
bad.
you so much.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.
Anyway, let's watch the next podcast. Our online friends are real. Real friends, maybe yes.
Cinema rules: turn your phone off or put it on silent mode. That includes you, viewers.
Do I have to type too loud as well, Maylene? Because like last week, I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, fucking, all I could hear was you typing when I. so,
Yeah. Sound like you're
apologize.
playing Guitar Hero back there.
What?
Welcome to this episode of Trash Taste. It's a little darker than usual because one of our lights decided to yeet out as we used it earlier.
Just
So
randomly, yeah.
just started strobing and it was not
Yeah.
a pleasant feeling. So it's a little darker than normal, but don't worry about it. It's audio only listeners.
Luckily, none of us have photosensitive epilepsy because that was like dangerous
That,
shit,
yeah,
man.
that was strobing like crazy.
Yeah, it was full on strobing. So we're
Yeah.
very lucky that none of us suffered from that. But anyway, boys, how are you doing today?
I'm doing alright.
I'm feeling
doing
very
good.
energized right now.
Why is that?
I don't know, just am. I had Mexican. No, I didn't have Mexican food. I had Thai food, and my
Right.
stomach was dying,
Yeah.
and I thought I was gonna die. And then I went to the toilet, and now I feel like a 10.
You took like
Thai,
two,
Thai food does do that to you.
you took
know?
2 shits in the span of an hour.
True.
It's pretty remarkable.
I'm not proud of it, Joey.
Too much
Oh,
energy
yeah,
to be
man,
used.
don't worry.
Yeah.
Like,
But
literally,
also
you know that like curry place near our house. Like,
Yeah.
literally every time I come home after that, I'm just like immediately have to take a shit, and then I wake up and have to take
It's
another shit.
unfortunate being like a white guy who loves spicy food because my
Yeah.
body does not agree with it,
Right.
but I love the taste of it,
I mean-
and
I mean,
I suffer the next day.
I
100%.
feel like being white, being Southeast Asian, being anything, your body just doesn't love spicy food. Like,
Oh, really? You get that as well?
No, I can handle spicy food, but my stomach doesn't like it.
We hit the
Every
2 hours
time-
mark,
every
guys.
time
2
I
hours
fucking,
mark already.
Like, chow down on a massive fat Indian, right? It's like a ticking time bomb.
God.
I
Why'd you
know.
describe it like a fat.
It's like yes,
I'm just
Nick.
Indian.
but
Because it's
I
just
know
like
exactly what you
Yeah,
mean.
It's
yeah.
a fucking.
Yeah, it's a massive
You
thing,
never just
right?
have like a smaller.
To be fair,
Indian.
yeah,
It's
I've never ordered Indian food and been like, man, that was just too little.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's gotta be a fat curry, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's a fucking ticking time bomb. Like, I know, because there's a local Indian place that I order from, then they do it like proper spicy. And depending on what time of the day I eat it in, like there's a timer where I have to wait 6 hours and I'm just like gonna be like, okay, this hour I'm gonna be just like incapacitated on the toilet. That's just the way it's gonna be.
Next day.
And like sometimes when I have it for dinner, I'm just like, oh no, I'm gonna wake up at 3 a.m. sometimes because
Yeah.
my stomach just needs to
Yeah.
go now.
Man, I was. Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say, hope you're enjoying this podcast, guys. We're first 10 minutes we're talking about violent shits.
I just thought it's very relatable content. Hashtag relatable.
Hashtag painful shit.
Hashtag relatable. Take a painful shit. Hey.
Question: do you think it's weird that we like listen to ourselves often? Like, because we have to hear our voice all the time.
Yeah.
Do you think that's weird?
I mean, it was weird when we first started off, right?
Because
Oh, floor
people
1,
at home,
floor
you don't listen
75.
to like your voice recorded. You probably hate it, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I've never grown out of that.
You're still. If anyone should be grown out of it, it's you.
I hate looking at my own, like hearing my own voice, looking at my own content. Like whenever I do a collaboration with someone, I watch like the bare minimum just to get what's going on. And then like I watch every moment of that collab that I'm not in. And I'm just like, oh, I'm in it. Skip ahead. Ah, okay.
You're like in the comments, timestamps please of when I'm not on screen. Wait, so why though? Like why can you like, I mean, okay, maybe it's the better question to ask, why can we stand our own voice? Because that's probably the weirder side.
Probably
Yeah.
because just got used to it, right? I mean, like, I don't think anyone grew up, right, and like ever went into that situation. I'm sure every family had it where your
See,
parents would
my
just
guilt
be,
making
"Oh,
really
I
hard
found some
silly.
videos, and I
Ow,
watch
fuck.
those," and you're like, no, thank you, because I don't know. I always fucking hate it when my parents would play home videos in front of me.
Oh, yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's always me being a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but
never the one-
it's also like I used to have like a fucking squeaker voice when I was like 5 years old. I legitimately used to sound like, "Hi guys!" Like, I legit used to have that voice. And my dad would always fucking rag me on, being like, "Man, your balls really dropped all of a sudden." And I fucking hated that because when you're a kid, you're not aware that you have that voice.
No.
Right?
Because everyone has the same voice around you.
Exactly. And you grow with your voice, so you don't suddenly be like, "Oh, my voice got deeper." Unless it's like a really rapid growth, like
I
kind of
had
like
that,
how
I
you
had
have
Yeah.
that.
Where
Yeah.
you just like your balls just fucking dropped.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I thought when it happened, I thought it was going to go back. I thought I was sick or something.
Right.
Right.
And everyone at school didn't believe me.
Yeah, that's because your balls drop like a fucking cannonball, right? Like mine kind of drop. Yeah, mine kind of drop like, you know, just like putting like a rock in water. It's just a very slow drop, right?
That's a very slow joke.
Well, you know what I mean. It's like because you grow with it, especially if it's a natural drop. Then you don't realize that, oh, I went from fucking Alvin and the
We
Chipmunks to
really
fucking
talking about the
low
speed
voice.
our balls drops now.
Yeah.
So you don't watch the podcast at all after we?
I like the.
You don't watch Trash Taste?
Wow.
I
Whoa.
watched like some highlights. I don't know, like because I feel like with me, I'm just super self-critical, and I've always been this way, whether it be with my work or myself, and that's why like I'd say like I've seen anytime I see like criticisms of my videos or my work, I'm more fine with it because there hasn't been something that's been said about me that I haven't already said about myself in some way, shape, or form.
Right,
I feel
right.
that.
So unless I'm like super proud of a video, I really find it difficult to watch it because I see all the things that I kind of could improve on it or that I fucking hate about it, and it's just out there. And I can't like.
So you're too much of a perfectionist, basically. That's from what I'm
I
getting.
hate the word perfectionist,
But you
because
are a perfectionist.
I like this. I prefer the term self-critical.
Self-critical. I prefer the term self-critical.
Is what you are, essentially. Because, like, you have an editor, but
Yeah.
you also edit your own stuff too, right? Like, everyone.
You always do like the finishing touches.
Yeah, I always do the finishing touches.
So
And
wait, so
when,
I-
and like when there's a collab where I have zero control over it, that's just like I wake up in a cold sweat. I'm just like, what if I just look like an arsehole in this one? You know, it's.
So wait, so then how do you get through your editing process? Because you have to listen to yourself, right? Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So are you
but-
just like cringing internally as you're like, I need to edit this part, man.
Do you not record it? Because you're doing like, you know, you had jokes, you had punchlines.
Yeah.
Do you not like think, damn, that was a good delivery. I nailed that delivery.
Yeah, and sometimes I listen to a joke and I edit it for like 3 hours, and I'm just like, this joke's not funny anymore. I just cut it. and it's a weird thing where, depending on how my mood is, my video could just be completely different. Like I could just be watching myself and I'm just like, I hate this part. I'm gonna just re-record this entire segment, even though it's gonna add like 2-3 hours to my fucking video making process, and then I do it.
See, that's why I'm glad that I got an editor that has that I gave complete creative freedom to, because I'm pretty sure you were talking about this earlier, but like at least with my
Trash, I
editor,
think it's gonna make me
he
depart
leaves
time.
shit.
Sorry for
I
the
will publish
copyright.
No, that's
I
fine.
wish
Like,
I could
tell
feel
anyone
like
how to edit
I
from that. I don't care how bad it makes
I
me
will
look.
just
make it
feel
fun.
apologize. I
make it
just
because
them.
at least, right, you're gonna get the draft, right,
Yeah.
and you're gonna check it, and if it's really fucking bad, then
Yeah.
you can just tell them to cut it out. But a lot of the times, it's like, oh, in my head, I thought this was not gonna make it into the video, but
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
kind
No, I
of
was we,
twisted
yes,
it in a way
Augusta.
where it's like, oh, you know what? That's
The
kind of a
wish of
funny bit I never
miracles.
thought about.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
where I like fail a joke and I'm like, let me do that again.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
they,
yeah.
and they leave that in.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's just the joke.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, okay.
I mean, I guess it's like the difference between like heavily scripted content
Yeah,
and
yeah.
more like improvised content,
True.
because there are times when I think I have like a fucking banger of a joke, and then I watch it like 30 times as I'm editing it, and I have to like
Yeah.
question whether it was funny in the first place or whether I've just seen
Right.
it so many fucking times that it's just lost all like comedic effect to me.
The reason I asked that question earlier was because I saw a video. I don't know if it was a TED talk. It sounds like a TED talk topic, but it was something like everyday people should just like record their voice and listen to it so they can improve their speaking in general to be more confident.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Because their theory was that your overall general quality of life in like doing anything in daily life improved
I
drastically.
hope I can end this stream on 4:30.
If your voice is more
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
It's
yeah.
possible.
And I think, in general, definitely, like, if there's been the one big thing in my life that has done me solid, it's the voice.
Yeah.
and talking, you know,
For sure,
I mean,
for sure.
Yeah.
just going at it. I don't know, and I made me think a lot. I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I'd never really thought about, I mean, actually, yeah, people say,
Yeah.
not to stroke my fucking dick, but, you know, that's the compliment I get the most, right? And I thought,
Well, you
I
are.
put VA
voice-
in my
Yeah,
name
you-
for a
you
reason,
do have
right?
VA in
Yeah.
your name,
Right,
right?
it's the reason I became a voice actor, because people were telling me, like, hey, you have a nice voice, and I thought, oh, maybe, yeah.
So, fuck, you know, you're what? You're right.
I'm like, damn, I do kind of, I'm kidding. Because when I first recorded myself, I thought I sounded like shit. And then
Everyone
now, yeah.
thinks that, though.
Right,
Yeah.
but then it's one of those things where I think that it's definitely helped me a bunch because not only have I improved my enunciation and just general patterns of my speech,
Yeah.
it's just made my whole life more confident by doing that.
Yeah,
Like,
because your general self-confidence is
yeah,
gone up,
because
right?
because if I'm hearing it, I'm like, damn, I sound good.
Yeah.
Like, is that conceited as fuck?
No,
Tot-
no.
No. I mean, it's just you get a skill set by practicing it, right? I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
like,
And
if-
you
if-
get happy with the ability that you have to like change it and make it sound the way you want.
Yeah, and like I feel like even just being on Trash Taste and just like
Yeah.
like I don't watch every episode that I'm in, but like I still will have to watch like certain clips just to check in and everything like that. And I feel like, especially my speaking skills has gotten a lot better. Of course, I
Solid
fuck up
point.
as soon as I say that.
A
God
solid
damn
point.
it.
You really drove that point home, Garm. Thank you.
Oh my god.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I used to fucking hate public speaking.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in school, it was
Oh, me too.
the
me too.
worst thing. And which was weird because I used to be part of my school's debating team. Like we had like a debating team, and you know it was like groups of 3, and you usually go against other schools
Yeah.
about whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
We do not have this in the UK, I don't think. Unless you're
Really?
in Oxford, Cambridge, I don't think so.
Oh.
Definitely didn't have this where I grew up.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was literally just the 3 of us that
Okay,
did
okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
And so I decided to join that because I realized how much I fucking hated public speaking and how bad I was at just speaking in general. So I was like,
Which, how old are you when you decided to do this?
this was in this was in elementary school. So this was like
God damn.
5th or
Wow.
6th grade.
So
Okay.
like 11, 12-year-old
11,
Joey was like, you know
12-year-old.
what? I have a deficiency. I would like to improve.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
You know what? Like watching all of
Goddamn.
those like squeaker family videos, man. I was just like, I need to improve my voice, man. I don't want to sound like Alvin. Sorry. So basically, yeah. So I joined this debating team, and of course, like I was in it for like 2 years, but I
Right.
was still nervous as shit. Like I
Right.
was very fiddly and kind of. I had this really bad habit of swaying as I talked.
Yeah, like you don't realize how many subconscious things you do until you get filmed.
Yeah.
And
This
you
is
watch
Why
yourself.
you should record yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's what we did, all right? So my parents sometimes would come to these debating things with other schools, and of course they would record it just for memory's sake. And of course I'd be forced to watch it during our family fucking, family video
Put
sessions.
it on the 4K monitor.
Yeah,
when you
exactly. And so I watch back on it, I'll be like,
One.
Jesus Christ, I look like fucking schizophrenic patient. I was like, I'm just fucking fiddling like, so my conclusion is.
Yeah, but you were 12, dude. I probably shit my pants in that situation.
No, but here's
when I
the
was
thing:
12.
all the other like schools we went up against
Yes,
were
hello.
just fucking chatter shit. They were like, yes, Your Honor, let me defend myself and my colleagues right here. It's like,
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm just like, you have a point, but no. Like, it was that level. It was fucking horrible. But then, so I tried to use that skill when I first started doing YouTube.
Yeah.
But of course, like everyone's first YouTube videos, it's shit. It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Of course.
And you know, I had that. I still have this problem to this day, where I say like and you know way too much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Same.
people on Trash Taste have pointed out, being like,
Yeah.
take a shot every time Joey says like or you know, and you'll be dead in the first 5 minutes.
You have like a lot of like everyone subconsciously has a lot of filler words that you don't normally hear yourself saying because it's filler words. When you say it, you kind of like fill in the gap yourself. And there are times when I say like a lot, and then there are times when I just swear a lot as well.
Yeah, it's either like, you know, or fucking. That's my three filler words.
But also, I'm sitting there, right? You know, I'm a viewer, right? Who am I to be like, I can't believe this is like too much, you know? as if they have like the most immaculate speech on earth.
That's right. It's like, who are you? Who are you to judge? It's like, do you go around not saying the word like ever in your speech, like with any other people? Like,
I don't know. I guess it's because is it? I don't know. I don't get it because I understand that everyone has shit that they do.
Yeah.
That they might want to change, but fuck, there's something in my eye. Fuck. Why do you need to feel the need to like tell people? I guess. Wow, there's really something.
yeah, you're right.
You're good?
Keep talking.
Okay.
Yeah, but what were we talking about?
What we were
Oh
talking.
yeah. So like, you know, YouTube videos fixing your speech.
Yeah, because
patterns.
I feel like when people see doing stuff on YouTube nowadays, it's like the expectation is that for some reason the expectation is they must know what they're doing. They're professionals, right? And it's really weird because I remember the first time I felt this was when I started to get asked to do like panels and stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I've never been good at public speaking my entire fucking life. And just because I have this audience, this virtual audience on YouTube, like conventions and stuff, expect you to like be in like a top tier panelist and stuff.
Right.
I'm just
Well,
like,
this is getting boring.
this is a
It's
skill I
on
had to, like,
22
learn trial by fire. You know what I mean?
levels.
My first few panels were fucking shit.
God
And I felt like
damn.
shit because I was shit at public speaking, but
Right.
because you were forced to be put they force you to be put in that situation. You just had to learn it on the fly. But I do find it funny that just because we're on YouTube, people do have this expectation of just like, yeah, they must be really confident and have this professional kind of fucking background in
Otherwise, how would
broadcasting.
they get all these subs, right? It's like
And
you
then-
couldn't talk properly.
And they seem to forget that we all started in the same place,
Yeah.
making videos in our uni bedroom or our parents' basement
Although
or
to
something like
be
that.
fair, in my case, it's a little bit different because I hated public speaking, but I was always okay in front of large crowds, which is weird. You think it's kind of
Isn't that
counterintuitive.
literally public speaking?
No, but here's the thing.
Private speaking, if it's
No, that's the thing though. It's like when I was doing the debating team stuff, the most we would ever talk in front of was maybe 30 people.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's some weird, it's really counterintuitive, but a lot of the times I'm more nervous in front of a small crowd than I am a large
I think
crowd.
it's more intimate,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like it's if you have to do it in front of people you know, especially.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot harder.
Because I've done like, because I used to do classical piano,
Yeah.
and I
Right.
played live at like the Sydney Opera House once in front of like 1,000 people.
Oh shit, man.
Dropping that like it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I guess I did, you know.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So basically, I used to do like music like properly.
Yeah.
And I got the chance to perform at the Sydney Opera House in front of like 1,000 people.
How
And it's
old
just
are you?
14, 15,
Oh, wow.
something like that. And yeah, it was just like, yeah, you're playing at the Opera House. I'm like the Opera House. Like,
Damn, that's the Asian parent's dream right
yeah.
there, Joe.
Oh, dude.
Goddamn.
My mom has never been more proud of me. Until that moment.
That's
It's just
never,
like,
that's never coming off the fridge,
it's
that's
like,
for sure.
yeah, extra
Yeah.
rice for you tonight.
Did your mum fucking film it and then like
Of
frame
course she
it
did.
and then frame it and then put it in like the safe and stuff?
Yeah,
and just,
yeah.
like,
Of course she did. Of course she did.
I think one thing that really helped me realize that start not giving a fuck is that, and this is just in general life as well, is that like, I don't remember who told me this. They were like, everyone is always way more worried about themselves than they ever are about you.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like,
Yeah.
if you just think about it like that and think about how you think about it when someone is public speaking, I don't fucking care if they're shit. Most of the time, I'm just sitting there anyway. Like,
Right.
they can just say anything and I'll probably be like,
And now
like, unless
she
they,
has
like,
more.
literally shit their pants on stage, I'm not going to think anything bad of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you go into that mindset of, okay, I'm going to talk in front of these people.
Play me.
None of them care, really. Fuck it. how can I fuck this up? I can't be terrible.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
speech I feel is a little bit different because even if you do fuck up, you can very quickly try and fix it, right? It's a little bit different when you're playing solo piano in front of a crowd.
Nah, dude, just
Yeah.
call it jazz. Call
Everyone-
it jazz. just dude. Come on.
It's not classical anymore, it's jazz now.
When
It's
you go
improv.
on stage, do you remember the stuff you do and the stuff you say? Because I don't remember
No.
that shit. Like because
Sometimes.
do you still get nerves when you have like a big panel or a big event?
Yeah.
Anymore?
Like,
No.
I
not
get
anymore.
nerves right up until I'm on stage.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
So like on the
It's-
like up the stairs going onto the stage, I'm fucking nervous
Well,
as
'cause
shit.
It's the anticipation.
Yeah.
It's just like I just want to get this over with. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
want to get on stage and just do my shit.
yeah.
I mean, the reason why is because, if you're doing a debate thing, no one cares about who you are. Right?
Yeah.
You're just-
Yeah.
But when it's your panel, right, all the people come for you.
Yeah.
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 So I could sit there and insult them for 20 minutes. They'd probably be like, man, Connor's exactly like he is on camera, man. Hell yeah. I'm
He's
kidding. I'm
just
not.
as much of an asshole.
You know what I mean? Because that's how you deal with like hecklers.
All-
right? Like,
all my
you just
units
give them
here
shit.
is on-
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, that was.
what's it
fun.
called?
Have you ever had hecklers at a panel?
Yeah, what?
But I said
What
Pro is out of
Oh god, it was at fucking
on
hentai.
Rich
And,
Creek.
Oh, well,
Of
that's the
course,
problem.
of course.
It's dude, R18 panels. I've never done
Yeah.
one because it's everything I've heard
Oh,
about is a fucking horror.
Oh my god,
story.
I can't believe I didn't mention this in like the convention store.
Yeah.
So I do. I offer to like conventions. I'm like, hey, do you want me to run a hentai dubbing panel?
Yeah.
And essentially what it is I just get a bunch of hentai and I blur out the subtitles.
Right.
And I'm like, wing it.
Right.
Like, just make shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are fucking terrible at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny. But eventually you'll get like one person who's actually like really fucking funny.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what it's for.
Yeah.
But I mean, one time I was doing it and there's this dude in the back. He must have been like 30 something. Just on his own.
Oh, not this again.
Cringe.
Right.
Cringe the whole time.
If
He
I
was like,
asked
"You
that,
wanna
that
come
would
up?"
be good.
He was like, no. And I'm like, well, get the fuck out then. And everyone was like,
Golf claps,
And
everybody.
then they clapped and everyone
no
cheered.
joke, no joke.
No, because at panels, there's always that one guy who thinks that like the panel was a YouTube comment section.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and they always try to like be that fucking smart ass to like throw out that smart ass comment, and it's never fucking funny. You know who you are. Okay?
I don't know. I must be blessed because I've never had that at a panel of mine.
I mean, normally at those type of panel, the loud people are good because you can just bring them up.
Yeah.
Make them
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, if I ever put into that situation, I'd do exactly the same thing, right?
God, it was terrible. One
Just tell
time.
them to fuck off.
One time there was this hentai, and it was brother and sister,
Right.
and a brother and sister came up to dub it, and it was the most worst thing I'd ever done in my life.
Jesus.
Oh god.
It was terrible.
Yeah, that's cursed.
It was
Yeah.
so cursed. I regretted it, and you know when you do something, you're like, "This sounds hilarious," and then it
Yeah.
starts, and you're like, "Oh no, oh no, please stop, please stop."
It's just like immediate regret. You know what I mean?
They offered, and I was like, "Oh god, yeah, this sounds funny," and I was, no.
I've
Oh my
never been tempted to do an R18 panel.
No.
I don't
I've only seen.
Thank you,
like,
brother, sir, for
bad-
being
I don't-
here
yeah,
the
I've
whole
only seen and
time.
heard the
Thank
worst
you.
of
Because
that.
here's the thing, like if you come to my panel,
Thank
like,
you.
I'm usually
Gotta
open to
go
any
to
kind
the
of
mass.
fucking question it is.
Yeah.
But it seems like when people see R18 in a panel,
Oh, they go
because
way
I've
off
been
the
to,
rail.
I've been to R18 panels.
Yeah.
They ask shit that is not like it's bad in any
Breaches
kind of
privacy.
context.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a question. It's just dub hentai. Don't fucking do anything weird.
Yeah.
And if you do,
No, but
Why
I
are
find
you
that as well,
trading
R18
with
like
me
Q&A panel.
when I
Yeah,
have
it's a
like
fucking
full
weird-
health,
I don't get
and
that.
you have
It,
full
like,
health
I
as
don't know
well?
what it is. Some people just think, oh, it's R18. Therefore, I can ask them the most like private shit
yeah.
that they otherwise wouldn't say. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I'm not going to tell you private shit just because it's R18. I don't care.
Like motherfucker, even my therapist doesn't ask this shit, and here you are. Just asking about the most intimate fucking details of my life. You know what I mean? I've never been on an R18 panel, but I've seen some of the questions that have been asked on R18 panels.
It's horrible. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
it
Yeah.
just depends on the crowd, doesn't it? Really. Sometimes you get real like, oh god. And sometimes they're quite funny.
I
It's very
mean,
iffy.
that's the thing. It can be funny, but there are just some people who don't know what funny is. You know? Like, it's funny to them, but then the moment it comes out, everyone's like, yikes, you shouldn't have said that.
I mean, that's like Discord humor, right? It's like funny between you and your friends, but
Yeah.
not funny to everyone else in
Yeah.
the room.
Yeah,
Most of the
exactly.
time. It's
Well,
just-
so sometimes it's like online humor just doesn't translate into
Oh,
real
no,
life
no,
situations,
yeah.
especially with a lot of Discord humor. You know what I mean?
And you can tell when someone's been on Discord a little too much. When they ask questions like that, it's like, okay, you need some real interaction.
Man, I saw this tweet and it made me think about Discord. I know I'm keep changing topics here, but there was someone who was like, you can't be well adjusted if all your friends are only on Discord. What do you think about that statement?
That is a take.
Because I thought about it, and you know, and I when I read that, I'm like, that seems way too like harsh.
Yeah.
But the more I thought about it, the more people I know who are kind of like, I don't know. And when I was the same, when I had friends online, I don't think I was very well adjusted when I only had friends online.
Do you know what I'm imagining right now? You know the picture of that stick guy who's just like,
Yeah.
that was my exact reaction.
It sounds so. It sounds too much.
Like that's a bit of a generalization.
Yeah, I
but
think
at the same time, I'm thinking, of the people I know who only have friends on Discord, and like only have friends on Discord, who I've probably like, you know, especially people who I've like, you know, seen at anime conventions and stuff.
Right.
It's like always people who are a bit weird in terms of like how they are socially adjusted and everything like that.
This episode is sponsored by Honey.
Imagine this. You make a list of gifts you're gonna buy for the holidays, and then someone randomly gives you the money to help you buy one. Sounds good, right? Well, that is what Honey's doing.
No fucking way.
That is exactly what Honey's
They're
doing.
helping pay for $1 million worth of gifts,
Man, even Santa could
A
not
whole
do
million?
that.
This ain't no more either. This is the money, the real gold.
You're probably wondering, is this the same Honey that automatically searches for promo codes online?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Jerry. Of course it is. Why
I can
why would you
confirm.
even say that?
I can
I think I
confirm
need
that
to keep
it
the
is,
clothes.
'cause
The
the
clothes
script
is
says
also
so.
like
With
hanging.
Honey, you can also make
But I
a
would
list
leave
of
it
all the
on
holiday gifts you
auto mode.
want from certain stores, and Honey will email you when the price drops on anything on your list.
Just add Honey to your computer, create a free account, and throw some holiday gifts from your drop list for a chance to win. To win what?
Well, I'm glad you asked, God, because Honey will randomly select winners and give them money to help buy something on their list.
You're gonna win the money.
Are we winning, son? Are we actually winning, son?
You are winning, son. If you use Honey.
Joey, what are you going to add to your drop list this Christmas?
I want a PS5.
Understandable. Have a nice day. No purchase necessary. You need a PayPal account to redeem the prize.
It's only valid in the US until December the 21st, 2020, so get in quick.
So you can get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/trashtaste. That is joinhoney.com/trashtaste for
Yes,
all
it
your
is.
Christmas needs.
Thank you so
Fuck
much.
Santa, go to Honey.
Epic.
I feel like there is a difference between online friends and, let's say, real friends, okay?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I say this as someone who has met most of my friends online and has found my fiance online, you know what I mean? Like, I will say that they didn't
It's getting
feel
that
like
for
real
real, though.
friends, like, until I saw them in real life. I feel like that's like sealing the deal. Because there's something about having online friends where there's always that wall of like, how well do I really know this person? You know what I mean? And there has been like plenty of times where I've like connected with them immediately, you know, you guys being like some of them.
Yeah.
And then there are equally as many times when I meet them in real life and they're just like, wow, you were not how I imagined you to be. And this is weird now and I feel
we've all been
uncomfortable.
there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
feel like if you just have that first step where it is just the online relationships, you're missing out on a big part of what it is to, you know, be friends and be social and everything like that.
I mean, I've always been, since like fucking age 12, I would happily get on fucking voice chat and talk to like fucking 30-year-old men.
Whoa.
Why did I do that? That's a...
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a
sounds-
surprise.
I
Thank you.
wouldn't know
Thank you
what
for
was
this.
going on.
What
do
was the
that.
context
Yeah.
of this?
Thank you
So
for
he
this.
invited me
Sounds
to a
like the
chat
beginning
room.
for
I was just
Sounds like
hearing
the
the
beginning to Chance and
expectation.
everything.
Okay, like when you put like COD Zombies, right? I would gladly get on the fucking mic and like I would like bully these 30.
I need to go collect the clothes. It's gonna ring soon.
Like I didn't give a fuck. Dude.
After
When I
this,
was
I'm
small,
gonna
I
put
would
it on
gladly,
auto
like,
mode
shout at
and
people.
put it.
Like I would be.
Nah, I didn't have that.
Take the
man.
Well, like
clothes.
the- like
I
your
think
anger.
it's
I
gonna
like
be
the
half
comment
time for
said,
me.
dude.
Taking the
I'm
clothes.
a walking coin flip.
And
someone
there
said.
goes my
Let's go.
girl.
You asked for Danny G, yeah?
Right, you asked for Danny G. You come down to Birmingham. I love that meme. That was, okay, no joke, right? When my little brother was too scared to argue with people online, so when he did start to argue with people online and I was in the other room, I'd be like, Owen, give me the fucking headset. I'm going to argue. You play. So I would fucking shout at them for him.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't do it good. And he would lose the arguments. I'm like, you're not losing the arguments on my account.
Right. Over my fucking dead body.
You think I will allow you to lose this? I don't know. I would just, because it's one of those things, right, where I would not fall for shit when I was like 12,
Collect the
13.
clothes.
Yeah.
The shit that they
Always
were trying to
again,
do.
man,
I,
by
for
my
some reason,
mom.
I knew what was happening most of the time when I was
Okay.
Because even from like
What
age,
was happening?
I was fucking playing zombies with them most of the time. Most of it
Okay.
chill. Yeah, it was all
Yeah.
good. I mean, I don't know. I think it was weird because it just started when everyone started voice chatting.
Yeah.
I think it was new.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really
I don't know.
Now it's weird if you do. I think it's super weird. But back then I didn't think of it as that weird when I was a kid. But maybe because I didn't care.
Sure.
I mean, back then it was like this new thing, and now with so many fucking weird stories coming out, you got to be.
Yeah, and now it's not. You know, if I had a 12-year-old kid and I heard him talking to a 30-year-old man, I'd like be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
but
hell
like, you know, I get why people have a lot of online friends. It's because most of the time people search for online friends because they don't find that connection in people
totally.
around
I
them.
did.
Yeah,
I
You know what I
totally
mean?
felt that.
Yeah, I know, but it's the same thing I would say as like, you know, when you can have like the best friend in the world, but as soon as like you move in with each other and live in the same house, that like change a lot of dynamics. You know what I mean? Especially you know, you meet someone, especially in fucking uni. You meet some people who you think are chill. As soon as you move in with each other, you start hating each other.
Yeah, it's true.
And you see all their little fucking ticks and stuff that just get on your nerves.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there was like I mean, I've basically been raised like on the internet, right? Like ever since like age like 11, I was playing RuneScape. I was doing shit on Miniclip. Like, I was and I always did not mind talking to strangers because I always thought like, I'm not going to give out any personal information. You know, I never did.
Right.
For some reason, I was smart enough to never do anything like that.
Right.
yeah.
And there must have been a good chunk, maybe like a year in my life where I pretty much only spoke to online people, like friends that I thought were
Really?
like my friends. Yeah, it must have been my maybe first year of university.
It's really weird. I never had a concept of an online friend until I started YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I
Well,
never would get on to like.
I feel like we
public,
were two different sides of like the coin because
Yeah.
I was always like, I would always go on.
Because in my head I was like, why would I talk to this random person online when I have IRL friends to talk to?
Well, that's the
Oh, that's the
well,
thing,
there
right?
you go, Joey. Here's where it gets sad. I didn't at the time.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is, right, is that you think, oh, this is like, because I used to see those things on Twitter, because back then you used to see these things like IRL online friends are real friends.
Yeah.
Mom, you don't get it, you know.
Yeah.
Back when Tumblr was like, you know,
Yeah.
peak Tumblr.
Yeah.
And I used to totally agree with that because I was like, I was 16 and that's all I had. And then after I like actually got real friends, I was like, oh, this is what normal friendship is like. Like, it's like totally different.
Right,
And
right.
it's something that like I don't think you realize kind of affects you because you totally think you're fine. And I think you can be well adjusted, sort of, if you have only online friends. But it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Because I feel like having that IRL kind of interaction to ground you and make sure you're not doing weird things and that you're interacting in a healthy way, right?
Yeah, I mean, because the thing about only having online friends is that inevitably you are just living in your own bubble. It is an online
Yeah,
bubble,
yeah.
right?
And,
and-
you live through what you present to them.
Yeah, exactly, right? You're only presenting one side of yourself or the best side of yourself. You're not seeing every side of a person. So inevitably, if you just live in a bubble, you know, you might luck out and be like, okay, this is actually a healthy, nicely balanced bubble. But, you know, most of the time, you're missing some kind of that social interaction and social connection that you just don't get online, unfortunately. You know?
And I also think because I made a lot of the friends through gaming, a lot of the time, how you were as friends was dependent on how you were in the game.
Right.
And obviously, I was normally really good at the games.
Yeah.
So I was normally like, yeah, I'm kind of cool, you know, kind of a baller. And it was one of those things where online, when I spoke to these people, like I was like, to those friends, I was respected, and they thought, wow, this guy's so cool, you know, he just does his own thing, and he just. But in real life, I was a fucking loser, and it kind of made this dichotomy in my head where I'm like, yeah, I'm funny, yeah, I'm charming, and then I go meet up with people and I fucking struggle, like I couldn't, I didn't know how to because I wasn't very well adjusted.
Yeah.
And it made me think a lot and makes me look back and I don't know, it's like how do you convince someone when they're in that to see it? Like when they're in that sense of I only have online friends. How do you make them see that maybe it's not a healthy with it? Like it's not very healthy because to them they might be perfectly happy and fine.
Right, and that's the thing. I think it's just a matter of perspective, right? Because to them, that's all they know.
Yeah.
So I don't think until they actually experience the other side of like trying to begin and start and maintain IRL friends, they just won't know. They'll be like, oh, why would I do that when this is so much easier and more comfortable?
It's, and also I realized as well that like when I was predominantly spending all my time online, it felt like I could never make any progress because I was not investing anything in real life.
Right,
I was maybe I'd go to work and I'd go home, but that was about it. Right, I never made any investment elsewhere.
Right.
And I felt like my life stagnated because of that, because I didn't. You know, I think when you make friends
Because
IRL,
you didn't seek out something else.
right. Because when you make friends IRL, it's not just that. It's like you miss out on a lot of opportunities in general.
Yeah.
Like because you're not putting yourself out there. You're not. You know, maybe other jobs you might hear about. You know, you miss out on a lot of things. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just as simple as having friends, it's like there's a lot of stuff that comes with having IRL friends.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you know, I don't know. It's really made me think a lot recently, especially because like moving to Japan as well. It's really made me think a lot.
Yeah, because it's been a year, right, since you guys moved.
Yeah, it's been a goddamn year since we moved here. My God.
Already.
This has not felt like a year at all. Jesus.
Yeah, 2020's been fucking weird, though, to be fair. But how was it for you guys? Your first year here in Japan? It's been, well, I mean, okay, to be fair, it's probably, you know, pretty abnormal year for people who moved around this time, you know.
It's been a strange year all around.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel like I've spent a proper year here in Japan. Mostly because like I felt like part of the experience I was expecting from Japan was to visit. You know,
So why?
I have friends who plan to come visit us in Japan, and it just all
honestly,
fell through.
that's half the fun of living in this country, right? It's like being like, oh man, I've always wanted to visit Japan, or like I'm coming to visit Japan, and you're just like, my boy, I got you, bro.
I wanted to be on the other side of that.
Yeah.
On the other side of that fence, because I've been on the visiting side, and I remember how amazing shit was when I first moved here, and everything was so bright-eyed, and you could take me to a fucking Family Mart or a Konbini, and I'd be like, yo, you eat this like katsu curry every day? You eat this fried chicken?
Yo, they got sandwiches. What the fuck?
Just watching those interactions is like so fucking fun because to you now it's just so normal, but to them it's just so fucking alien.
Yeah.
Dude, I remembered like I was at the supermarket and I would just thought to myself, man, I remember when I used to think this shit was like insane.
Yeah.
And like now I feel like there's nowhere else left on earth where I'm ever gonna go and it's gonna feel magical. And I felt kind of sad for a second because
Japan is the final boss of countries.
Because I'd been hyping up Japan my whole like teenage to adult life.
Yeah.
It was the one place that I always really wanted to go because I went to America and it was amazing. Right?
Yeah.
I loved it because I'd always hyped up America to myself.
Yeah.
And then Japan was the last place that I hadn't been to that was like, I really want to go here. 'Cause my parents took me to Europe all the time and I was kind of sick of it. That sounds so fucking
Privileged.
I was sick and tired of traveling Europe. You know, I mean, my parents took me to like France every single year and I was like dying.
That sounds like a fucking luxury, dude.
We were camping in like tents, and I just liked playing video games, and I couldn't play video games for 3 weeks, so it was basically being like forced to be a caveman for 3 weeks and like swim. I'm like, oh, okay, I swim every day, I guess. But I mean, it was basically the last place I wanted to go. And I remember the first time I landed here, even though I hadn't slept for like 20 hours, I was so fucking hyped. I was like, this is fucking insane. What? I can get a vending machine? What?
It's vending machines and they work?
I thought I would like. I remember when I like came here for the first time. I thought if I ever move here, I'm gonna get vending machine coffee every fucking day because this shit is awesome. And now I can't fucking stand vending machine coffee.
Literally
Get that shit out of here. Just give me my Starbucks like I do everywhere else.
But when you first come here, every vending machine, you're like, I guess I'm getting coffee. It's hot coffee, baby. But yeah, now you have it. And you're like, this is the worst.
Do you remember when first moving here and you like nomi hodai, which is all you can drink? Like was like
God.
Fucking it was like
gift to Earth.
It was like a godsend. Like whenever we'd go here and we'd go to like the izakayas and we thought we'd be going to like Kinokura every fucking day. You know?
It's like nomi hodai? Not even a question, of course.
Kinokura is essentially Wetherspoons. I think we've said that before, but it's very cheap.
Yeah.
It's like $15 all you can drink for 2 hours. It's nuts.
Something like that.
Yeah, but then you realize, like, oh shit, I actually like my liver a little bit, and I don't want to fucking ruin it.
And I also like good food as well. And it's not got bad food, but you just get better.
It's very
food.
average food.
Yeah. You just get better food elsewhere. Because I remember like coming to Japan, like everything. I in my eyes, all food in Japan was amazing. And then I lived here, and now you realize that it's all good, but there are different tiers of how good it can be. I guess. And I'm gonna wonder what it's like whenever I go back to England or something, where good food is just so much harder to find than it is here, where it's just readily available.
Man, I'm getting pot noodle the moment I get back. Bombay Bad Boy pot noodle.
You should just like do the opposite. You should just fucking commit and just go to a Wetherspoons and just be like,
I love Wetherspoons food.
Well, then there you go. Let's see how it is. Let's see how it is.
I fuck with Wetherspoons food. Yeah. What I don't understand is Connor's fucking obsession with the Tesco
meal deals.
What is that?
You had one.
You had one.
Because I forced you to. So Tesco meal deals, right? It's a thing in the UK. For £3, which is about just under.
Wait, what? Why is he not attacking?
You get a nice sandwich.
I don't know what skills that little vagabond.
You can get like a smoothie. You can get like an energy drink. Yeah, I took you because you got the big sandwich. It was
Yeah.
quite big, and you get a big bag of crisp. You fucking loved it. I remember you were like, "Yo, all this for £3?" I was like, "Yeah, it's insane, right?"
I think I vaguely remember.
And I really like the sandwiches they make.
I remember I had the Weatherspoons that I had.
Is it
in some kind of train
because,
station. I was like,
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. I took Joey to the Weatherspoons in Victoria.
Yeah, he's getting more guns and more
Yeah.
critical
I
hits
mean,
than others.
I don't think Weatherspoons is terrible. I
It
like
depends on the
Weatherspoons.
pub, though.
Yeah, it does. It does. But for the most part, Weatherspoons is like pretty decent for the price you get.
yeah.
I
the
think-
one there though was like, I think we were struggling to find a clean table.
Oh yeah, it was gross.
Like longer than actually deciding what to eat.
Yeah,
So,
it was gross.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't nice.
because I remember when Joey was coming to visit, me and Connor were like discussing, oh, what should we show him? What should we show him? And Connor's like, Tesco meal deal. Tesco meal deal. I'm getting him a Tesco meal deal. I'm like, Connor, for fuck's sake, nobody gives a shit about your
Listen.
£3 Tesco meal deal. Okay.
Right? I don't care if I become a billionaire. You bet I'm gonna be eating McDonald's and fucking Tesco meal deals until the day I fucking die. That shit is value, and I won't hear otherwise. And it tastes amazing, okay? It tastes good.
I genuinely don't remember eating it. Like, I feel like I don't know.
I'm hurt, Joey. I'm hurt.
No,
I
Friend,
after
please,
living
just
in,
heal
like,
the team
after
up,
living in
please.
Japan and like
You got
living
one
in
job.
Asia where convenience stores just have, in my opinion, just
Now you
good
just
food
gotta
to
heal
choose
before
from.
we
Sandwiches
even
in
reach
Tesco
the
are
fight
better than
boss.
Japan.
Hey,
I mean, sandwiches have like mayonnaise and like ketchup
Because
and all
you
that
did
shit in
your job
it.
for
I don't need
preventing
that
animal
shit.
bombs.
Okay, you're out of the question.
Where does all the crust go in Japan? Where is it? Where's all the crust gone?
I don't know. Probably
For
gets
some reason,
thrown
all the
out.
sandwiches don't have crusts on them. Where is it? Give me my fucking crust. I love the crust
No,
on
I
sandwiches.
think though sometimes in some
I actually, that's the reason I like Japanese sandwiches.
in some
You're like a
some
12-year-old kid. Like, you can't have mayo. You can't eat the fucking crust on your... This man doesn't, like...
it's still
like,
bread.
Yeah, man. What's the problem? It tastes good.
Yeah.
It's just wasted bread that's like tasteless. and everything.
Wasted bread.
It's like-
It tastes like bread.
Yo, it's the flavor, dude. It's the best
The
part of the
flavor,
bread.
what's so good? It tastes like cardboard.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It tastes
I don't
exactly
eat
like
it.
the bread.
Are you
that's
gonna
not
save
actually-
It's
scrolls
like
for
crust
tomorrow?
on pizza.
I
okay?
think I should.
Yeah, I
Why
like that.
does
I think I
crust
should,
on
boss.
pizza exist and why does
Madam,
everyone pretend
I
that
think
it's
I
good?
should
No,
save
it
it for
doesn't.
tomorrow.
You eat
But the amount of
pizza,
crust I
you're
have
eating bread,
is literally the
cheese,
minimum of the
tomato
minimum.
sauce
Literally a 12-year-old
combination.
kid.
Why would I want to eat pizza? Why would I just want to eat the bread part of the pizza? Where when I have pizza,
I hope I
want the
get
pizza
that
part of
far.
the
I've been
pizza.
on
Okay,
job
okay, that's because you're
since
eating it
last
raw,
year.
right?
You're going right up to the
October.
crust.
Yeah.
You got to save a little bit of the
I didn't
sauce.
sit you by this good
Fine.
stuff.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
People think I'm a fucking psychopath when I eat pizza the way I actually eat pizza at home, which is crust first. I eat the crust first because I get that tasteless shit out of the way. So I'm
Wait,
only left.
then how do you hold the pizza?
I just hold it like
What the fuck are you doing, bro?
You're holding it like L, dude. Like you just fucking
Look. I just saved the best part to last. Why would I save
Amelia.
the tasteless part till last? I don't enjoy
But
eating the crust.
you're
Yeah.
making it tasteless
Yeah.
by only eating the crust.
Yeah, you need to combo it, dude.
No. If you save a little bit of the sauce,
This is
that
not
sauce
that
could be with the
not
actual
everybody
pizza.
here just
You know what I mean?
playing the whole
pizza has plenty
time.
of sauce.
Look, it's like eating the fucking. It's like when you're having a nice fucking meal and you eat your broccoli and vegetables first, and you have like your chicken or your steak afterwards. You save the
You just
best
finished
part
the
to
whole.
last.
Yes, I finished Lemon Morning My
Not
Signature.
always. If it
Okay,
like
so-
synergizes perfectly, if
I
it
don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm just gonna call you Bogan
Mr.
Style. Bogan Style.
no, it
Bogan Style.
doesn't.
Bogan
The
Style.
crust just takes the pizza
I got
taste
fucking
out.
Italian hands on this bitch. Like it synergizes.
Because when you get those shitty frozen pizzas, right, that are like $1 a
Yeah.
pound, right? They're the ones with no crust. You know
Right.
those fucking fake deep dish pizzas that are just all bread
Yeah.
and like the thinnest
They're
layer?
fucking horrible.
That's like his fucking dream. It must
No,
be.
my
There's no
my
crust.
fucking dream is like proper
lasagna?
thin crust Italian pizzas where like the pizza goes right up to the crust.
I
and
can't.
because it's so thin,
Oh my god!
it
Why
doesn't
you
take-
do
it doesn't
that?
get in the way of the
Why?
pizza
Well,
itself. It
you
doesn't
gotta-
get in
you
the way
gotta
of the
grip on
slice.
something.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You got to grip on something.
I don't give a shit about greasy fucking hands if the pizza
I
tastes
do.
better. That's just optimizing the pizza. There is so much wasted space on pizza that it's like the crust gets in the way of the pizza taste.
Well, then, okay, why don't you
Wow,
do
Ray,
this?
it's
When you
a-
get the pizza next time, right, and there's a thick crust, just fold that bitch in half.
Yeah.
No, because that's like
Yes.
that
I
means
feel like you're making a problem out of this. That doesn't
No,
need to be.
no,
Yeah.
no,
I feel
no,
like you
no.
are.
Just roll up the pizza so that it's all in one thing, and then just fucking
I just assume, right, whenever I see anyone who, leaves the crusts on a sandwich
Yeah.
or, leaves the crusts on a pizza, I'm like, your parents clearly didn't, like, beat it into you to eat
Yeah.
that shit, dude.
Dude, if I left crust on bread,
parents
my
would
mum would.
murder me.
I haven't even used my
I'd be like, why are you
slots yet.
wasting food?
Well, if they
I
lose, they
got away with a lot of
lose.
shit, but leaving food. was
Yellow,
not
maybe
one
they
of them.
win
Yeah.
this
No,
time.
that's why if I have to
damn
eat
it.
pizza, I eat it crust first. Like when
He's just there.
You make it sound like a fucking
Yeah,
torture, man. It's like
we all
it's
haven't
torture
even
for me
used. I
because you're
haven't even
ruining
used my
you're ruining
sauce.
this.
I have
good
literally
fucking
There is-
food
30
with
more
just tasteless bread.
monsters
There's
to
only
use.
one time where it's acceptable to leave the crust on
Surprisingly.
pizza, and that is a buffet of pizza,
Yeah.
where it's like, I gotta optimize this shit.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want none of this
Yeah.
shit, because it's always shit.
Uh,
But
No,
if
no,
you,
no, no.
but if
No,
you
no, no.
just have Domino's, then you have to eat the
yeah,
crust.
yeah,
And
of course.
also, in like crust just takes extra room. It's just extra room in your stomach that can be filled with nice, tasty pizza. I don't want to get filled up with like tasteless crust.
How
I want
small
that,
is your
disagree.
fucking
I want
stomach?
that fucking pizza. Okay.
Wait, stop, boys, stop.
Oh,
Chew,
yes,
chew, chew,
this tiny
chew.
bit of crust here is gonna.
I know I'm right.
I think you're
I am
right.
not the crazy one here.
How did we get on pizza?
I've been quiet about this for too long. Crustless gang, where you at? Where you at, Crustless gang?
Crustless
Alright.
All
gang.
the 10-year-olds raised their hand. Point is, where is the crust, Japan? Give me, I don't like it they take it from me, because sometimes I think the best part of the sandwich is like the
I need to check my queue for
Yeah.
adds to it, right? You gotta bite it a little bit,
Yeah.
you gotta tug it a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just crumbles apart without the crust. It's like the integrity of this sandwich has been ruined.
It's been optimized.
It has not been
You
optimized.
cut off all the useless pieces.
Although, I will say, sometimes 7-Eleven is by far the guiltiest of this. You'll get a sandwich from 7-Eleven, right? And they'll show you the
Oh
sandwich.
my
It looks like fucking
life,
packed
it
in the front.
long.
Yeah.
This thing is just like quadruple ham slices, right? You open up this sandwich thing, you get it out, you're like, oh my god, it's thick. And then as
Look
you
at me.
realize you
I
grab
still
it,
have 30
oh,
monsters
it's
left in this part
thin.
of the screen.
It's pretty thin near the end.
Literally,
You peel it up,
30.
and there's no ham.
You know why I don't
Yeah,
use
The
it?
other half of
Because
the
I'm
sandwich,
fucking
you're
weak.
like, I've been fucking playing.
You got fucking clickbaited by sandwiches.
Yeah. And then you have to like weirdly like curl the bread up so you can get like an even bite of
Yeah.
bread. It's fucking 7-Eleven. Can you fucking sort that shit out?
why I don't-
Everyone says their food is the best, but it's honestly the worst one out of them. I don't know. Family Mart is okay. Lawson.
Family Mart's the worst.
No, I have to stand with Family Mart.
Oh my god, no! I'm a 7-Eleven simp, man.
You're
I
a
feel,
Lawson simp, right?
Yeah, I love Lawson. We'll do the combini. We'll save it for the
Dude, this is
combini.
we're gonna leave this for the Combini tournament arc, okay?
We'll do it. We need to just ask a combini.
There are
let us
3
know.
genders.
Change my
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
No, it's like
Life
the
is
difference
like
between
a
fucking
dream.
Tesco's, Sainsbury's, and Co-op, right?
I don't know,
It's like
but
a
I'll just agree with you in that
dream
case.
world. In the
What do they
way
have in
I would
fucking Australia?
just feel like
What?
a winning world.
Cobbled.
We'll just
Yeah,
feel
no one goes
like
to a
in
convenience
the
store.
world
It's
we
all just
will
supermarkets.
find a way that we can think of.
No, that's a liquor store.
Yeah, I know.
Bam,
That is your
bam,
lunch.
Yeah.
bam, bam,
I don't want to buy food from a liquor store.
I will say, probably the thing that I very quickly got adjusted to.
I'm
I
very
think
bad
that
with
will
bossing.
hit me like whiplash when I return is deliveries.
Someone's on a tree,
Oh, yeah.
smoke.
You get
Speaking of
You will
optimized,
be
you get
in
so
15
used to it
minutes
though,
in.
because what happens is
I'm gonna
have
go
we talked about
crazy
on
in
the podcast
this
before? I
world.
don't think so.
You
So
think I
when you
will
get a
feel
delivery
like
in, I
a
guess,
sane
any other
man?
country, it's like
Everything
we'll
will-
arrive between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. And you just got to be home on a Tuesday. Hope you listen out, and then you fucking miss it, and they didn't.
No, 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 no,
yeah,
no,
and
no,
they
no,
didn't
no,
knock
no,
on the
no, no.
door. They
Okay,
say
okay,
that they
okay.
were there.
Oh,
It's
no,
like,
no, no, no,
shit,
no.
you
Yeah.
didn't. And then it's this whole fucking pain. And then you got to try and reschedule. Like, oh, well, you can come back in 4 days, and it's like,
Yes, thank you, thank
I
you.
pre-ordered this game. I
Yeah.
wanted it today, but in Japan,
Summoning
when you miss a
spell.
package, not only can you reschedule on that day within a 2-hour time slot, so if you miss it between like 8 and 12 a.m., which is the only 4-hour time slot,
Yeah.
you can get it redelivered between 12 and 2, 4 and 6, 6 and 8, 9 to
basically same day delivery.
literally the whole day, and you can pick the 2-hour it's nuts.
Yeah.
And on Amazon, when you do it, you can also pick the 2-hour time slot. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's so insane, and
I mean-
it works. It
I mean,
just works.
there are also like what is it? Where the UK and some places have like in London have like Amazon Now or something like that.
Yeah, we do
That's
have that.
insane.
What's that?
That's insane to
I
me.
think I spoke about that in the podcast before, because I ordered like Mario Party and shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's when it arrives literally a few hours after you order it.
Why don't we
And-
have that, man?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Japan gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. I mean, I would love that because I didn't.
I would never leave my house if that was the case. I just fucking get it.
Well, it
now.
was made for groceries mainly. It just
Oh,
happened
yeah,
to
right.
have like
Yeah.
products
Which
on it.
which is weird, like because I was thinking back to our podcast last week with Alexion, and I remember thinking to myself, man, how would I have survived in Japan and got set up if Amazon didn't exist? like he did, like when he first moved here. And I'm just thinking,
Thank
man,
you.
so much of my life
Yeah.
has revolved around Amazon in Japan that if I didn't have it, I would be like, life would be 10 times harder.
It
than
does
is.
become, when something isn't on Amazon, I've noticed it becomes about 10 times more difficult
Yeah.
to get the thing that I want and delivered the
Because
day
you have to
I want.
look it up and be like, all right, where's the closest store? And then you have to
Right,
find out
right.
when the
Yeah.
store's open. And then you have to go in and fucking look for it. It's just
Yeah.
It's a
moving.
mess.
Gross.
But I also feel kind of sad because I feel that because everything is so easy, you know, and I got comments that were like, I can't believe Connor complains about not knowing Japanese and living in Japan.
Right.
Not complaining, I'm just fucking British and I'm just complaining about the things that I complain about. I know it's my fault for not knowing
Wait,
Japanese.
I think you see a
I
really
know
bad
that
Japanese
it's probably not a good idea to not speak Japanese
Just
to live in
checking the
Japan,
web.
right?
Oh,
Like, a lot of
okay,
people
I
do
will
to
check it
learn,
later.
Right? And I
Yeah.
do think that if I was forced to, you know, say 10 years ago or 15 years ago, I think that I would have been forced to learn a lot more.
Oh, yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I would have no choice.
All right.
Right? Right now,
Here we
I
go.
don't do anything. Google Maps tells me where to go.
Okay,
Google Maps
man.
tells me the restaurants. I can Google Translate every web page.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty much all
Well,
sorted.
it's catering more
I'm
towards
Manchester
foreign
Road.
stuff,
It, it also doesn't help that this is basically a society that has optimized, like, getting
Not
the least,
talking to people.
getting the least amount
Yeah.
of human interaction possible.
Sure,
You go to a restaurant, you have a tablet, and you order your stuff. You know, so most of the time you don't even need to talk to anyone. You know what I mean?
Which is why I like. You must get this a lot, right? Do you get comments asking you like, "How's your Japanese coming? How's your Japanese coming?"
Yeah, Gon, how is it coming along?
It is.
Is it Jozu?
It is. I've already gotten Jozu a few times.
It's difficult, right? Because it's hard to explain. Because essentially, I think people have a misconception of how much we interact with Japanese people.
Yeah.
I talk to a Japanese person and I'm forced to speak Japanese at most often at the konbini or at the Denny's or whatever, like at a restaurant or a store. Those are the three most common times. And there's a script. Like, I
Yeah.
know exactly what they're going to say.
Yeah, yeah.
And because they always
Thank you for
I
being
know
here,
exactly
because
what you mean, 'cause we were getting coffee
guy,
like
Gura.
last week or something
Just
at
kidding.
the Bookwalk offices, and we
Right.
kind of ordered the coffee, and he almost sounded like fucking fluent with
Yeah.
like all the responses he was making, and it was just like, I know how it is where you've ordered
Thank
something
you for
enough
being
times
here.
that you just know the question
I'm
you
back.
get asked.
I perfectly optimize ordering coffee.
It's like it's like when you watch a movie and you see the line before the actor says the line. You know, it's like, I know what you're gonna say.
And I know where if that script is like varied, like in the slightest, you just go like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing anymore.
Because what happens is I'll be ordering coffee, right? And here's the order every single time. You go in there, you say what you want. They'll ask you, do you want it to stay or to go? So
Yeah.
you say to go. And then I'll ask you, do you want a bag? You say, no, you don't want a bag. And then you just say how you want to pay. So you can just say that, right? And it's always how it is. And every time it goes wrong, and if Joey's with me, I'll just slowly turn to Joey and be like,
There's only 2 times I've seen a slow head turn. That's in a horror movie and when I'm with you guys and it's out of the script. You know, it's just a very slow, like,
I don't want to go.
help.
Yeah, I don't want to go, Joey, help. I just want to be like, Dozo, Joey.
I'll leave it.
It's
to this guy.
actually funny when you're not there, because when it's there have been times when it's just me and Connor, and we're at like a restaurant ordering something, and then we get something off script, and it's both of us trying to cumulatively figure out which one of us knows like as much Japanese as each other. Like we're trying to like combine our Japanese knowledge to be like, okay, you know this word, I know that word, so let's try and figure out what we're
Let's
saying.
combine these 2 words together. That's the thing, though. Like, that's like I'm such a fucking sadist, but like that's the one thing I fucking love when friends who can't speak Japanese, I'm hanging
Fucking
out with,
asshole.
and we go to like a restaurant or something, or we go out somewhere, or go traveling somewhere. Is that because I don't look Japanese, people don't expect me to know Japanese.
Yeah.
So I love every now and then going to a restaurant with like a bunch of non-Japanese friends and pretending I can't speak a word of Japanese, and just letting them be. Yes, I'm like,
Okay, Joey,
Nihongo wa
just-
karanai, and it's just like,
That's just
fuck you, Joey.
So yeah, outside of those situations, we pretty much don't really speak to Japanese people.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, you've been recently fucking interacting
Yeah.
with like Japanese people in Apex, right?
Well, so I thought to myself, right, I'm taking these Japanese classes 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Problem is I'm not really doing much outside of that, and people will be like, oh, why don't you study more? I mean, the work schedule that we have is already pretty fucking.
And there's
hectic.
only so much studying before you have to actually use it in practice, right?
I think like no matter how much studying I do, if I'm not using it,
Yeah.
like practically, it's not gonna help.
Yeah, there's no point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just decided, fuck it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stream talking to Japanese people on Apex, trying to make.
Can you hear me?
And
Because
actually make some friends pretty fucking fast.
Yeah.
'Cause even though most people do not want to talk.
I mean,
on-
I was tuning into one of your streams, and you were like interacting quite well.
Yeah, I can speak super basic, and,
Yeah,
and if,
but they were getting it.
yeah.
Yeah.
They can normally understand what I'm trying to say.
Casino,
The best thing
Command
is that
Road.
if I don't know
Oh,
something,
oh
I'm
god,
like,
so many
"Chat,
people
chat,
watch
what
my
is this
stream.
word? How do I say this thing?
That
And they
makes
tell
me
me,
happy.
and I don't forget it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm using it like
Yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
over and over. And so that's been really helpful. If you want to go and watch those, you can watch them on
Messages.
whatever
Yeah.
they're doing.
Fuck, no.
But yeah, that's been super helpful. But outside of that, like we don't fucking use it. Like, and
I mean,
it's,
I can talk to you guys in
but
Japanese.
it's okay, Joey. It's different because
It's different, Joey. It's
because you know how bad we are, and it's embarrassing, right?
No, okay. You have to throw that aside because, like,
I am fine doing it in front of 2,000 people live.
Yeah.
but not in front of me.
No, not in
Why?
front of you. Because
I'm not gonna judge you.
Joey's
no,
a-
that's
Joey's
not
a
the,
smug
that's not the
motherfucker.
point. We judge ourselves when we with
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
It's it's like a subconscious thing where I'm just like,
I don't want you to be disappointed in me, Joey. That's
I'm not gonna be disappointed.
I want to just impress you, man. I want to impress you, okay? I just want to get Nihongo Josie by you, man, okay? But I know how Josie your Japanese is, man. I can't reach that level right now, man.
You're like trying to impress your dad. It's like, come on, man. This is the only time I'm gonna get my dad's love.
because I don't know what it is about talking to a Japanese person. I even though it's even more awkward because if they don't understand me, we're fucked.
Yeah.
But it's less awkward because they inherently expect me to be fucking awful.
Yeah.
So it's like when I do good, it's like, oh, awesome, like it's good. But
So
when-
then why don't you just put that on me?
because you can probably figure out what I'm trying to say, and you can be like, you trying to say this, Connor? And I'm
But I can also just pretend to be like,
like, I guess maybe.
Wakaranai, you know, like.
But the point is, in general, we don't really get to talk to as many Japanese people as I think people expect us to.
Yeah.
Right.
The sponsor of today's video is EJ Anime Store. Kadokawa's official online anime merch store caters directly towards overseas anime fans, delivering the newest and most exclusive merch of all your favorite shows directly from Japan.
Damn,
As
that
you
was
see on
some
the
fucking
table.
like Eminem shit.
Did I just like hit the like 1.5 speed on YouTube or something?
Did you know many of the products are only available on my purchasing juicy unlimited?
Look at all these awesome things you can buy from each anime store.
How dare you?
Yes.
Many
fucking-
of their products are only available for
Is it
purchase during a
mistake?
limited time reservation.
But chilling. I remember
Go to the deadline shown on screen.
Chilling
I
between
feel
just
sorry
took
for
all my
anyone
buff
watching
away.
at times 2 speed. Yes,
Today's
first,
lineup, we're gone.
first of all, we have the Haruhi Suzumiya woodblock print.
I'm very scared to touch this.
Oh my god.
Very.
This is
expensive.
limited quantities,
Yeah.
by the way, limited numbers.
And there is a name for this. I'm gonna attempt to
It's
pronounce
like a
it.
Welsh town.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a Welsh town.
I wanna hear you guys
look,
trying to-
look at this on screen. Okay, let's try to pronounce this.
Go for it.
Ichimango sen 498K.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was it.
That was
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's numbers, right? It's just Ichiman Gosen 498K.
I forget that Japanese words don't have spaces. You
yeah,
know?
exactly. Celebrating the 15th and 10th anniversary of its TV and theatrical anime release, respectively, EJ Anime Store brings you this exclusive commemorative ukiyo woodblock print, which is only available through reservation until December the 25th, 2020. So get in quick.
Ah, that's hard. That's hard.
I
actually-
genuinely want that.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, not gonna lie, I fucking love Haruhi.
They also have the Misfit of Demon King Academy Misha Necron swimsuit version.
I love
which is
swimsuit versions of this.
From the aforementioned summer 2020 TV anime series titled, oh god,
You wanna try and pronounce that?
Naogakuin no Fute Kigosha.
Yeah, you nailed it.
hell yeah. Each anime store brings you a figure of the heroine Misha Necron in a cute swimsuit. This special set includes this wall scroll, which you can now actually unlock.
Oh, okay.
B2
Oh,
tapestry.
okay.
Very
That's
nice.
actually very nice feeling.
Nice.
It's like the pillow you wish you had.
It's like the hotel pillow quality,
Yeah,
right?
dude.
Yeah.
And don't forget, the Uzaki-chan wants to... Connor's breaking our items on camera, but the Uzaki-chan wants to hang out Hana Uzaki Light Novel Cafe Asia version. And this one has the extra culture in it. You can
Oh, yeah.
look at this.
No.
The
Right
little,
here.
the little
No.
detail right here.
The little slit right there,
Little
right?
slit right
They
there.
know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
But we also have the Strike Witches, Yoshika Miyafuji World Witches Music Festa 2019 version as well, which has one of the largest fucking backgrounds that I've ever seen on a figurine.
Yeah, your desk's gonna be crying.
Yeah, you need a lot of space on your shelf for this one, but it looks neat.
I'm going to pretend to have an opinion on Sprite. Just right there. strike witches. Never mind.
I don't know what that is.
I know what it is, and I don't have an opinion on it. But you can get it through EJ Anime Store.
Be sure to go check these items out at ejanimestore.com before they become unavailable. Link available in the description below. They have recently been adding.
Oh my god, the rain's getting louder.
To their collection, so be sure to stay tuned for updates.
What is this, Tatami Galaxy?
Back to the video.
That was you could understand everything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Did you think you were gonna talk more Japanese, like be forced to when you moved here?
Yeah, I thought I
He
did.
said that with such remorse, like
Because it's weird, right? Because I think everyone in my life expected me to, as did I.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening is that I realize, okay, I work from home. I go to a language school where all the staff speak English.
Yeah.
All my friends speak English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. I stream. I speak in English. I
Yeah.
go to the gym. I don't talk because who the fuck am I going to talk to unless
Yeah.
that whole guy talks to me? I don't know.
fucking massive chat.
Have I told that story? I think I have, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's actually like pretty much no time where I end
Although,
up
to be
forced
fair,
to.
I'm kind of the same as well. Like,
Right. Well, how often do you speak Japanese people outside of business? Right.
yeah, I mean, because of COVID, I haven't been able to see my family like at all.
Right. Yeah.
So-
and
Yeah.
that as well has made it even worse because strangers don't want to fucking talk to
Yeah,
foreigners.
exactly,
exactly.
exactly. I mean, like our neighbor next to us, is like really fucking cool old couple, and like every time I see them, like I'll talk to them in Japanese, but I always get so.
Oh, I'm
nervous
gonna
because
die. Am I going to
The
die?
moment I start talking to them, I can hear it in my inflection that like
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
I'm fucking like losing touch with this shit. Like I haven't.
The first
I haven't been
defeat.
speaking it enough because I haven't been
Yeah.
speaking.
I
it
always-
because
I always
the only
hate,
time I'll ever
the
speak to is
ditches.
like my mum, like an occasional Skype call or fucking
It's weird, right? You live in Japan and you're like you're losing.
Yeah, I'm losing it.
Yeah.
So I have to like consciously fucking keep,
Yeah.
figuring out ways of like, okay, how can I use this language? Because if there's one thing I don't want to lose, it's my Japanese.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course. And here's the thing about languages is that if you don't use it,
Yeah.
it'll get rusty. And that's true with like my Thai as well.
Yeah.
Now that I'm
Same
like
with my
out of
life,
now that I'm living out of Thailand,
Yeah.
I'm just like there's sometimes I'm trying to remember a Thai word when I'm speaking to my mum, and sometimes I get like the Japanese word instead
Yeah.
because that's something I've been like studying more recently.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really and it's weird to think how little I can how little I can use Japanese and also live here. You know what I mean? Because you kind of subconsciously find a way to make it easy for yourself.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, one thing I have been starting to do recently is like every time I read manga or a novel, a Japanese novel or something, I read it out loud. Just because if I read it in my head, like of course I'm gonna understand it.
No.
But it's completely different. Like reading and speaking skills is completely different.
Yeah.
So I've like just kind of very quietly read it to myself.
You guys can hear the raining on it right now,
That's how you
to be
do it.
honest. I'm sorry.
It's like that for me. Like
Literally,
reading
I'm
off,
sorry.
It's like getting confusing because I haven't done it in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's I've seen the Welsh language, right? It's a
Yeah.
fucking jumble of sounds.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck.
That's why I don't understand, people who know.
This stage I need to
Some
literally
people just have
Yeah,
it.
some-
It's just
crazy.
it has to, right? Like, I don't think inherently I would ever learn more than one language because I'm lazy as fuck. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, the thing
the
is,
fact of trying to pick up a third is
Yeah.
like, fuck. My brain is like, Connor, we're really going on a limit here, man. We're really pushing it.
but I don't think learning languages is hard per se. I think it's just like, okay, if we just all quit YouTube tomorrow for like a year, and just focused all our time on actually learning this language, I feel like
yeah.
we'd make like so much progress. But what's hard about it is trying to learn a language and fit it within our already current lifestyle where we're already busy as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's the real problem because it's like I'm trying to find time where time doesn't
Okay.
fucking exist nowadays.
Whoa, you need to resist the whole thing, Dunny?
And it's a long line between being able to speak a language conversationally and being fluent in the language.
The only time I've actually gotten like able to get proper Japanese practice is when we're fucking out in the lash or something. We're at a random bar.
You guys can hear the
We're
background.
fucking pissed
Raining.
out of our heads, and
Yeah,
there's just a
yeah,
random Japanese
Goddamn
bloke who's
raining.
as pissed as us. That's pretty much been like the best language practice I've gotten since I've moved here.
Honestly, yeah, that probably is the best way to do it
No,
because if you're like a little intoxicated, you're gonna be less nervous.
Dude, I
about
swear to
trying
God,
that.
I speak any language like 10% better when I'm drunk, except
Except
English.
English, yeah.
Except English.
Yeah, it's
It's so
weird.
true. Fuck, man.
Well, I mean, like languages from what I've learned is like learning a language and learning music is the exact same thing. And they say like it's the exact same with the instrument or language, but the second one is always going to
I wish I have a noise cancellation room.
It just gets easier and easier. And guess for all three of us, the advantage is that we already know two languages quite fluent. So that's why, like, and you know, you guys are learning a third one. So it just puts pressure on me. I'm like, maybe I should learn a third language as well.
I mean, it's weird because I don't feel like I ever this is the first time I felt like I've learned, trying to learn, actively learn something rather than just.
It's a Poseidon.
Yeah.
Poseidon needs
Because you don't think about it in your head when you spend time.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's just like it is very much like learning an instrument. It's just a lot of it is like muscle.
It is
your
pure
mouth.
muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not know how I learned it. I don't remember learning it. Yeah, just know that I always want to understand it and speak it.
That's why I hate it when people ask me like Japanese language questions. I'm like, I don't fucking know how.
Yeah.
I learned this.
And it's also like and also when you learn a language natively, I think you learn it well. You learn it locally and learn natively.
Yeah.
So people ask me, some people would ask me questions about Welsh, and I'd be like, I don't fucking know. Like, I just have one thing speaking. I don't know anything else. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they say like the best way to learn any language.
Why can't I see in my chat box? Like,
Right. And it's I don't know, and I think I've got a lot of questions about like which language is possible. Well, it's because like I don't really get much use out of Welsh, so I don't really show it off.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because it's only spoken in Wales and one part of like South America. There's like one small place in somewhere in South America where they speak Welsh in town.
Really?
Weird, yeah. A bunch of like Welsh settlers. Fuck it, let's just make it town.
Let's just chill here.
Let's just do it. It's a shame 'cause it's such a nice language. It sounds
I
beautiful.
fucking love
Yeah,
the Welsh.
Yeah. It's always fun hearing people pronounce the names of the towns.
Oh yeah. Isn't that BuzzFeed video where they try and pronounce like all the Welsh names and it's fucking horrible?
They sound as cool as they look as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like my dad can't speak Welsh, my mum can't speak Welsh. So my dad fucking butchers.
Serene, you're back.
Oh yeah, I do that to my dad with Japanese as well.
Yeah.
Like I fucking love doing it.
Oh yeah, it's the same situation.
Yeah, it's like shut up, son.
Going back to the whole like trying to fit it around your lifestyle, there is such a big part of me that's like, fuck, I should just take a year.
Like perfect a skill.
I'd get like just do Japanese class.
Yeah, I've like felt that definitely recently, where like my entire life has just revolved around YouTube for the past 4 or 5 years, and I kind of realized this last year, especially, it was just like, hey, there are other things I can do with my life other than YouTube, and learning Japanese is definitely one of them. But I really only have time to, you know, do one without making like substantial progress on the other, and just like making almost zero progress.
Yeah, TOA, it's like a real
Travel as well. Even if you're
we
traveling,
shall be the
people
one.
enjoy. You just get into, you can put yourself into situations where you have to interact with the locals.
Yeah,
Like, you know, just travel is such a nice way of just meeting people, getting to use the language as much as possible. Because like, I feel there's less stress using a language you're trying to learn while you're traveling. Because at the end of the day, you're never gonna meet this person again.
Yeah, I would have no qualms about like butchering Japanese to an old lady.
And yet
so,
you get
yeah.
fucking nervous as shit trying to use Japanese at your local company. Right? Because it's like, I'm going to see you again, probably tomorrow, same time.
Oh my god.
And I don't want to be remembered as that guy who can't speak Japanese.
As much as there's a part of me that wants to do that, but like at the same time, I feel like I'm enjoying YouTube now more than ever.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
enjoying everything about it, and it's going so well that it would make no sense to like stop doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, 'cause, you know, taking a year off YouTube. Although I could probably cut. I probably could. But is it worth the risk? Like, no, probably not.
Oh.
I can always learn Japanese later on in life, which sucks that I wouldn't have it now, and I would rather have it now.
If I get a LD Chat 5, oh,
I feel
I'll
like
be happy.
Like, make some kind of YouTube content about your language.
I considered that, but I thought that'd be such a big undertaking, and I've seen language channels, and they had like drama, because they would like not end up learning the language. No joke, like there was this video where a guy made like an apology video.
It's like technical drama.
So like, oh god, like, you know when those videos went around where it was like, dude speaks 15 languages on VR chat, you're like, well that's just absurd. But then I started watching a lot of those videos, and I found that the whole channel was about themselves. And there was like drama with this one guy. He was learning two
The
languages.
voice gotta take a long time to complete the
It's
show.
very different languages as well.
Yeah.
And about halfway through, I'm quitting Swedish. You know, I realized that it just had no more progress trying to learn 2 languages at once. And all the comments were like, what the fuck, man?
I believed in you.
Your Swedish is so good, man. Why is you like? And I was like, oh.
Anything can be drawn.
And I just thought, like, if anything, it would be a thing where I would be like, okay, let's see how much I can learn in 3 months of different accents. And I'm not announcing it. I'm making a series.
Yeah.
At the same time, it also is a lot of pressure. It's like, okay, I'm going to worry about making other videos and also actually learning Japanese.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this video is going to be a little awkward if it's like 3 months in, I learned nothing. Fuck.
But that would be funny, right? Like, that'd be like a funny conclusion to the video.
Would it though?
I think so. Isn't it like people are
I
like,
just wasted 3 months of my life and learned nothing.
you did it for good content, bro.
Wasted 30 minutes of your life watching this video.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Fuck, dude.
I'm still watching it.
Because I had this video idea where it's like, because I've always wanted to like improve more on my Japanese as well. So you know, I can't just like commit like outside of YouTube, outside of where I'm doing these side projects and put them into a business. It sucks because I really do want to like hone in on my Japanese. So
I'm sorry if you can hear the rain.
you know, it's like the kanji proficiency test.
Yeah.
And I've got like the third highest on that. Like, I was back in high school. I wonder if I can like go for the highest one. And I for the highest one, I believe it's 30,000. And I think only maybe 40%.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's very like prestigious.
Yeah.
But I thought like, what if I did a video where I
Is there
Sorry.
a kanji for cultural cross-pollination?
I guarantee there is. Yeah.
Make one. You can
There's a kanji for everything, man. Don't worry. But I thought to myself, like, I wonder if I did a video where I just like dedicated like a year to just document myself, like learning that and trying to attempt for the test.
But isn't that scary though? Because what if you don't make any progress like 6 months in?
That's the only thing that stopped
Then
me.
it's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
And it's also like, in order for this video to be successful, I gotta fucking grind this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And if I do this and then the video flops, then that's just like, cool. I wasted a year of my life for a flopped video and a test that I failed in.
I think unlike the actual Japanese language, I think you actually can like gamify and speedrun kanji. Like, I think kanji is speedrunnable.
I don't know, man.
Dude, it is. Dude, it totally is.
Explain.
Because you can, there's like apps that will like fucking whip you if you get it wrong, right? So I speed learned like 100 kanji in like a day by doing that. And I know all of them now.
But if I sat you down and told you to write it out, could you?
Write it out, some of them.
Right.
But
That's the
read
thing.
them. Yeah, but that's, I mean Japanese
Oh,
people who
read
can't-
them. Read them. Would
Yeah,
you be
yeah,
able to read
yeah.
100 kanji if I showed you?
100%.
Really?
100%.
Okay, now I'm tempted. Now I'm tempted.
Challenge
Yeah,
accepted.
I'm tempted to.
Oh
do it.
my
Live
god.
stream.
Oh
We'll
my
both stream.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
fucking do
and
it.
I'll fucking do a kanji test.
The basic
Well, that's the
kanji.
second defeat.
100 kanji you know. I'll do a test.
100%. We'll do it.
Okay.
Because
Sounds like a video idea.
I don't
Because
care.
right, you can gamify, like, and you can start picking up patterns, and I feel like the way that you can, I don't know, like at least when I was learning kanji, I could easily pick up kanji, like I guess, because especially living in Japan, right? Because it isn't like living in the UK, sorry, where you learn this kanji, and you leave your house, you can see it.
Yeah.
When you leave your house in Japan, even if you didn't talk to anyone, you see the kanjis everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can keep practicing because you keep seeing them. Like, oh, I know that. Oh, I know that.
Yeah, you do that after like every like trash taste session.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
we'd be
yeah.
catching the train, you'd be like, "Is that what I say? I've seen that one before."
Yeah. So
But I feel like that's the way you got to do it, right? You just-
Right.
Because that's how a kid learns.
Yeah.
Just like
Plow through,
inquisitively.
plow through.
Yeah.
Problem is where it starts getting into like there's 4 kanjis with 4 different, the same kanji with like 10 different pronunciations, and it's like, oh, this
Which
is.
is like 30% of all kanji.
I love the ones with like 2. Question for you boys, because we've been living here for a year. How long do you think you're gonna be staying here for?
Well, that's the question I want to ask you two.
Oh,
What's
okay.
what's my 5-year plan?
That's because Chris Broad was a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Chris Broad said he was only going to live here for like 5 years, and he's still here.
He's been
Yeah.
here
What a
for, he's been here
fucking
for
liar.
8 years, I think, something like that.
Fucking
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
approaching my 5th year.
I mean, time just moves fucking fast. It doesn't even feel like I've been here a year. I thought, yeah, I'll live here for like 2 years max. I'm halfway through. I'm just like, I've hardly even spent any time here.
Yeah,
I feel
right,
like, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I always thought to myself, I'm like, I thought about it, I was like, oh my god, I've been here for almost 5 years. Like, moved out, like, since moved out of my parents and like actually lived in Japan on my own. I was like, it does not feel like 5 years. Which is why like the question of like, what do you see yourself doing in 5 years? It's starting to sound less and less absurd to me.
Yeah.
Because back, when I was in my teenage years, and people were like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well,
Like 5 years is so far away.
You'd be doing something fucking different every year.
Yeah.
Back at that age.
Yeah.
But now it just feels like it's you can have
Same
like a
shit, different.
routine and monotonous.
now we just sound old, man.
I mean,
Well,
we
yeah.
are, man. We are.
Depending on how long, well, a big fucking question mark, obviously, is how long will Geeks Plus allow us to be here?
Yeah, Maylin.
Yeah, Maylin. I'm calling you out right now.
How long?
So I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say this louder. So it all depends on how long Geeks Plus will be around, because our visa depends on Geeks Plus. So
This is
Wow.
why we take so many fucking sponsors, by the way, so we can give Geeks Plus money,
so
they'll
that we
keep
can
fucking giving us
satiate our fucking like lords.
overlords, dude. They're like, how many sponsors can we fit? 10 an episode? Say no more.
Doable.
Man. I mean,
Okay, but I mean, like,
Okay.
like the question though, I think, and this is kind of goes back to the root of it all. Having been here for a year, are you guys enjoying it?
yeah, I think I flip-flop a lot in the first 6 months. The first 6 months, I was like, I would have 1 week where I'm like, I hate it, I plan to go back in 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's some weeks where, I think especially where, and I said this in my video about because I made a video about 1 year living in Japan.
Yeah.
I think the big point I tried to mention was like, you have to force yourself to like actively go out your way to make friends here.
Yeah.
It is not a country
So-
where friends just come along. You don't
Yeah.
just bump into people and you're like, well, let's hang out. It's like you have to go out of your way to do the whole like, when are you free? What's your calendar like? Let's make this solid, not a bullshit.
Yes,
Let's do it.
everybody
Otherwise,
has to
I'm not going to see
become
you in 2
solid.
weeks.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
for you guys, right?
Yeah.
And like having this podcast has really helped because before it was like, okay, we might hang out every day.
Yeah.
But then we also might not see each other for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And then I realized I haven't left the house in 4 days. Fuck, I'm starting to feel lonely. And I live alone. And I've never lived like alone. Like
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
I've
Because you've
lived,
always had a roommate. Or something,
I've always had a
right?
roommate or something, and I didn't realize like how much I like relied on that to like kind of keep me a little bit sane.
Yeah.
Because sometimes my fucking roommate, Zeno, I love you, but you would drive me up the wall, right? But that's also not like
It's
a
gonna
fault,
be a
it's
power
just
stream.
a thing of,
That
like,
comes with just having a
First
roommate.
time.
eventually you
It
just
was actually
live with
hours,
someone
first
long
time
enough, you're
hours.
like, I
Oh,
fucking
why?
hate just the little thing that you do, and I have no idea why.
Yeah.
And I thought I can live alone, and then I like 1 week into living alone, I'm like, fuck, it's quiet in here, eh?
Oh
Jesus,
yeah,
like,
dude, I was so fucking depressed when I started living alone here.
Right.
Like before, like Aki moved in with me, I was like, fuck, man, I've been out of the house in 2 weeks, and I'm so fucking lonely right now.
Oh,
And
man.
like,
Am I the only true introvert here?
I mean, look, I like my time alone. Don't get
Yeah,
me
yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
right? Like, I like my time alone, but there's only so much time I like alone before
Yeah.
I'm like, I require the touch of a human skin.
Oh no,
That's not mine.
I'm the same, because I remember before I moved to Japan, I basically lived alone for like 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Because Sydney was in America at the time, and we were sorting out our visa stuff for Japan. So
Yeah.
there was just like a fair few month period where my only social life would be when we'd be able to like hang out in London. And I don't know if it's just because I've been in a relationship for like 4 years.
I'm
it was
sorry,
just
I
like
think
it was
it's
just like
worse.
nice having like just living alone.
Yeah.
And just seeing friends and seeing people when I wanted to. Because I guess the big difference between Japan and when I was living in England is that I could see someone whenever I wanted to in England, if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There
Yeah,
was,
you can just mess with me. Like,
yeah.
let's hang out.
yeah, exactly,
Fuck it.
exactly. I feel like if it was the case of I don't know when I'm going to see someone next, then I would be way more lonely.
Well, that's why I'm like constantly just like filling in plans like ahead of
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Just being
I-
like, yo, you want to hang out? You want to hang out? You want to hang out? Like, otherwise, you're gonna find yourself in this kind of like dead space of just no interaction whatsoever.
Yeah, because like when I first moved here and I didn't really have anything in my house, and I was just going on Tinder dates just because I was lonely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I didn't like. It sounds so sad, but when I didn't.
people do that, man.
I mean, when I didn't have, anything to do, I would just go to your house. But then I felt bad, because I didn't want to go to their house every day and be like, hey guys, I know you didn't mind, but I also didn't, I felt like I was intruding.
Right.
So, and it was just sad, and it took me a while to get used to it and getting used to being alone.
So is this
fuck,
you-
that sounds so sad. Fucking everyone laughed. No, I mean, living alone. Sorry,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
being
yeah.
alone.
I just have to get used to just being, in my
Crying,
just
no.
crying.
No,
wanking.
I figured it out. I figured how to have a healthy balance of everything. But it took me a while because I wasn't used to it. Right? I always had someone in my house that I could always be like, yo, you want to watch TV? You know. So it took
So
a
is
while.
this your subtle way of asking us to come to your house more?
No.
Please.
I think I already.
So like okay, so we're going back to our like original fucking topic of this video of like online friends and everything. When did you guys realize that online friends?
Oh
just
no
wasn't
no
enough? You couldn't fill that hole that having real physical friends that you can see like.
I think after I had like a really healthy friend group, I think like
IRL friend.
Oh, thank God.
yeah, after you have like an actually good IRL friend group that like just you'd rather hang out with like anyone.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no going back.
Yeah, I feel that as well because I found like my first proper true friend group like at the ages like 23, 24. That's when it kind of started. And I remember like my mum had like fucked up my entire perception because my mum had raised me for like 18 years to be like, don't give a shit about your high school friends. Your real friends for life, your actual real friends will come in university. So I go to university and I'm just there with my housemates, my course mates. And I'm just looking around. And I'm just like, I hate everyone around me.
So like Mike Wazowski's just like, where are the friends?
Yeah, it's just like, where are the friends? Mom, why would you lie to me, Mom? Why would you lie to me? I'm not in contact with like anyone from like my university days. Like some more so in my high school days, where university was just like a fucking cesspool where I was. So
Yeah, I definitely have more in contact with my high school friends than I do my uni friends.
Yeah.
Like, not to say I don't have any uni friends. Like, I have, some of my uni friends are fucking best friends forever. But
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think that whole thing of like, oh, don't worry about high school because there won't be a friends for life. I think it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I think you'll know if you've made a friend for life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think so.
Exactly. There is no designated time when you will make friends for life. It'll happen along the way. But I remember like finding my first friend group. Now I was just realizing, oh, so I don't have to pretend to be someone likable to be around you guys because you guys just kind of like me for the person I am.
Yeah.
And that was just like so mind blowing for me.
What the fuck is that all about?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's just like having friends that are like just like, even though there's like a lot of people, it's just like everyone's there to help each other.
Yeah.
Like if you're having a low point.
It's the whole philosophy of God, you're a cunt, but I love you.
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah, and just like mates that are just there for you, like regardless of like what's going on.
Yeah.
And I really value that.
Yeah.
And it's a shame as well because I fucking hate texting so much. I absolutely despise texting.
Yeah, same here.
And I pretty much the only people I text are like people I know that I'm gonna meet up with. That I'm like, yo, when we're meeting up, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like, or it's like business or anything. But outside of that, I avoid it like the plague.
Right.
Because I just hate it.
Why do you hate it?
It doesn't feel genuine, and it takes so long.
It's
like I would rather have a 30-minute call than text for like a whole day back and forth.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Same here. I'm sure you both know I'm fucking awful at replying to my
Gone
texts.
is the
Yeah,
fucking
you are.
worst, bro.
And that's because like it takes like so much mental energy to like be
No, I
on
get
and,
it, I
and,
get
and
it,
look at
I get it.
notifications that I just have to like have a dedicated time when I check messages. Otherwise, one, I just get distracted from whatever I'm doing, and I much rather I value so much having like just an in-person or like an in-voice like actual communication because there's so much that I can't communicate when it's just during text that I just rather talk to people.
No, it's
I don't
true.
know.
I feel
Yeah.
that.
No, I
feel
get that.
so
I get
much.
that.
I feel like a lot of context is almost lost as well when you're just texting as well.
Yeah.
Like it can't be like all the emotions can't be like portrayed properly.
Yeah.
Almost. I kind of realized as well that the friends you'll have in life, the ones that like I might not text right now.
Yeah.
Like the real friends are the ones where it doesn't matter. I don't fucking
I'm
know
just
text.
Yeah.
Like even for a year or two.
I
But then
know.
go back
Tolerating.
And it's
like nothing's
exactly the
changed.
same.
Exactly,
It's exactly the same.
exactly.
The way I see it is like it's kind of like a family reunion.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? And I didn't fully understand the term where it was just like friends of the family you choose until I had a proper friend group.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I remember hearing that for like my entire life and thinking that's such a bullshit term. that's like this like cheesy Disney movie s
Yeah,
term
yeah.
that isn't actually real. It's a fucking urban legend, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't the destination. It was the friends we made along the way. Da-da-da.
So that being said,
Yeah.
back to the question at hand, which was how long are you going to stay in Japan for?
Right.
What do you think? Because I think right now my main thing is that like at the end of the day, with all my gripes that I had, and I've made them very known, as the comments like to point out that they think I despise Japan.
No.
I'm very critical of everything in life.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Japan, the standard of living is just much higher at the moment. and I'm
Especially when you're British, you just learn to complain about all the little
Yeah, a lot of people just think that I really see a lot of comments like, God, it's so fucking
Oh god, that was a no.
No, it's just being real, bro.
It's just being British.
There's no perfect country out there.
We complain about everything.
Yeah,
Okay, here's a question to you guys. So we all are living in a place that is not where we were born. Did you always know that you would move out of your home country and live somewhere else?
Yeah, absolutely. It's because at least for me, I moved out of the house that I was born in.
Yeah.
So I never moved until I moved out of my home. So I've been living in that, like, my parents' house for like 21 years straight, and I was just like, yeah, it's home, but it's also like, you know, you go home and you just see the same view out of the window every day, right? It's like, I need something else.
I love my home. Don't get me
I'm
wrong,
weak
but I
sometimes.
think, especially because I was so active online from such a young age,
Yeah.
I became so aware, like globally.
Of other different places.
Right.
And then it just made me curious,
Yeah.
I guess. I remember, going back to my fucking mum, it was just, I remember like when I was a kid, I was just like, Mum, I'm telling you this now. Love England, but I'm gonna move out.
3-year-old gone.
I'm like, no, seriously. I was like, you know, between like when I was like going from a kid to a teenager, I fucking knew that I would like move out of England eventually.
Right.
And I was like, Mum, don't take this personally. I'm just gonna move out. I'm not gonna be in the country. And Mum was like, sure, bet. Okay, son, whatever you say. And then I remember when I told her, hey, Mum, I'm just gonna like fucking move to Thailand for a few years. She was like, surprised Pikachu face, like, Nani? Oh, you were actually serious all these years. And because like, not that I don't love England, but I wanted to experience like different cultures and everything since I was a fucking kid. And two, like, I don't know, I was always, in my head, I was always thinking that there was this perfect place to live. That wasn't the place that you were from, because everywhere else seemed so exotic, right? And everything. And like, the more I move around, the less idea I have about where I truly want to fucking settle down. It's really weird, right? Because especially if you live, like, stay in a place for like any substantial amount of time, you see all the great things that are there, and you also see the bad things. There's no fucking perfect place. And the more you move around, the more you realize there is no perfect place. So you got to make that decision of, hey, what is actually best for me, you know?
Legit, when between the ages of like 12 and 16, I thought America was the perfect place.
I thought America was the perfect place.
I really wanted to live in America all my life until like age... I'm probably actually until like I moved to Japan. I still like before that I was like, I kind of still want to go to America, man.
Really?
I don't know. Always since a young age, I'd always been exposed to American culture. I always spoke with Americans online. Yeah. And I just really loved their style of doing things.
Yeah.
I loved how fucking crazy they are.
I don't know. I think it's because for me, it's like I didn't really like interact with any Americans.
I think that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like literally from age 12, I've been chatting with people online, always voice chatting, like. My parents, for some reason, didn't stop me.
And most
random Americans.
And most of the online friends you got were just from America, right?
Yeah, a lot of them were.
Yeah, a lot of the people you were friends with were from America.
And I was the token British friend most of the time. They were like, "It's fucking corner,
Cho's fucking
No, we were cool back then.
Yeah, we were. that was when we were respected online.
Yeah.
God, I miss those days. Now it's all fucking memes and bad teeth and Tuesday.
Cho, in it.
This video is sponsored by Mac Weldon.
When it comes to holiday gifting for guys, I'll admit it's not necessarily my strong suit, but that's where Mac Weldon comes in. Now, thanks to Mac Weldon, it's super easy and simple to find something great, no matter which guy you're shopping for, whether you're shopping for yourself or for the boys.
Oh yeah.
The boys is all that matters. You can get everything from Mac Weldon's. Men's essentials, socks, shirts, hoodies, underwears, polos, and active shorts.
Hey, I have the active shorts, God. Don't clown
Do
me.
you have the active shorts?
I actually do. I wear them to the gym, God. Mac Weldon has men's basics that are guaranteed to keep everyone on your list comfortable. Like this sweater that I wear when I'm feeling lazy at home. Thank you, Mac Weldon.
And this t-shirt, which just look at how breathable this t-shirt is. Look at it. Perfect for the gym, which is where I wear it to when I go to the gym once.
I back online? Nope. Okay, I'm back online.
A year, apparently.
And Joey's mask.
And my mask, which I
shit
wear
mask.
everywhere to keep myself safe.
That's why Mac Weldon makes the perfect gift. I also have the Sunday lounge pants at home, which I didn't bring with me, because there's stains and shit all over them. Because I don't leave the house when I wear them, because they're so damn comfortable. I just can't get out of the house. But they also look pretty stylish too.
Mac Weldon looks great and feels great from working out, going to work, or on a date. Mac Weldon is for everyday life.
And all Mac Weldon stuff comes in a wide range of customized fabric that keeps up with you no matter what your day looks like.
18-hour silver, air knits, dry knits, warm knit, too many goddamn knits, that's for sure.
Plus, you can check out Weldon Blue, which is their totally free loyalty program. Level 1 gets you free shipping for life, and once you reach level 2 by spending $200, you get 20% off every order for the next 365 days.
But boys, you can't forget about the Mac Weldon guarantee.
Tell us about the Mac Weldon guarantee.
I'm sorry.
You would never ask, gentlemen. Mac Weldon wants you to be
You guys
comfortable.
can watch
So if you don't like your first pair of underwear,
I'm sorry, but then
you can keep them and they'll still...
okay. I won't be doing this anymore. Okay, we'll be going to the full shot. Okay, there was a. Oh, I think the thunder literally just shook the whole. You know, the Wi-Fi literally, the thunder literally made the Wi-Fi gone. Sure. So now it just chillax. Music moments. And today we have EJ.
She calls me on the weekend when she got nothing to do or heavy on the alcohol. I can smell it through the phone. Say that I don't love you, and so extends my noise. Why'd you take my heart? What the hell do you need another for? Yes, guess you've always been heartless to me, but been lucky. Can't get off the island, stuck silent. I want nothing but you, and it maybe gives you, but nothing really makes sense. So why would this need two? Nothing but you, nothing but you. Do you still wait till sunsets? Eat home alone, watching the moon rise, asking on and on. What's going on? How you've been doing? You sleeping alright? I worried it's to wake you up at night. You know why, but you don't know why at the same time. Hold your arms, your 50 proof high. Do it all night. Who loves you now?
I'm gonna check on the Wi-Fi for a while. Oh, fucking finally. Okay. Okay. So I guess the Wi-Fi is everything is back on. Everything is back. Okay, enough. God damn it. Okay. Loading this my hotspot anymore. Yes. How's the run going for you? It goes quite well. Like I died 3 times by now. I hope no more casualty. It's been a 3 hour and 35 minutes with 2 disconnection because of the thunder. It fucked us up.
Do you ever think about me? All good, you're probably busy. We two can count the blessing. Ain't been too many lately. All day you smiling lately. They thought we cut the turkey. Just about to butt heads with big 3. Man, the jeans are big sometimes. about you. Even in the midst of good news, I gotta go home, full out all your balls from the closet and then see you. You're so
It's cheesy.
God is mercy. Sometimes I just call, I know you won't pick up. Can't ever help myself and try. Scared just get along, so
I see you on the other side. I, side, 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 side. Side, side. Thank you, Shematico. Thank you. Yeah. This team is surprising very well. I tell you guys, it's surprising well.
hit me in the morning. Say yesterday was boring. When the hell you call me? Must have already been sleeping. Always the excuses. My heart and blowing bruises. Yeah, she's holding his breath, hoping what it's thinking. Ain't what the truth is. Past 12 when you tell me you gotta go. Go work tomorrow morning, gotta get decision now. Come on, dummy, gotta know that everybody in the knows. Don't touch no one. Please just play along. 'Cause you might
Go, go, go. See, I'll tell you. Yeah, what I saw. Go, go. If she. Oh, finally I can see. Go, 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 go. I gotta change it. I was just testing out the chat box. Chunky. Ah, that's better.
maybe it could be me, it's crazy. All the tears bled up, the climb up, dry up in nothing.
They say, won't you know, because it's really not beautiful. All the pumpkin because it seemed eventually. Is it your eyes? I say, How should I say it? Ooh, good job. Good job. Yeah, but the team I'm having right now is that some of the runes, there's only one unit I changed runes. Two unit I changed runes on the last since the last time I fought TI8. It's Lauren and John. Both of them are like in an okay range of stuff. I don't think you can copy my runes, but hey, you can try copying my runes. I will show you on later. If you guys want to see my runes, I don't mind. You'll be fine. Yeah. At the end of the stream, I will show you guys my runes, everything. I hope I've been using this team since level 30, I think, or level 30, around level 30. The first 30 stage, I'm just playing around using double round up with with lapis. That's all. Now I'm just taking it serious. Oh no, sorry, I wasn't using this team since I'm using this team since level floor 45, around 45. Because I was just trying out a lot different teams. So stay tuned to see my team. I got to I also got a dot team, but then my dot team is like not completely built. But the dot team I have is like partially built because not all the monsters I have is 6-star on the dot team. Like Milia and Tattoo, both of them are not. I only have one Milia and one Tattoo. Dot team. Dot team is double Milia, Lucian or who again? Or Vermos as a lead. Double Milia, Tattoo and Tattoo 2A, second awaken, and Saf second awaken as well. I've been playing this game for like 1 whole year, but then I did like a 3 or 4 months rest. More than 5 months, 3 to 5 months rest. Because I got turn bot. Now I'm back because I got nothing to do. It's killing me out. And it's holding me down. So my dot team for now is Saf 2A, Tattoo 2A, Milia, Water Homunculus, and Vermos depends on what you want. Vermos or Lucian you want, depends. Right now we are at mid tier 2. If we lose, we're gonna go back to the order. Yeah. Heavy on alcohol. You see you from. Say I love you. Arms. How did you take my heart? What the hell? Wow, you have a Rika. You have a Rika. God damn, it's fucking shit. I don't have a Rika. Don't do this to me. My luck for this for Faisal is shit. Oh yeah, you can. Why don't you just use the anniversary scroll to summon them? I use up all my anniversary scrolls already. Guys, it's time! It's almost the 4 hours mark. I can't wait. Oh, finally the revive is gone. I need a manual. Oh no, Gura's on it again. She's gonna a hollow fight. Almost. Oh. Okay. Okay. Everything is set up, to be honest. I need to do. I forget what does this do. I forget what does the crystals do anyway. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, please do not play the music right now. Nope. You ain't gonna move now, bitch. Oh, I want this. We won. We won, bitch. We won. We won finally. It was at almost 4 hours. My god. Okay. Actually. Time for the runes review for the day. This kind of so for friend, I think she only has two or one. Remember? Yeah, two. So this is her runes. She's on the energy via runes. Speed, attack, HP. I don't think many people will be on speed. Most people will be on speed, HP, fields. That's all. For Lauren, our start of the team, she's on speed, attack, HP as well. I think. Yeah. Okay. But this is her full stats. All total up. This is hers. Accuracy, not bad to be honest. I don't know how I get her to the 83% accuracy. Attack. Now John is my nemesis since Spyro. You can pause the video and watch it if you watch it all. For Crow is Rage Blade, as expected, is the most lowest of all. The only one. And that is who again? Weather Hill, the quick guy. His sub is 100% crit rate. Okay, thank you guys for watching today's stream. Thank you guys. Thank you, Shamaticato and Berkastel, Witch of Miracles, for watching, following today's stream. I hope you guys have a nice day. Everybody else, every viewer, have a nice day. Follow me if you want to. It's up to you. I hope you enjoy this content. I will do TOA every month, but TOA hard is a decision for me. It's like because I have no confidence on it. So thank you guys, and bye bye.